Hey, you ready for that video?
There we go. Shit. Hey, we up here with my boy Out the Blue, my boy Goldmine Tree Tribe TV,
Yeti.
outside the cube, and
Peace,
your boy
peace.
Swab Boss 26. All right, we just building, man. It ain't really no direction here. Um, there's a lot of great thinking going on, and people trying to. I don't know what to convince other motherfuckers. And we
Now
got
we.
outside the cube trying to tell us with no proof that we come from apes. Now he wanted to break down the grandparent thing. That's what was the thing. Okay, go ahead and no. First of all, and I ain't gonna direct this shit. Like I said, we just building. But just to jump it out the blue, tell us how you only got three grandparents, and then let outside tell you how that's not true, and then we gonna move on. And y'all can just go build. Yeah.
Well, what I was saying was, well, of course I got four grandparents, but what I meant by it as far as um my direct bloodline, of course, my even scientifically they will tell you that your father is where your, you know what I'm saying, your direct seed is. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like, even if that's just like my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I have a son and I have a daughter. My son is going to be the one that carries out my seed. My daughter, unfortunately, I have to give away to another man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and once that happens, now she becomes a part of him, and everything that comes out of him. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, of course, her kids is going to be. I'm going to still be the grandfather, but the son, the man, or whoever, you know what I'm saying, her man is, that's who's going to be. He going to be more. His dad going to be more of the grandfather than I am. You see what I'm saying?
All right, and let me show you why that's faulty, and I disagree. And science paves the way so people don't have to think like that anymore. So now you have two different types of tests when it comes to DNA testing. You have paternal and maternal, and through Hebrew Israelite dogma, what they like to do is dismiss the mother. But when you do a DNA test with the mother, it comes back 100% every single time for the simple fact that mitochondria DNA is passed down, and you can never get rid of that. So when you do the paternal, like when I did my DNA test for my daughter, mine came back like 98.6. So if my daughter would have did the DNA test with her mother, it would have came back 100%. So the point I'm trying to make is this:
Facts.
you can't just have two grandparents. It doesn't work like that. So now, if you want to ask the question, well, if I take a DNA test, why would it say that I have 20% uh, European in me if I only have one great grandparent? I'm gonna show you why. So if you have four grandparents, and
No, I said
then
if it, I said according to that logic, according to that study, that would mean that all of us have at least one white grandparent,
okay,
immediate, one immediate white grandparent.
and you're trying to figure out how you can have one grandparent and have 20% European DNA. That's what you're trying to figure out, right?
No, I'm trying to figure out how I can have no none of my grandparents be European, but I have 20% DNA.
I'm
When
about.
according to me having 20% DNA, one of my grandparents would have to be white. And
No,
I'm
that's
telling
not
you,
true.
none of them are white.
That, that's not true, and I'm gonna show you
But
how it's possible.
show me 20%.
Well, listen, I'm gonna show you how it's done, and it's fairly simple. So now you have four grandparents, which means you have eight great grandparents, which means you have 16 great grandparents, which means you have 32 great grandparents. And if you keep going down, and listen, when you go down to the ninth generation, you have 2048. But let's go a little further. Let's go to the 10th generation of great grandparents. You have 4,096 grandparents. So now, when we're looking at African Americans today, the Negro today, if one of those, let's say, great grandparents was white, that's a whole line. That's automatically at least 1,000 white people that you got in your gene pool that you can never get out. That's automatically 1,000 white people in your gene pool out of 4,000. So that can explain that 20%. But also, what you have to look at is your family. Excuse me, your father on her side may have one great great grandparent. On your mother's side, may have one great great grandparent that's white. So when you add all that together, that's how you get a 15 or 20% European DNA in you.
So how many generations? Oh man, dude.
And I
If
fucked
you
my
if
head
you
up
if,
too. Look,
if you
hey,
go if you go back 10 generations, you have
Bro.
4,096
Let them
great
breathe,
grandparents.
Q. Let them breathe,
Okay, my
Q. They
bad, my bad, my
spinning.
bad,
Let them breathe.
my bad.
That,
Let them.
I mean, I'm sorry, bro. It's just funny, man. That's not 20%, bro.
I'm,
20% would mean that one of my grandparents or white,
no, okay.
one
How
of
many
the four,
times? How many times does 20 go into 100?
bro, 5 times.
Okay, so but if you only got four grandparents, then what do you talk about? It has to be one. That'd be 25%. So your math is wrong from the beginning, brother.
They are, I'm doing it according to their math. They are saying at least all of us have at least. It's not even an exact 20%. They say at least 20%
No, that's an
European.
average number. That's not everybody. That's average of the African Americans. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if your father, think about it, you have four
So,
grandparents. Listen,
so
listen, hear me out. I'm
so
about to
how
show
far,
you.
how many generations down was this white person?
Okay, so let's look at it. So if you go to four generations down, you have
Mm-hmm.
64 grandparents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have 64 grandparents, but let's just say your great great grandmother on your mother's side was a white woman. I mean, excuse me, a white man. So what does that mean? That means out of that 64, at least 16 are gonna be white. The other 40, the other 48 are gonna be black, but at least 16 are gonna be white. So when you continue to go further and you get to the point, can y'all hear me all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Yeah,
when
they
you
can
go
hear you.
so when you go further and get to the 10th generation, you have total, never mind black or white, you have total 4,096 great grandparents. Now, if you had that one white person in your family at the great great level, they have a whole fucking line themselves that you have to add into. Yeah, all of these 3,000 were black, but guess what? This one person, they got their own line because every person has to the 10th generation, they got 4,000. So if you got one white person in your family, that motherfucker got 4,000 great grandparents at the 10th generation. You, everybody on here, when it comes to the 10th generation of great grandparents, there's 4,096 people. People only come into this world between a man and woman coming together. So if that one white person is at the great great level, they got 4,000 people. So those 4,000 people are now in your gene pool, which gives you that. But when you add your mother, your father, and their grandparents, and then excuse me, your mother and your grandparents on your mother's side and your grandparents on your father's side, some of them are gonna have European in them. Why? Through the slavery. So if you had, let's say you had like 12% on your mother's side and maybe 12% on your father's side, that's how you can get 24%. But if you only had like 7 on your mother's side and maybe 10 on your father's side, that's how you can get 17%. The shit is relative once you look at the numbers. It's not crazy or nothing. But go ahead.
What's the chances of me having white or any of us having? So what are you saying? What is the chances or percentage wise of us having
I think
Caucasian?
it's like 90% chance that every African American in America has European in them. Not everybody has it, but it's like 90% chance that you do have it in you, and it's because of slavery.
Because it's like, okay,
I
and what
mean,
would like
not just slavery. You
But
do have cases where people,
would be
they mixed on their own. You feel me?
right,
As well as
but
slavery took place from
see,
different
you know why.
aspects.
But
what
you
would
know
be
why that's so hard
the
to digest? You know why it's so hard to digest for Hebrews? Because Hebrews claim that they were in Egypt. And if you saying that you were in Egypt, that means that you were mating with these people. And if you were mating with these people, then that no longer makes you Hebrew. That makes you a fucking Egyptian. So that's why it's
Uh
kind of hard to
oh.
digest that shit. So
Uh
stop it?
oh.
our men mix with the that. I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time,
Hold on,
it,
you gonna try to say
still,
we ain't
it's
getting no
still
Hebrew women? Did y'all
this is
have
what
any?
it's over. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, how many generations can you go back without? I mean, I don't. Okay, let me see. Let me see. I want to word this correctly.
Right.
If let's just say, okay, so 4 generations, no white people. What does that mean?
If you go back 4 generations with no white people, that means you have 64 black grandparents.
Okay,
But
so
guess what? But when you go to the fifth generation, if you have one white person in there, you automatically have at least 4,000 white people in your family automatically.
okay, and so based on you saying that at least 90%, what would be like evidence or proof of that? What would you call? What would you say is the evidence?
DNA.
DNA?
Right.
That's it.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
That's it.
What do you mean that's it? If you want to find out if your kids are your kids, you take a DNA test, and it'll tell you if they're yours or not. That's the best method that we have today. We can't look at a child. Oh, he got his lips, and then you go look at your cousin. Damn, he kind of look like you. No, you do DNA, and it shows you who your children belong to.
Okay, and according to the DNA, it traces us back how far?
What do you mean it traces us back? How far? What do you mean by that?
Like general, like as far as like let's say like how old,
Okay, I see
how
what I
like
see. I
how.
see, I see what I see what you're saying. I see what you're trying to say. You said how far back has DNA ever traced people back?
Hmm. Hmm.
All right, now, so if you look at the Khoisan people in Africa, they trace their DNA back to be at least 40,000 years old, which lines up with evolution because we see that that was the split. I mean, not the split. Excuse me. That was that was what's the name of it? That's when we first start seeing humans as we are today, which are the Homo sapiens sapien. Because before that, there were Neanderthals.
And this
And
is
it
40,000-year-old DNA.
right. which which
Okay,
would which
and
would- which will ultimately,
what does 40,000 DNA look like?
it looks like if you type in the Khoisan people, that's what it looked like. Those people on that image.
No, I'm saying, like, what are they sampling? Bones or what? What are they? Where's the DNA coming from?
Well, reverse sequencing and
Blood samples.
looking at mutations, because what happens is when I have a child with a woman, the
Hmm.
DNA mutates to create the child. That's why the child doesn't come out looking just like the mother or just like the father. It may phenotypically look more like the mother than the father, but it's not a direct replica of the mother or the father because you're bringing two things in to make one. So DNA takes 50% from the mother and 50% from the father, and that's another way how that Hebrew dogma it falls by the wayside when you say that, oh, the mother doesn't matter, only the father's seed and all of that garbage. Because DNA throws that out.
Body drop.
Well, I truly, I mean, to be honest with you, I truly don't think that it doesn't matter. I mean, because I do believe that it does matter.
So
But
why would you give me a spiel about
but
talking about
but
the
no,
mother?
but well, this is why though, because but at the same time, I do still believe though when you are tracing your bloodline, bro, you're just gonna you will follow your bloodline through your father's seed.
Well, how do
Like
you
I
follow
don't.
your bloodline without DNA?
I mean because I mean like you can't like based on what you're saying, bro. You don't really have a bloodline. It's like that's pretty much so. There is no such thing as a bloodline because
There is
once
a
you go
such thing.
because just think once you go on your mother's side, it's like
Mitochondrial DNA way more if we're gonna talk about blood. So don't we can't make it
It's
seem like women
yeah,
don't count for nothing no bloodline.
because what people don't understand is mitochondrial DNA is more accurate because this is what people don't
well,
understand.
well yeah. She
When you deal with Jewish people, when
that's
you deal with Jewish people, go ahead.
well yeah. Of course because she's pumping. I mean, it's her blood that is that's pretty much running. You know what I'm saying? that's being pumped through them, that's keeping them alive.
Yeah, but your
Like they're
DNA
attached
came
in
through the
every way.
semen though.
Huh?
Hold on, you
But
said
your
what you just
DNA,
say, Blue? What you say, Blue?
I said she's attached. Like once the seed is planted and it grows, it pretty much grows in attachment to her. You know what I'm saying? So everything,
But you know ain't no
everything
blood
they have is
exchange.
off of her. That's why she's so important. That's just
No,
like
I'm
even
saying, but you
even
know
in
ain't
the
no blood exchange though, right?
huh?
You
you
know ain't
said
no blood exchange though, right?
you said it there isn't any blood
There is
exchange?
blood
no, there's
exchange
not.
here in the baby.
No, no. Well, I mean, I would say at some point it would have had to have been.
No, but it's not
Nope,
though.
never.
The blood from the mother never touches the child, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a
Your
deep.
sperm gives that seed all it needs to grow inside of the mother's egg.
Exactly. The egg has everything in it, and when it meets your sperm and that egg has everything in it to produce life. So there's no blood involved. That DNA is what creates the blood and the proteins. That is what creates the blood. That's what creates your heart and bones and all of that thing. Wrapped inside that DNA code, it contains all of that. So when that shit mutates, you get white people. When it mutates, you get scoliosis and all of these different diseases. When that shit mutates the wrong way, that's
Hey,
that's
you
all,
ain't
that's
gonna
the only
pull
thing.
that slick ass white
So
people shit. I'm gonna let
so
you build.
so do you think you can live forever? Like let's just say, do you think you can live forever through your daughter?
No,
Could
I
you
don't.
live
I
forever
don't.
through? Could you live? Do you think you could
Hold on,
live
what
forever?
you mean you live forever? You mean could one of your offsprings end up giving birth to you later on down the line?
No, 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 not at all. I mean, as far as my offspring continues, I have a son. My son has a son. He
Yeah,
has a son. He has a
you're
son.
not.
He.
You're
Oh,
not living through them. I think that's a bad choice of
I'm
words,
not
but
saying living through them. I didn't say that. I just
yes, you
said, can you
did.
live? Dude, I said live forever. I mean,
they live
I,
forever.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, from a stand. That's how I look at it. When I look at,
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see what you're
yeah,
saying. You
yeah.
saying are your genes forever alive once you have a child?
No, no. What I'm saying is that if, like, can my genes survive through my daughter? Like, how many
Yes,
women?
you pass your genes along to your child. The
Okay, and
same
then it
the same way
has,
the mother passes her genes along to the child when you mate with her.
okay, and she has a daughter, and the same thing goes. So
Right.
no, no. So as long as she's, if like, let's just say she continues to have girls,
Okay.
or that line from me, and the rest of my line is just what you would say is females. That line would still tie back to me.
Of course. Of course. That listen, I broke down in my debate last night. Listen,
Well, I
listen,
guess
check this out.
eventually, but I just don't. I don't know, man.
But check this out. I'm gonna show you something, and this may help you out. Last
I
night in
said
my
it
debate.
makes sense, but to me, it just. I mean, I hear where it makes sense at, bro, but I'm not. I can't really explain it to you. Like I'd have to. That's just like it's just like it's like you telling me how to build a car. That's what it sounds like. It's
All
like
right, listen.
somebody told you how to build the car, and you relaying to me the information that they told you. But
And
I
if you want to build the car, you would listen. And if you don't want to build the car,
but,
then you
but
wouldn't
this
listen.
is but this is my
Hey,
point.
look, hey, hold
You
on, you're
built
confusing
the
me with
car. That's my point. You haven't built the car. I don't think anybody on here has built the car. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I hear you, but like there
what
is
make
we don't like
what he's saying. What make your logic any better than his?
yeah, I just don't see it
Oh,
because
because
I
there's
mean,
evidence. There's evidence. I can give you scientific evidence for this. But
But
check
he
this
yeah, but
out.
he's
you
giving
can't
evidence.
give me
That's what he's saying.
scientific
He's saying
evidence.
that just because
You
your
can,
evidence go further than his, it doesn't completely score the touchdown. It goes further than his. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
now he's jumping ahead and saying, "But you can't, you can't prove that shit." Basically,
okay. See, listen.
I
The
just I
reason
just
why the reason why mine goes further is because I can demonstrate mine. He can't demonstrate his idea. It's just an idea. I can demonstrate
well
what I'm
I
presenting
mean
to him.
my idea is that I mean it's just it's I mean, you plant the seed, and then the seed is continuing to grow as long as you continue to have somebody that can carry on the seed. But
In
I
a
mean,
rudimentary way, yeah, that's
I,
right.
I don't, I don't, I don't see like how, and like I said, this ain't about like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't look at women as like less than, and then I feel like the job is important, especially with like the attachment that they have to the baby. That's what make our women so important, especially to the movie. But
But check
as
this out. Check this out. Last night in my debate, I broke down what the definition of a species are. Now, this may help you understand. Now, a species is a group of living organisms. Your organism, I am, everything living. A group of living organisms consisting of similar individuals capable of exchanging genes or interbreeding. That's what a species are. So when I said
Hold on,
last night,
hold on, am
no,
I a living
listen, you
organism
said
or is my flesh a living organism?
brother, you are an
I mean,
organism.
we're
you're a living
multi-cell
organism
organisms
made out
that
of living
just
organisms.
follow.
So if my living organism dies, what happens with my consciousness?
Well,
That energy cannot be explained. Nobody has that
yeah,
knowledge.
yeah, I was about to say that we don't know,
So
Yeah,
you're
that
not.
energy can't be
So
and
there's no
and we
fact that
Bro,
you are a
we
living
said a
organism.
species is a
Your
group
yes,
of
body.
there
living
is.
organisms that's able to exchange. You said exchange what?
Genes and can interbreed.
Okay, so that is it more than one way to exchange genes?
Well, no. You're missing the point. What makes all right? What makes humans is the fact that we can interbreed with each other, and through that process of interbreeding, we can exchange
So
DNA
is
or
that the
genes.
only way to exchange genes?
Yes,
Yeah,
So you don't
that's
believe in horizontal gene transfer?
no, that's something different, brother. That's something different. No. That's
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 something
where
not
we
totally
get
different.
exchanging
like.
genes.
No, that's no.
I mean,
That's
it's
listen.
not a
You
total
talk about a
exchange of
single cell
genes like
organism.
two parents coming together and making a child.
Yeah,
Like
that's what we're
No,
horizontal
talking
the reason
gene
I'm
about.
asking
transfer
is
can
because
it got
your
levels.
definition said who can exchange genes, or you see what I'm saying? So to me, that sounds like two different paths.
No, it's
Oh,
not because the
okay, I
context
see
of
what you're
what
saying.
I'm saying this in is things that are able to pass off
No,
their
I know
genes
what
and
you said. You said things that can have sex and make a baby out of the same species.
right,
But the way the definition is titled, couldn't that say that things that you couldn't have babies with, but that you can transfer genes with or exchange genes with, they still in your species? Meaning, if your genes exchange with them and they died, they not in your species. Okay, but if your
right,
genes
right, right,
exchange with them and they live, aren't they of your species?
right.
So that means
Because
just not the that mean anything that you could transfer genes with.
right, right. So why
What?
what happens? Listen, what happens when you breed with a like if a woman slept with a dog? Nothing would happen.
Ain't
She
that
could breed with it.
horizontal genes
Listen,
transfer?
listen. If a woman has sex with a dog, they can interbreed, but they can't exchange genes. There would be no baby to come out of it. But two humans can do it, and a baby will come out of it. Two chimpanzees can do it, and a baby will come out of it. But if a human try to have sex with a chimpanzee, they can't exchange genes, so that makes them a different
So you said
species.
exchanging genes was a dog laying with a woman, right? He exchanged his genes, but he didn't procreate. He didn't have a baby.
But it's not. But listen, what the part you're missing is it's not a transfer or exchange of genes. If the sperm
If the sperm don't fertilize the egg, you saying it's
So
not
where
a
does the
gene exchange if he doesn't fertilize the egg?
hold on, I missed the last point. What'd you say?
I said you saying it's not a genes exchange if he doesn't fertilize the egg?
Right, because think about it. Hold on, we just talked about this. Now, in order for a baby to grow, that sperm has to hit that egg, and what happens? All of your genes, 50 you get. That's why you get 50% of your genes from your mother and 50% from your father, because once that sperm hits that egg, that's where life begins to grow. So if that exchange can never happen, then that means that we are of the same
Okay,
species.
so don't you recognize if a dude busting a girl and she don't get pregnant that they still exchange genes?
No, they did not.
Yes, they did. His
No, they
genes.
didn't, bro.
You don't. So his DNA ain't in her.
Yes, his DNA
So
is in
okay,
her,
that ain't
but
your genes in your DNA.
no, but that's not exchanging DNA, brother. That you just depositing DNA. That's not an exchange.
Okay,
You
he
could listen.
exchanged
You
DNA
could
with
listen.
her.
Listen. You could
Okay,
bust a
so
nut. Listen. You could bust a nut on the fucking wall, but that
okay,
doesn't
but
mean you and the wall exchange DNA.
because that's my point. Because he exchanged genes with her. She was wet. Her genes got in his pee hole, and when he busted her, his genes got in her vaginal wall. So that's an exchange.
No, it's not. Scientifically, brother, it's not. Rudimentary,
Scientific.
sure.
That's my point.
Okay, go
That
ahead
shit
with your
doesn't
point
make
there.
sense. It makes sense, and then it just doesn't make sense. It only makes sense when you're
Well,
standing
well,
on.
how does it make sense? Let's start with how does it make sense?
I mean, it makes sense when you standing on science and you looking at things from like their standpoint. But
So
like
what are you standing on then?
Hold on, we gotta start with
this
that.
is
Day. Who is?
this is what I mean. Like, have you ever yourself a fossil?
I don't know. You're
Hold
breaking
on,
up,
he
Say
bro.
that
yeah,
again, fam.
You ever
background.
yourself carbon dated a fossil?
No, I have not.
Do you know any black man in our community that had?
I
It's
don't
not
know any.
necessary to go that far,
No,
man.
he want to play games, so I'm gonna play
No,
with him.
no, just asking. Do you know anybody that had?
No, I don't know any black man that has done that. No.
I mean, like even like that you could Google. You know what I'm saying? In general. I don't mean like
Oh,
personally. I mean
of
like just
course,
in general.
of of course, brother. It's very very simple. Are you think? Do you think that white colleges are the only motherfuckers who got labs? Do you think the only place to go get a doctorate is from a
I
white
didn't
college?
I didn't
No, hold
say
on, no.
like places with labs.
But hold
We're
on,
talking
hear me out. I
about
know, brother. I know where you're going, and I'm just trying to cut
okay.
you off so to keep the minutia away. What I'm trying to
Okay.
say is, you could go to HBCUs all over the damn country, and you could get doctorates from them. You can get PhDs from those places.
I didn't say you can't.
Okay, so when you're asking me for
I'm talking
okay,
about
so listen.
I
So when you're asking me for a black man, when you asking me for a black man that's ever done it, do I know one per se? No,
this is the
but
problem.
every
Okay.
single year, people get masters, doctorates, and PhDs from HBCUs.
Okay. Listen to what I'm asking you again. When I like that's just like if we look at the white people who do it, right?
Right.
Immediately, if I Google that, they're going to be able to show me footage of them cutting our bones up, of them opening our text, all of these different things.
How does
Do
that
we
relate
have
to what we're
any?
talking about?
Do we have any black people that do that
Yes,
in,
once again,
like
if you
in
took
our
the
community?
time, if you took the time to become a paleontologist and get a master's or a PhD or a doctorate in paleontology, you now have the ability to do the same exact things. And on top of that, not only do you have the ability, you also have the credibility to do these things when you go do them.
Bro, I didn't ask you if you could do it. I'm saying, bro,
You
who, like, where, which one, which college could I, like, I know if I look up UCLA, I can actually see them with fossils of, of so-called dinosaurs and all of that type of stuff.
okay?
What historical black college can I look up and they got King Tut's casket, I mean, tomb, and they examining and carbon dating his bones. Where can I look that up at?
I don't know, brother. Have you tried Google?
Does it exist or not, bro?
Yes, it does exist.
He just said it
So
do,
we
and
have
people graduating with these kind of degrees.
yeah,
They look like you and me, bro.
people, but
Exactly. Like, what's the you
the
try? What
issue
you trying to say? What you trying
um,
to say? Hold on, hold on. Do you know? Do you know
people,
any mathematicians? Do you know any mathematician? Any black mathematicians?
yes, yes,
You
He gonna
you
turn it
do?
on him.
yes.
Okay, so name me one right now that you know.
My fourth grade teacher.
So he was a fucking mathematician teaching fourth grade. Okay, I'll take that.
It was
Well,
she.
then my mom and them was carbon dating doing mud pies.
It's like, come on, like you're being ridiculous, bro.
I'm
Listen,
really
my degree.
You cheating. You cheated with that teacher shit, bro. You cheated.
If
Cause a
that's if you
mathematician go farther than a school teacher,
you're
bro.
gonna
Yeah,
ask me,
they're not working at the school teacher
no,
level. Like, let's be honest. You don't go to school for 8 years to be a fucking fourth grade teacher.
I didn't, bro. I didn't say that. You're
Well, that's
talking
what you
about what you call
alluded
it,
to.
full lab.
Man, them
Like
motherfucking
when
college
you
degrees
ever
don't mean
see,
shit, man.
But you also
huh?
alluding to the fact that black people don't know how to carbon date
I said,
because he's
Exactly.
not bringing
I didn't say
like.
that.
But
I didn't say
I'm
that.
just
but that's what
asking
you
you this:
alluding
is
to.
a white man's 2 plus 2 5,
I did not
and
say
ours
that.
2 plus 2
I did not
4?
say that.
Like, I mean, it's
I said
still the same
we have
shit, bro.
Yes.
of examining these.
Still the
I didn't say that.
same tools.
They tell
I'm
us
just saying it's
that's just
still the
like,
same tools
oh,
used by the black paleontologist that's gonna be used by the white paleontologist. So to
oh,
make a big difference on, hey, we know we are conquered people at this point. So you're not gonna look up and see all the credits going to a black paleontologist. You're gonna look and Google the first thing you're gonna see real fast. You're gonna see some pale paleontologists. You feel me? So I get where you're going with that, but it don't disprove the evidence
but
that's
this is
there.
my
Like
point.
2 plus 2 is gonna
Them,
be 4, whether you
bro,
do it or a Caucasian do it.
that's 2 plus 2 equals 4, bro. This is
Oh, so
totally
you don't
different,
understand what goes into carbon dating because it's some math in that.
bro.
It's
No,
some,
bro, you missing the point. This is totally different. This is my point. If he act, that's just like if he asks me about God, the first thing he gonna do is prove him right now. Show it. Show that he exists. So this is my point. Now,
hold on, the Hebrews ain't did that yet.
hold on,
Exactly. Thank you,
my point,
brother.
brother. I didn't say I could, bro. That's not my point. My
Because we
point
know you can't.
is that's the type. I'm saying
We
that
can
that's
prove that there's carbon dating being done, whether it's by white
Exactly.
people, black
bro.
people,
And guess what?
yellow
If
people,
you go to
purple
school,
people.
listen. If you go to school tomorrow to learn how
You,
to do it, you can do it too.
I'm not asking you to prove whether it's done or not. I'm
So
asking about proof on the legitimacy of it. Like
what?
they get
I don't
At
believe
this
the
point,
carbon
bro, like
dating.
he
I don't
said,
believe the carbon dating.
unless you go to school to know exactly what it takes to do what these people
bro,
doing, you
they give you
can't
they give you a
disprove, but
certain
you can
time, right?
comprehend through
Right.
reading the
Say that.
No,
documentation,
I
bro.
just look, real
Hold on.
talk.
They'll say that what you call it got dates back to like 15,000 BC, such and such. Okay,
Um,
well, that's what he says. And all I hear is Negroes agreeing with what he said. But this is my point. Where is the evidence that we checked to see if it was actually 1500
Go
BC?
to an HBCU and see if they have a lab. See if they have paleontology studies. See if they have scientific studies there. That's all you have to do. And once
Said
you listen, hold on, wait. You're asking me a question. Once you go to that HBCU and see that they have different labs in a scientific wing, you ask those black people what are they studying and what's their proof. Because
bro,
black people can do the same fucking thing that white people can do. This is not 1920 no more. This shit
Hey,
is readily available to
outside the
everybody.
you. How accurate is carbon dating?
It's very accurate. And if you had something that was more accurate, it would have been introduced already. Not you per se, but if there was something that was more accurate, then it would have been demonstrated to be more accurate.
I'm gonna look it up so we can have accurate numbers, but I agree with the brother's statement though.
I
Because you talk about carbon dating, but you throw away the other 59 dating methods that's out there that are consistent with carbon
I
dating.
mean, any kind of dating. So, but this is my point. So we have so King Tut's King Tut's tomb or his body was examined at a historical black college. Is that
That's
what you telling?
that's not what I'm saying, and that's why you don't
That's
understand. Listen, that's why you don't.
my point.
Okay. Well, let me answer your question. That's why you don't understand science, because science, when you're talking about something being dated, it has to be able to be uh, um, the tests have to be able to be repeatable.
All right.
So if a white man went in there and did the test and said, okay, well, King Tut was 3,700 years ago, and then if a black man go in there and do the same fucking test, he got to get the same numbers, or that means carbon dating don't work. So if an
but
Asian if an Asian man going there does the same text, does the same test and he gets another number, then I mean it doesn't work. That's how it
but
works.
I agree that we need the whatever the fuck you want to call it, luxury privilege, be able to study this shit on our own. That's my stance.
But we
That's
do
But you
have the
know, bro,
privilege.
White people
that
Go
out
come
to
there
from
college.
application though.
Go to college and you can do the
all
same
going to
thing.
college, because even if you go to college, you still going to their institution, and when them numbers come up, they're gonna tell you, oh yeah, 2.4 mean 4.8. And then your ass sitting up here reading the same shit that they read. I want to be able to study this shit. I want to be able to come to the same conclusion at every level. Start off at the beginning.
But that's
Yeah.
science. If
That's
you
all
don't
I'm
come to
saying.
the
That's all
No,
I'm saying, bro.
science. See that's why I call you white. Science, not science. Science to us is spirituality, because we're natural. When you're not natural, you have to rely on science. I'm not saying science is bad, because now we're dumbed down to the point where science benefits us more than our natural abilities. So, but that shit ain't is not mystic or nothing like that, man. Like we could do that shit. We could do that
thank
shit.
you. Thank you
We could
for
do that shit.
thank you for demystifying it. And that's what
And
I'm
I'm
trying to
not,
tell the
and I'm
brother.
not
It's
saying
not mystic.
that we can't
But
do it.
I don't believe carbon dating is accurate.
I just
Okay,
want to.
well, show me otherwise. Like I
I've
don't get
seen
what you're
plenty of
saying.
times where they get two things right next to each other and they read different carbon dates.
Okay, well, if you stand right next to me, that doesn't make you my brother.
Man, I'm talking
Bro,
about carbon dating. It still mean we in the same time period, ain't it?
Well, no,
It
if your
still
bones
mean
are
we in the same time period, ain't it?
no, just because two things are sitting next to each other doesn't mean that they're in the same time period.
So you telling me that an olive pit get found, buried, unburied, another olive pit fall next to it, they get buried, and then they get discovered. You telling me that's what happened?
I mean, it's
not
just a
according to
way for
science.
archaeologists to
See, that's what I be talking
explain
about.
the
Not
way
according to
atoms
science.
decay, bro.
It's
You
crazy,
hear
bro.
me?
All
That's all that shit
what I
is.
get out of it is they read how much carbon is in the material.
Right.
And they
How
can
much?
trace that back to certain dates based off
Right.
no, they
other.
look at the half life. They look at the half life.
To determine how much the atoms have decayed. Like it's not
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
complicated. But
It's really
like
fucking
the brother
not.
said, and I think everybody's saying, you really gotta want to apply yourself to know this shit rather than just be like, well, shit, I don't know nothing about it. I don't trust it. Like that ain't the way to go
I'm
about it.
not
You feel
saying
me?
that. I
Actually,
can't.
Like
I'm not the one that's able to go and dig up King Tut's tomb and I want to examine and see in
And
carbon
guess
date.
and guess what? You
but
shouldn't.
you can't dig up none of the motherfucking Hebrews tombs. Like, bro, you gonna be
Bro,
coming for Tut? Like, for real. That's
bro,
vapors.
you
Like,
said
no,
you.
no.
First of all, my claim
King
was I
Tut
don't
is
have
traveling
access.
all around the world as we speak,
I don't
bro.
have
Quit
access.
playing.
That was the point I was making.
Listen.
I
I
don't know
don't
Okay.
why
get your point.
Listen.
whether
If
they
you was listen. If you was a
tie you back
paleontologist,
to Kimmy. You ain't got nothing that tie you back to Kimmy. Be 100.
Who
listen.
ain't
Hold
got
on.
nothing
Before
that
we go
tie me
there,
back to
wait.
Kimmy?
Let's not go
Hold on.
there.
Let me do this, Q. Let
Let's
me
not.
do this one
Oh.
time.
All
One
right. All
time.
right.
I
All
You
right.
from
got you. I got you. The same thing that tie you back to Hebrew is the same thing that tie me back to Kimmy. Guess what? My wife, we gonna have a baby through a midwife. Where that shit started at? We delivered Hebrews through midwife and where Egypt. So don't try to tell me we don't practice the shit of Kimmy still to this day. So with that being said, the same thing that tie me to Kimmy is the same thing that tie you to Hebrew to practice. You practice that shit, and I ain't gonna take that away from you. But you're not gonna sit here and act like when we got evidence of our shit, you gonna say, oh, well,
I
shit,
didn't
what
say
is carbon
I wasn't
date?
even
What is
you
saying
carbon date? And all the things that
that's the
proves
point.
our
I'm making.
people was
I
here.
say it's
Like we
less
writing off.
attaching people to Hebrews. It's more. We got more attached to Kimmy than people, because y'all don't practice the Bible. Y'all don't practice that shit. I'm looking
They
at
don't.
y'all like
They don't.
y'all speak it, but you ain't supposed to even be on this panel with us if you're a Hebrew. You know
How
what I'm
not?
saying?
But
Huh?
According,
we love you though. You
according to
welcome.
the New Testament. That's according to the
No.
New
No. 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 In the Old Testament, it says to separate yourself. So no, you're not supposed to be.
I'm about to say,
Stop playing.
man, that's been the name. That's been the first name. But I ain't getting into the whole Hebrew thing, because I'm talking to Blue. They jumping on them with the Hebrew boots. They jumping
Yeah,
on your Hebrew.
And I wasn't even getting into that. That wasn't even my point. My point was where is the Negroes at that's digging up his grave? Where are the Negroes at that are
Oh no, you know
doing?
that shit ain't taking over, man. You know, if we ain't got no military, we ain't going.
Listen,
And what
listen.
I'm
That's an
saying
easy.
is a
That's
lot of
an
this
easy answer.
information had to come through these HBCUs to get broken down. You got schools like Emory College, which are predominantly black, where they
Right.
had to break down a lot of this information, and a lot of the comedic information is held at this school.
Listen,
So
listen.
with that
Did
being
y'all
said, like
listen?
man,
Hey,
this
did
is
y'all see
old
that
news.
movie? Did y'all see that
Brother,
movie Hidden Figures with the black women that was with NASA that helped the spaceship
The
go up? Did y'all see?
mathematicians,
So where the
yes.
fuck did they go to school at? Did they go to Stanford or did they go to
bro,
HBCUs? Get
hold
the
on.
fuck out of here.
Hold on.
Y'all niggas talk
Did
crazy.
I say that number one, what I'm talking about has nothing to do with that system. This is my point. I'll say this once again. And when I said it the first time, he took it a whole nother way. This ain't got nothing to do with whether King Tut existed or not. The point is when white people want to find something and date something and do whatever, they can just go and dig it the fuck up. You can't do that.
Yes, you can if you have a paleontology degree. If you have a paleontology degree and you believe that there are bones at a certain site, you can go over there as long as you get
Dude, you
permission
know
from the.
damn well they go.
Listen,
If you sit up here and
listen,
just
listen, listen,
And
listen,
they
listen. Let
do
me
not
finish
have
my
off of
thought.
this bullshit because you get
No,
assigned, bro.
shit now,
no,
man.
What?
let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. If you have a paleontology degree and you get with the government and say, "Hey, I think we have old bones here, and I want to dig here," they're gonna give you probably like a 14-day pass to where you can dig. Now, when you if you find something, yes, it belongs to that government, but you fucking found it, and you get credit for finding it, and you become world renowned for finding the oldest bones wherever the fuck in that
And that's
region.
not far fetched though, because they let
But
you go to work
can
every
you
day and do shit for
oh
them,
my
but they
bad,
don't
And
bro.
want to
you go
do it.
and dig up Queen Nefertiti's body,
Hey, Blue.
say you're
Can
going to
you know? Can you make a fake Alexander the Great? Can you make a fake black Alexander the Great head and get it passed off as real?
Hold on, are y'all saying that as to write off what he just said? Are y'all saying it's not possible for somebody to get a degree
bro.
and
No,
do
I'm
what the
I
saying
didn't
that
government
say
white.
don't
I'm
want to
not. I'm
do?
not saying
you
that.
know
I'm
that.
saying that no matter what degree you get, white people control the evidence. They write the story, and when you find something that contradicts what they said, it's not gonna show up. By the time it show up, it ain't even gonna be nothing. It's gonna be just like we finding out the Cleopatra bust is fake. Just like we
That
finding out some of the mummies is fake. It don't matter no
listen.
more.
If you go right now and you look up who found what bones, it's gonna say the exact same thing for every single bones that are found. It's gonna say the date that it was found, and it's gonna tell you who are the people that found it, and then it's
And
gonna
you're
tell
not
you
gonna
what
find it in the alternative
Bro,
news, which is the media, Fox and all
Bro,
the
y'all
CNNs.
exactly.
You
Go
gotta
ran,
to go
really
to
look
go to
this shit up like patents.
nationalgeographic.com. Go to science.com.
man.
Go to
Talking
britannica.com.
about
These are
random
websites
bones.
niggas don't frequent. Oh,
See,
you
y'all
found it.
talking about random bones again, and you dig up one of these greats and say they when they want to find out something, they will go and dig you up out of the grave and take their land. Not you digging, finding some bones and saying, "Hey, I found some bones. Check this out and see if it's okay and this and that."
Well,
Can
see,
you go? You know what?
yes, brother. If I had a paleontology degree, I could go anywhere in the world with the permission of the government and dig on a site if I believe that there are
With
ancient
the
bones
what?
there.
Cause these bones actually exist.
Keep saying that you can go and dig and find ancient bones. I'm talking about what you do know is there. Not you just going on a wild goose chase. What you do know is there. Will they allow you to take that with you back to your own personal lab where we can
No,
show them that
no, no, it doesn't. No, it
no,
doesn't
no,
work
no.
like
What y'all
that,
saying?
bro.
Is what he's saying
it
is
works
that
like that for them?
if you go through the right means, you'll
Right,
find yourself digging up bones.
right.
If that's where your heart is at. What Blue is saying is that they have more control and creativity than just going to dig up bones and shit. He said, "Can you go? I want to go investigate King Tut bones. Hand them over, please. Like you getting nailed. You know what I'm
If
saying? To
you
the
got the degree, they gotta give you that though. They gotta give you that.
But hold on, but
They
hold on.
do.
Why
Well,
should
why
they?
all the Well, go back through all the Negroes y'all said got that degree. Why don't
Who
none
we
of them
say
have
got it? Who we say got it? Cause here you go, keep
Hold
the
moving the
on, hold on, hold on.
goalposts
Wait,
again.
hold on. Let me get him. Hold on, wait. Let me get him. What you don't understand about science is that if I'm a fucking scientist and I see that this shit has been peer reviewed and
Peer review.
it's been tested 10 times, and all of these 10 scientists come up with the same thing, why in the fuck would I go over there and try to test those same bones just because I'm black?
kidding me. Why wouldn't I? Nigga, are you serious? So
Brother,
you
what you
oh my
oh
god,
my
bro,
god.
this is
Dog, have
ridiculous.
you ever listen,
Why
go to
wouldn't
Nick.
you want to do the work yourself? Why would you?
Because what you don't understand is when you listen, when you go
If
to Botanica
you want me to jump off a bridge, I'm not gonna
listen,
just jump off the bridge because goddamn they jumped off of it and signed it off as it was okay. Nigga, I'm finna
no,
investigate.
no, that's not. That's listen. That's not how it works,
But you
brother.
talking
Because
though, bro? We the first black men to have some brains out here. We not the first
yeah,
scientifically thinking men. Like we had scientists. What? I'll just skip right over Benjamin Banneker and all these motherfuckers. Like what the fuck? Like
What
Booker T, that
what
nigga owned the whole fucking school. You
bodies
think
came
they didn't
back?
have no laboratory in there, bro? We been doing this. We came up with the science and the
What
mathematicians.
bodies
So if
came
a
back?
nigga can't sit down and look at analysis and figure out the difference between what would add up and what wouldn't add up until you get them papers. Like I said, bro, if you really want to know this type of shit, you would
go
actually have
study
to
it.
go to school, like bro said, get that degree. They can't deny you at that point. It's like being in the
Exactly,
NBA, bro. You make it
exactly.
to where you get to play, my nigga. So now you get to go in the
They
laboratory. Your
can't deny
your work get peer reviewed, just
they're
like
missing the point.
everybody else shit, bro.
Exactly,
It's-
exactly. That's
So hold on. So you telling me we got all these historical black colleges with labs, and you telling me ain't none of them ever thought like, hey,
I'm telling you, you ain't never thought to look at none of their information.
we
I can
African.
tell.
Hold on. All of these historical black colleges, they like, man, we African. Really, King Tut is our bones. Really, those bones are ours. We
you
want
know
to
what's
take them back to our lab, and we want to examine them here. Like you would
you
take them to UCLA. Like you
you
would
know what's
take
so
them to
funny.
Harvard. Like
You
you
know
would
what's so
take them to
funny.
Yale. Why
You
we
know what
can't do? Where is that happening at? Show me that
you know what's so funny
process.
that you know what's so funny that when they find bones somewhere in Africa,
Damn
listen.
about.
You know what's so funny that when they find the oldest bones in Africa, you don't have Asians saying, "Well, we need to study that shit too." Why? Because they don't fucking because they understand how science
Sure.
works. Listen,
Right.
stop, brother,
Scientific
stop,
method is scientific method, no
Are you
matter who
sure?
use it.
You sure
No
they're
matter
not
who you use it.
brother. What I'm trying to tell you is, if you go to these different
the
sites,
whole DNA is found
listen,
in South Carolina. That
listen.
predate
All right,
well.
all right. Listen, but the point is bigger than that. The point that I'm trying to make is that you have the ability to do it. If you discover some shit,
Bro, you keep talking about me as an end. Why has it not been done?
Give
it
us
has
the
been done.
clinical name for that DNA in South Carolina. 'Cause I guarantee you go back to Africa somewhere. But go
Of
ahead.
course.
No, it actually doesn't.
All right, give us the clinical name and we'll see what it comes back as. See, that's the thing with science. We can do an analysis. And oh,
Exactly.
okay, that's the number
You
that they
can't do it.
associate with the marker for somewhere in
You
Africa.
can't do an analysis.
I can
You
comprehend
are
very
putting
well.
information into something
Scientists leave
and
behind analysis
the
of
analysis.
their laboratory work.
Stop it. You don't have
Scientific
lab.
method is look,
You
bruh.
don't even have a
You can't
microscope
speak
or a
for my
telescope.
brain because your Hebrew
Nothing
brain doesn't
about
allow you to step
that.
outside the Bible.
Stop it.
There
That's
is
really
no
what it
scientific
is.
equations in
You
the
even
Bible. So I wouldn't expect for you to get the
binoculars.
fact that I said I can look at analysis and comprehend, which means, nigga, you can use your eyeballs and comprehend some simple ass shit like numbers and words that are being phrased in a certain way. So if you can't do that, that's on you, kinfolk, not me.
Hey, check this
You
out. Check
can't
this out
speak
real
for me
quick.
though.
Check this out real quick.
You rather
I went
the
Hey,
car off
listen. I went to nature.com, right? I went to nature.com and then I clicked on research. And I just picked a random uh um a journal. I picked a random journal. So now it tells you who are the people that wrote the journal. And this is what the topic is. It says a metabolite derived protein modification integrates glycosis with KEAP1 dash NRF2 signaling. Now, This shit tells you the fucking process that they fucking use to do this shit. So this shit is not hidden how you think it's hidden.
It's all
You
about
could go
comprehension.
exactly, and if you don't know where to go to get the information, then you just don't know and you're ignorant of it. But I'm telling you, if I was a scientist right now, this shit says mechanisms that integrate the metabolic state of a cell with regulatory pathways are necessary to maintain cellular homeostasis. Endogenous intrinsically reactive metabolites can form functional. Now, if you don't know what 10 out of those 20 words mean, then you don't know
Just
what the
look
fuck
it
you
up.
talking.
bro,
Ex- ex-
bro.
Just look it up. Cause
Yeah,
to sit here and
you just
ignore
made
what
my.
this brother just said
You
is the
just want.
root of
You just
ignorance. You feel me? Keep
made
going
my
with your
point.
ignorance.
Exactly what you just did. You went to Google for your evidence.
No, I didn't. I went
My
to
point.
nature.com. No, I specifically
Where's
typed
the
Even
in
if
nature.
he did, I said look it
evidence?
up. So shit, wherever you find some
Bro,
information that you ain't gonna
that,
find in the Hebrew
but what
Torah
I'm saying,
is
bro, you know
good.
Listen,
where the information came from, man.
listen. You know what? In order for you to access the full
Give me a
journals that
scientific equation in the
listen,
Torah.
check this out. If you want to access the full journals just for 1 year, guess how much it costs? These scientific journals,
$20.
these these shits are $200 a fucking year just to access these shit. So they don't want dumb niggas fucking with it and manipulating the information.
Not even
So
just
it's
that, you got to be willing to invest in this type of shit. You can't
exactly.
just say because I don't have a clue about it, it can't be real. Like you got to have
I
some
didn't
kind of
say I
information about
never
this shit,
see
bro.
y'all
Then
being
You
to
you
disprove it.
have listen. You have no idea. You have no idea what a metabolite
strong
is. You have
argument.
hold on. Listen,
Hey,
listen.
I didn't
You
say it
have
was false. I didn't. It could damn well be true. My point was, where's the evidence where we, one of these
So you
historical,
saying we just popped on the scene? We know we're in history, right? Is what you
we
saying?
have, huh?
so black scientists, Asian scientists, East Indian scientists are just following this
Um,
fucking science for no reason.
nigga, they do it on all the other shit. I mean, come
And you
on, bro.
speaking as though, we just the Johnny come latelys. Like we want the first scientists or
Oh, I did not.
mathematicians. Like
If I
Oh,
went to if I went to school for
okay,
10
so how
years,
they just reinvent the wheel and come up with a whole new science then,
and
bruh? If we
saying,
created this shit to begin with. So they just took our shit and just watered it down so far
I don't
that
listen.
you could just
And you
make up shit
mentioned
as
that
you go now. Like,
do
no,
you
bruh,
how
do
you
you
can't do that.
hey do you know what a metabolite is?
do
Do you
you
know what
have a
a
microscope
do
or
you
a
know
telescope?
do you know what a metabolite is?
Yes, we own telescopes.
Do
Do you
you
have any of that right
do you hold on,
Yes,
say that
we
again?
own telescopes. Like that's so late.
You could go to
now?
Walmart.
Joe,
You can go to Walmart and get a telescope.
you have any of those right now? Any of them
So the
right now?
better question is, do you have it? Because you over here down playing science, and you probably don't have no scientific tools to
I'm playing
disprove
side.
any of it.
I didn't. I. This was my point. Where, when have we ever had a chance to disprove any of it? You're telling me we don't need to because they.
We've had
they
HBCU since the
no, you just told
1900s.
me. No, you just
And
told
I
me.
had science projects by way of my
You
mother
just told
since
me. Why would we
6 years
invest?
old doing
You
science
just told me.
equations, looking at
Why?
hypotheses, and
Hold on,
going
one at a
through
time,
with to
one at a
see if my
time, one at a time, one
hypothesis
at
is
a time.
real,
We don't want
bro.
to get crazy. We don't want to get crazy. One at a time.
No,
We don't want to
man,
mess up
I
the stream.
mean, it's already crazy, but go ahead.
you man, you just said that that there is no. Well, hold up. You said that 10 out of, man. I forgot. I forgot. Go ahead.
All right, what I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
is this. Let me ask you. I'm about to
Go
ask you.
back to what you said. What
I'm
was
a,
you saying?
hold on. Let me just ask this real quick so the brother can understand the point. Real quick, I'm gonna ask you three quick questions, and I want you to say yes or no. Do you know what a metabolite is?
No.
Yeah.
You do?
Yes. Go
Okay,
ahead.
cool. Do you know what glycosis is?
Yes.
Do you know what glycosis is with KEAP1 and NRF2? Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, do you understand endogenous,
That's
what that
four
is?
questions.
Okay, my bad. Okay, so now the two that you don't understand, which is glycosis, the KEAP1, NRF2, what do you have to do to figure out what it is?
Google it.
That would be the easiest way.
Which is my exact point.
My bad, I missed your
What
point.
is
I
that
said
point? We in the Aquarius age. You should be able to Google it.
if you don't if you the
Yeah.
two that you don't know, What do you have to do,
Y'all still not getting the point, man. Yeah,
brother? Hold
y'all.
on, just let me make my point, and then you can go ahead.
you can't downplay Google shit, man. Because
I
Hold
ain't.
on, but
You
hold
can't
on.
make
This
numbers racist.
this
it's the way to
I'm
find
down.
out that shit is
hold
right.
on. Let me finish. Wait, let me just finish my questioning. So if you
Go ahead.
don't know what if you don't know what glycosis is and KAP1 and NRF2 is, what do you have to do to find out what it is?
Ask you.
I would have to ask,
Okay, you would have to
or
ask
or
somebody or
I would
research it, right?
way if I had the access
You
to.
would have to research it.
I mean,
Okay,
of course.
all right. So if you once you research these things, now you know what the fuck the article is talking about. So if you're a scientist, you can say, "Hold on, glycosis doesn't do that." And then what you can do is you can write a journal disproving that shit, and they'll take that down. This is how the shit works, bro.
That's
True.
This is this is
that's.
science.
I
This
didn't
True.
ain't no
say that
So
fucking
if
it
they
doesn't,
Bible,
disprove
brother.
all the shit they
I didn't
saying
say that
about
it doesn't work like.
paleontology, go on and get on one of the
It doesn't
sites.
work like that. Y'all talking about stuff that we had access to. I'm
we
talking
have
about.
access to this. I just gave you
Oh,
access to glycosis and KEAP1, and you don't know what it
I,
is. So in order to
I
figure
just
it out, you go research it.
I just told that has nothing to do with my point, whether I know what something is or not. I never was saying that the shit was wrong. You still missing my point. My point is when have we really checked any of their information? You
Since
told me there's no need to because they've already done it 10 times. And I'm
since
telling you,
eight
enemy.
since
So
since
why
since the since the oldest HCBU, which is approximately around like 1880 or 1890, you would probably have to fact check me on that. But that's in this country, America, that's the farthest that we've been doing scientific studies, that we've been teaching people everything since that time. What the fuck people go to
Man, hold
college
on.
for?
okay, I'll say this.
What was the main thing of this conversation? What the fuck are we talking about? We got all the way over here.
Cause man, hold on, cause we done got to the point that math and science is racist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Like
cause
it don't belong to the white
outside
man.
of what Francis Chris
I
was
did
trying to
not
teach us
say that.
about, hold on, family, hold on. Outside of what Francis Chris was trying to teach us about, when they was grading kids in a certain way, you feel me? She went, man. Our ancestors weren't trying to tell us education was just total bullshit. Like numbers
Right.
can't be racist. You know what I'm saying? The thing about science, me and Brooke can have a hypothesis, right? And we can say this shit gonna go a certain way. Now, when we go through with our laboratory equations and to see if it turn out that way, by the time we get to the end, our hypothesis may be wrong, what we assume may happen. You feel me?
Right.
And everybody can turn around and do the same, go through the same
Exactly.
functions to see if we did that shit right. This is not
Exactly.
no, you know what I'm saying? So I
Oh,
understand how they done took. Hold on, I understand how they took some sciences and turned around and manipulated that shit to as to say, oh, black people are less than when they took the evolutionary theory as to say white people are the new creatures, which are the better creation.
But true
See what I'm
science
saying?
disproves, but
That's
true
what she
science
was talking
disproves
about.
that. But true science disproves
Yeah,
that
yeah,
white
true
people are
science.
greater than
Once
black
you go
people.
through the equations, you feel me?
It
But
disproves
you
that
got to
shit.
be a scientist yourself and go through that shit. You can't just be standing
Because
on the sideline like, I hear what they saying. I'm not gonna try to go through the scientific method to see if it's right. Go
because
through it
guess,
and
bro,
see if these go
bro,
because
one
guess
by
what?
one though.
When you
relevant.
deal with when you deal with true science, guess
It
what it
ain't
says? It said
irrelevant, bro. You just
when you
don't
when
want to
you
open your mind
Y'all
and try
missing
to do
my point,
nothing but
though.
crack a Bible, bro.
Y'all missing that point. Y'all missing my point. To know it's irrelevant because I mean, what
We
I'm
hear
not even.
your point. You trying to say we so conquered as a people, we don't know how to add, we don't know how to comprehend, we don't know
You're
how to use scientific
not
method.
saying that,
That's
bro.
what you trying to say, bro.
I didn't say that one time, bro.
but
My
that's
point
what you're
is,
You
alluding
keep
to.
going back to we can't do it ourselves.
is
Niggas
my
can
point, bro.
add,
Like,
niggas can do
bro,
scientific method.
hold on, man. Because you just
Man, bro, you done said the
jumped,
same
bro, and
thing
I
a
ain't even
thousand
saying
times,
none
just
of that
like the
stuff that
preacher.
you're
So
saying.
go on and say
I
it
ain't
again.
saying none of the stuff
Go
that
on
you're
and say
saying.
it again. Go
Like,
on and
one
say it
time we
again.
showed science. I didn't say one time science was done. I didn't even much say that you were wrong. I never said that. I
But you're
You
never
said
said
we can't
questioning,
do it ourselves.
but you're questioning the premise in the science itself. Why are you
that, but
questioning the science? Oh, why are you
I,
questioning the science when you're not willing to go get a degree to say that this shit is
Right.
false? If
And
you're not
said
willing
other
to go
brothers
get
and
the,
sisters ain't did it themselves.
hey,
Like,
hey,
what
like
is you
that
talking
sister,
about?
like that sister off of Sidetta, Dr. Mayat. Now, how in the fuck can you look at that sister who went to school for like 6, 7 years and got a goddamn doctorate and
And his
then want to
sisters
say
and brothers graduating every day.
every
Nigga, this
fucking
son finna
day?
graduate now. What is you talking
Point.
about?
I just told that doesn't matter. Like,
I
dang,
guess it
Hold
don't
up.
matter because they,
Let me,
they went through that for nothing. Because
bro.
they know
Right.
something you don't.
That's
nah,
not
hold
my
up.
not my point, bro. My point
Hold on,
is,
hold on, hold on. Let school say something. Let
I
school say something.
guarantee, I
Let's go.
guarantee Dr. I want more access than what she got right now. I guarantee it. You can't tell me she don't
All right,
want more access.
hold up, Blue. Yeah. Let me say, I think I agree with the brother Blue on this point because what y'all saying is go to school and learn it, right? But the thing is, who controls what you're learning? And you can I could set up a learning system, and you can graduate under the indoctrination that I give you. You understand what I'm saying? And you calling this indoctrination fact?
But guess what's gonna happen though? When if I learn up under you and I try to go through the scientific method to try to get the same process as somebody else, I'm gonna fail.
Okay,
If
yeah,
you
but who is doing that? The thing is, if you live in a system that controls the information, anybody who finds that failure is not going to be published and not going to be put in these schools to do that.
hold on, say that again.
Say you find if you do the scientific method and you find out that what you found with and that what your system is teaching is not the truth. No, they're not gonna. The system is not gonna put you in power to teach this because
Thank
they have an
you.
agenda to push what they want to push.
Thank you. So if your shit is not true, why in the fuck should people be following you if your if the science that if the research that you're doing is not garnering anything? So why the fuck should you have people following you?
That's not what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
and that's
That's
what Blue is
like
saying.
That
I heard
ain't
it out.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying. What he's trying to do is he's trying to indict. He's trying to indict education
learning
is
on
what he's
all
trying to
levels.
do.
We just was like, you
I didn't
can't dog
indict
summer.
anybody. I didn't indict anybody.
No,
My point was
you were trying to, but you failed.
a great point. What Dr. Mahat said.
What he said.
I did with Dr. Mahat. You telling me that Dr. Mahat don't want more access to do more with all of the accomplishments that she had.
I
No,
can't deny
You
she
telling me
might
what
she might
you're
want to
trying to
do
do
more.
is you're trying to look at science and saying, well, it's minuscule because black people are not doing it. Which you have no proof to show that black people are not in these same trenches with paleontologists and archaeologists doing the same fucking thing. That's what you're not doing. Like my debate last night,
Right.
the brother
okay,
came with no fucking information, with no proof,
that's just
and
like when
you're
they find
making.
burial
Hold
grounds,
on,
right?
hold on. You're making
Old
claims.
burial grounds. Are they going to allow a historical black college over
Nigga,
the white
listen, you
traditional
moving the fucking goalposts because listen, you're
historical?
moving. You moving the goalposts because if I give you 10 people right now that are currently excavating in Africa, you're gonna be like, well, what are the people that's excavating in South Africa? What are the people excavating in Zimbabwe? Like, get the fuck
No,
out of here, man. That shit don't
I'm
work for me,
not
bro.
talking
All
about
he trying to say is
in
math
control.
is always gonna be math.
You,
Comprehension of that math
Thank
is
you.
gonna always be
I'm
comprehension.
missing the whole control
Hey,
aspect.
If
brother,
We
Yeah.
what the
know
white
about the
man is doing
control
is wrong,
aspect, but we ain't got our data to keep talking about no crackers, bruh.
get back to
if
your
the
Like,
get
for
white
back
man
to
real
your
though,
mic, go
if
for
fast.
what the
real
white man
though,
is doing is wrong, go disprove it. If what the
that's why
white
you
man is
can't
doing is
deal with
wrong, go
math and
disprove it.
science. Cause you too
Yeah,
busy
but the thing,
dealing with his ass. He don't deal with that shit. I
Y'all
know.
missing the whole
yeah,
point.
no, you're missing the point because what he's not saying math ain't nothing. Math is math, right?
That's
Science
what
is
we
science.
dealing with when we say science. Just math
Yeah,
and science. We not dealing with the spin off of what they do when they get
He's talking about who
they
control
end
it.
goal. We not
He's talking
yeah.
about
doing
who
that.
control it. Well, how about you go to school and study this shit and tell the white man that he's wrong? If you're not willing to do that, I gotta say it plain. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Not even just that, man. If my white teacher tell me 2 + 2 = 5, and I sit down and I add it up and it don't equal that, I don't gotta sit here and argue with him and
Right.
hope he publish that. I teach my children. And
Exactly.
that's what our people been
Exactly.
doing. We've been
But
having conscious people teaching forever, bro. This oldest 80, 90 years old, that's been giving us this information. We don't got to reinvent the wheel. Now, when you say
Giving us what
ABCs,
information?
Bruh,
Gave us
the
what
information
information?
that I'm talking about right now, the
What?
fact that
Which is
black
what?
people been knowing science, we been knowing how to prove who
Did
we
I say that
was
we didn't?
before we was
When did
conquering
I say that we
kings.
didn't know science? You keep making that same
I didn't
crazy
say
ass
you
argument,
did.
bro.
Did say
You
you did.
obviously you keep pinning that on me. You keep
Obviously, hit dog holler.
I know
Obviously, you
the
did.
white man was wrong.
Obviously, you did.
Oh
Obviously,
man.
you did. Is that what you want to do? Like, bro, chill. If you
He just
didn't, so let me keep moving.
I told that I said the white man
You stay
was
my
wrong.
premise. Everybody know yours.
Say that. I ain't say
I'm
that one
stating
time.
my premise. You done?
I didn't say Q was wrong. I didn't say anybody was wrong.
Did
Y'all
I
keep
say you
talking on
was
that
wrong?
level, bruh. All y'all
Did
talking
I
about
say
is your
you was
individual.
wrong? The brother asked what we were standing on. I said my premise simply is I'm not saying that black people can't comprehend science and math. All I'm saying is if we stick with the basics, science and math, we can figure out the same answers or we can figure out differently, but it don't matter if they publish that shit or not. I'm not dealing with the fact that the conquered mind state, because we'll never be trying to figure out nothing. Oh, we ain't no use in figuring it out. They not gonna publish it. Look, bro, our people been discussing our information, been giving
Yeah.
us the truth. Are we gonna keep worrying about what they doing, or we gonna, hey, look, bro, this what we know. This what we know about us.
Yeah, you right.
I don't
Listen,
care if they publish
listen.
it or not.
Yeah, you right. You 100% right. The thing is, when but the difference is you keep saying, well, go to school to find it. And what I'm saying is let's keep it real simple, right?
Kinfolk,
In any
I'm gonna
school,
let
they
you
hold
finish,
on.
but I said go to school because he was sitting there saying, "How can you figure it out and be next to these people?" Only way you're gonna be next to these people if you go to school like these people you see in these pictures or whatever he was hypothetically
When did
talking
I
about.
say that?
I ain't
I
saying
never
black. Like I
said that.
said, black people can comprehend math and science whether they went to
I
school
never
just for
even said
fourth
that.
grade or they went to go get doctorates. I'm not saying school
I
is the
never
end
said
all
black.
be all
I never
because
said
I'm
All
anything
right,
self
was
taught
done.
let me
myself.
let
I
school
never
at. I want
said
to say this though.
science.
What I get from what Blue saying is this. I know that stats are interpreted. You could do the math, you could do the research, but I know that shit is interpreted. What he said is he don't trust the systems that this very right research that can be done by many black people. He don't trust the systems that they go through. We saying that
Why?
we have a lot of opportunities for blacks to do stuff, but the basis of it is on white, you know what I'm saying, understanding.
Okay,
And
point out those systems because we pointed out the systems we dealing with. I don't know
okay,
what
but I'll say
hypothetical
it like the
systems he
school
They
talking
system.
can
about.
dig your
Any
body up
school,
and take it to their lab. You can't.
I'm saying even deeper than that. Even if you own the lab, this is what I'm telling you. When you get certain results, there's a scale that you use to determine. We didn't create that scale. Not saying the scale is wrong, but we need the right to have the ability to
Test it.
comprehend.
That's
To
all I'm
say we
saying.
didn't create the
I don't
scale,
want no
go
white
right back
person
into who the
interfering at no
origins of.
point. I don't want you helping me dig it up. I don't need you at the school. I don't need you
That
at the
is,
lab. I don't need you when we take
but
that
why
shit.
you don't think that's possible though? Like, what's so
How we
hard
I
keep
that
didn't
y'all
on
say
don't?
saying
we
we
no
not
no
the
no. Now you
creators of
missed the
science and
conversation.
math though?
We
Like
not
we
only do
keep
we
saying it.
it's possible, but we want to see it. School, what you wanted to say? That's it. I just
Go
didn't
ahead,
want Blue
school.
to get painted like he was saying like black people are retarded. You know what I'm
Hey, but
saying? But we,
Suave, how we
hold on,
keep
it
getting
just
away
dropped
from the
everybody.
fact if we not the creators of them scales, bruh, that's like saying we not the creators of science and math. Like, you
Absolutely.
can't. You feel me? We
Absolutely.
created that shit,
Absolutely.
so no matter how much they dilute it, if we go through the steps, we can figure out where they fucked up at. That's all I'm saying. Whether
Yeah.
you a
True.
doctorate or you a nigga
True.
off the street that really want to know. What school
Yeah.
go?
But we gotta do research ourselves. School, what's up, man? What you want to say,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah. No, I want to hold on. Ay, hold
I
on,
got
man.
knocked off. My bad. I got
No,
knocked
I just
off.
want
Everybody,
I want to keep it all the way simple though. And
Let's
for
go.
instance, let's take something like 9/11, right? You can't go to
Yeah.
no school and say that your government did 9/11 and learn about no your government doing 9/11 because they control the information. You understand what I'm saying?
oh
And
boy.
Oh,
so
or go and
listen,
dig up the bones of
Hold
them
on, hold on,
victims.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Let them
hold
talk.
on,
School,
Y'all
let me
hit the
finish.
mute.
got
Yeah,
it.
let him
Hey, let
finish.
them.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
No, do you deny
So
that they control the information?
So this is what I'm saying. So when anybody bringing the scientific research from any type of system, right? You have to believe in that system.
Nope.
No,
No,
So you saying, for instance, you say you believe in evolution, right?
no, I don't. I know evolution to be a fact.
Okay, and what system did you go through to prove that?
The scientific method.
What's the scientific method?
Well, if you don't know the scientific method
No,
by
I'm asking
now,
you what the scientific method is.
all right,
He
hold on.
read the research of
Let
other
me
people who did the
let me
scientific method.
let me just give you a definition of what a scientific method
No,
is.
no, no, no. I want it off the top of your
He
dome.
researched the
All right, all
results
right,
of other
all right,
people.
all right. All right. I put my phone in my pocket. I ain't even looking at it. The
No,
scientific method.
Suave already said it.
That's
What did
how
he say?
you studied the results of other people's research who went through the scientific methods.
Oh well, yeah. Well, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the actual scientific method is just a hypothesis and testing that
Systematic
hypothesis.
observation.
Yeah, basic. So what I'm saying is you didn't go through any of those tests. You're putting belief in another's test.
No, I'm not. I'm putting confidence in it. It is, but see what you have to understand is I'm not putting blind faith as what Hebrews do. They believe in this God that's never fucking came down and never smoked in no goddamn body. It's totally different because the reason why I have confidence in the scientific method, in the evidence, is because it's been repeated at least 10 fucking times before they gave it out to the public. So it's totally different.
Your mic
Yeah, that's
on.
what I'm saying.
Power to the people. Huey, your mic on. I
Hold
mean,
on. Hold on.
Ah!
Finish up, school. I want to hear where you're going with this.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we could say
That
officials out
man
in New
said
York.
power to the people.
Hold on,
We
wait,
could,
let
we
him
could
finish. I want to see where he going with it. Let him finish.
no, and that's what I'm saying. You saying it's been repeated by other people. So that's
Right.
like me saying other people have reported 9/11 was done by Arabs. But if you truly do your own research, you will see that's not the case. You
Okay,
understand
well,
what I'm saying?
oh,
But
good.
you
Well, let me
cannot
show you.
find that. Hold on. Let me finish. But you cannot find that information in any school of the system that controls the information.
Okay, well, let me show you how it's different when you're talking about scientific evidence. With scientific evidence, you don't have to go to these different hallways and back ways and back alleys to find that information. The shit is right there in front of your face. So what you're talking about is a conspiracy theory. What I'm
hey,
talking about is
Q,
scientific
you
evidence.
know what you're doing, Q? You
What am
leaning
I
on
doing?
understanding.
That boy went Sunday Christian on me. Yeah, damn. No, listen. What I'm trying to tell you is this: when you talk about the Twin Towers and them falling and all of that kind of stuff, you have to go to back channels and alleyways to find out that information because the average American does not know that. I do believe that Arabs did it and the American government did it, but it's just a conspiracy theory. But when we're talking about the Lucy bones and Audi that was found in Ethiopia, when we look at that shit, that ain't no fucking conspiracy theory. That shit has been tested and the evidence is there. Now, guess what? If I want to test it myself, guess what I have to do? I have to go to school for about 6 years, and then after that, I have to work with some other paleontologists to make a name for myself and show some credibility. And then
He
I can
don't
say, well,
do
you know
that.
what?
Not
But
at
hold on,
all.
wait, hold on. And then I have to hypothesize why I think that it's wrong.
Man,
And once I
Lucy
Not
don't
at
mean
all.
apes,
hold
man.
on, wait, hold on. But
Hey,
once
pull up panel.
can I finish
Hey,
my thought? Can I finish my thought?
Half of it.
Okay, well, I gave you the other half because I already gave you the first half. So what I have to do is I have to go and then say, hey, well, you know what? I don't think that this is right. So I have to give a hypothesis on why I think that it's wrong, and then I'll be able to test those same bones. And if I come up with a different conclusion, then that brings up what? That brings up an argument that scientists could talk about, and then we would further go into it to find out more of why I came up with something different than they came up with. But
Yes,
so
no,
what?
I agree.
So why
No,
did you
I
say I
agree.
was wrong in the first place? Then if you
No,
didn't hear the whole matter.
no, no. What I'm saying, no, I agree with you. But the thing is, your findings will never be published in the schools of America.
Wrong, wrong
Okay. All right.
again.
I
Wrong
mean,
again.
I get what school understand is saying, but that's for political reasons because they want to not pass that
Right,
down to their
right.
children.
Yeah, yeah.
But we
If you
also
talk
got
about,
the right to teach your own kids. There's such thing as
Yeah,
homeschooling, as well as when your kids get out of school, you tell them the real story. You
listen,
yeah.
feel
That's
me?
what
But if we
but
keep
see,
painting
even
this
better than
picture
that,
like these
even better than
motherfuckers
that,
is
we live in an age to where you could go to nature.com and find all scientific journals that are on record today that people are posting. So if I find something tomorrow that is a bone that's 1 million years old, I can post my journal and say how I got it, how I came to that conclusion, and the reason for that. But for the average person, you better pay $200 a year to get the information. But you know what I'm saying? That's just what
That's
it
how
is.
they know. That's how they know to come get your ass. Post you found a 2,000-year-old bone on that motherfucker you want to.
You
That shit
can't
is too
post
much.
it.
Don't get
You
your
can
ass
listen. You listen. You can't post it because before you go digging, you have to get permission from the government because it belongs to them. It's their land, so they're allowing you to dig on their land. So, but by you saying like, "Oh, the white man running and all this shit," no, it's just proper channels that you have to go to. I don't give a fuck if I go to Ghana, Zimbabwe, or South Africa. I got to go
nah.
through
You can't
black people.
overlook that shit, Q. But we
No,
just
no, no, no,
can't
no, no,
harbor
no,
on that
no,
shit
no,
though.
no, no. What I'm saying
Like,
is, if I no, what I'm saying is, if I go to Ghana or if I go to Zimbabwe, I'm not going through white people to get my shit
oh yeah.
a peer review. I'm going through. That's a black government. So don't tell me no shit about crackers running this or
Oh
running that.
yeah, that's what
I'm
I was
going.
saying. Like it's political. You feel me? Wherever you at, based on the motherfuckers that's in charge there, shit. Of course, that's how it's gonna be. But it still don't stop us from using our own brains and intellect. You know what I'm saying? To do what the fuck we gotta do to figure out where the fuck we came from or have some sense of identity. Cause lacking this identity, shit, it's hard to figure out anything, bro. You don't know where you starting from.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
Yo,
I
yo,
want
can I chime in real quick, man?
speak
go
your
ahead,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, yeah, bro. New on the panel. Let him get in real quick, Blue. Then you can
Okay,
go
Peace,
right
wait,
family,
after
I
him.
mean,
peace,
hold
peace
on.
to y'all, brothers. I've been watching y'all for a minute, man, and I've been trying to get in, man. And it's an honor to be out here with y'all intelligent brothers,
Peace,
out here
family.
seeing
Peace.
y'all ways and
Yo,
point of
yo, man,
views.
are you kicking me out, bro? Because I got kicked out like twice.
Hell no, they got dropped too.
Hey,
School got
hold
dropped.
on. We got a new brother on the panel, man. Hit the mute. Let
Peace,
bro speak
No, ain't
real
peace.
quick.
nobody keep Huey, yeah, I seen your email today, actually. Your message to me. My bad about that.
No, that's
But
all
yeah,
good, brother. I know y'all be busy. There'll be a lot of people trying to get in and whatnot, man. I just be patient, you know what I'm saying, for an opportunity just to express myself. Because you can express yourself way better vocally than through these text messages. You really can't get the full expression out through these texts. So yeah, man, I hear everything that y'all saying, and everything is it's all good, man. Be like for us to be intelligent, and we out here seeking and searching on this truth, on this journey for truth and trying to figure out what's what. We have to start dealing with basic situations and basic things. You feel what I'm saying? And stop attaching labels. I hear y'all brothers, y'all do a lot of talking and a lot of everything, man, but y'all attach labels and real condescending labels that's not good for us as a whole. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the major problems and issues with us so-called blacks in America or whatever you want to call it. You feel me? Because I don't identify myself as black. I know that black is considered dead under the court of law. I know that the only thing that's black and white per se is this paperwork that they got us by these
consider
contracts and
yourself.
things of this nature. So go ahead,
What you
brother.
consider yourself?
I consider myself a spirit, but if we look at ourselves and our skin and we know what black was, we know that we're not black. So that just goes all the way out the board with me. And my
Facts.
skin is brown. You feel me? And we all different shades of brown all around the planet. When they go to separating black and white, we the only ones in America that attach ourselves to a color code. You feel what I'm
Well, let me.
saying?
Well,
Arab,
hold on. Let me
Chinese.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do white people in America classify themselves as white?
No, white people are considered trailer trash, just like black people are considered the lower class. You feel what I'm
No, but
saying?
no, no. But hold
Europe,
on. That
listen
wasn't
what
the
I'm saying.
question. I.
Hold on, let me answer the question. Europeans don't call themselves white.
That's not the question
Peace,
I
y'all.
asked you, brother.
Yes, you did. They call themselves what they call
Brother,
themselves
you just got in
Anglo-Saxon,
here. Slow
evangelical,
down,
and all that. What's
brother.
up, peace, y'all? Hey, how y'all doing,
Wait,
man?
hold on.
What's up, man?
What
Let me clarify. Hold on. Wait. Let me clarify my question. Let me clarify my question to the brother because I thought it made it clear, but I apparently didn't. So let me clarify it. What I asked was, do white people in America? I'm not talking about Europeans that live in Europe,
No, I'm
Spain, all
talking
these places.
about white people in America. White people in America, all whites or so-called whites, if you want to call them white, don't address themselves or call themselves no color.
Okay,
This
so
is
when
a
Yeah.
you go
fact.
when you go
That's
fill out an
true.
when you go fill out an application, does it have
Bro,
black on there?
that's what those, the people who call themselves white, they in jail with the so-called blacks. You feel what
That's
I'm
not what
saying?
I'm
Because
asking, brother. That's
I'm
not what I'm
asking, okay,
asking
well,
you.
let me answer the question. I
He
might
ain't
not answer
lying
it.
though,
Put
bro.
some
He
put
got a
down
point.
other though, man. Cause I know some white folk that put other on there. Be talking about I'm not white or black. I'm such and such, such and such. I'm like, Nah. nigga, your ass white. But
But
when
you
a
but
white,
you have
white folk,
but by
Hey,
saying that
let
you have
bro
to
finish
admit.
laying his premise though, Q, because he was in the midst of his premise when you caught him
Yeah,
on.
man,
He
he
was
won't even let me. I know I'm new to the thing, but you won't even let me. I mean, to the panel, whatever, brother. But if
I
you would let me
apologize.
express,
I
okay, yeah, if you
apologize,
would just to
brother.
let me express myself just a little bit, bro, you'll see where I'm coming from, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the only thing that I consider black and white and what they holding us as a whole as is this paperwork because they got them under the same conditions that we are under with these lies and things that they pushing upon us. You feel what I'm saying with this black and white? Now, if you knew that you was black, if you go into a crayon box right now, when you pull out black and you utilizing what they taught you, you find me one black person that you can ever find on this planet or a white one.
Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
cricket.
All right. Well, I find it very disrespectful to
mm,
try to reduce me and my people to a fucking crayon color.
Because this black.
So
That's
You
what
can color
happens.
when you tell me
so
what color is black and you
hold
find me
on.
a black person. Or
All
are
right,
you
look,
black?
this is what
If
it
you
is.
said
Do
you
you
was beige,
Not
if I said that
do
you
you
was still brown, would that be more truthful for you for black? Because that will
He
resonate more
speaking
with
do you
truth.
he
read
speaking common sense,
do you
not political,
do
Q.
you remember the part when you said let me finish and then I'll let you finish? You remember
Yeah,
that
go
part?
ahead. Pardon me, God. Pardon me. Yeah, I am speaking with common sense. Who just said that? You know what I'm saying? Because most of us don't have common sense, and they supposed to be
That's
intelligent. So yeah.
that's
But go ahead,
fine,
bro.
and that's fine, and I appreciate your sentiment. But you have to understand when we say we're black, we're not talking about a crayon color. So I find that disrespectful. So when people say that they're white, they're not talking about a crayon color. And those same white people that you say have this paperwork, them motherfuckers are the one that rule you, even though they call themselves white. So I think it would be smart to, even if you want to call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, is to get your shit together.
Okay, yeah,
So
cool. I'm with that, bro. I'm definitely with that. See, but you got to realize when you say black and white, what did you put the Mexicans, the Chinese, the Arabs, and all of these other race and ethnic groups in between that black and white? Because they don't attach themselves to either one. So where would you place them at? And when you think about the powers that be, it ain't just white. When you find out at the top, it's more people that look like me and you at the top that's controlling everybody at the bottom,
why you can't
anyways,
say that
all
shit?
okay,
around the
well,
board.
well,
But
well
the
see,
Mexicans do call themselves brown people.
I'm about to
Mexicans,
say the
hold on,
same
Mexicans
wait,
call
thing.
hold on. I'm gonna
themselves
get to that.
brown,
Mexicans
I'm gonna get to that.
and
Hold on, I'm gonna get to that. Wait, let
The
me just get to
ones
that
that's
real quick.
locked up with black and
Let
white
me
people.
get to that real quick. Let me get to that real quick. So, and I'm gonna ask you three questions. I just want a yes or no, and then after
this
that, you can
nigga do
expound on why
this.
you said yes or no. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. So, was there a point in time that we called Mexicans brown people?
No,
Well, they call them
no.
all kind of things. You can
no,
say
no.
yes or
Let
no.
me help the
I
brother
ain't
out right
saying
No,
now.
no.
no, no, no. Hold
So,
on, wait,
so,
hold on.
so
I'm just
you
gonna
ain't
ask
have
him
to
three
say that.
questions.
Okay, okay.
I'm just gonna ask him three questions, yes or no, and then after that, he can feel free to expound on it. So,
Can I help
was
him?
there?
Can I give him a lifeline?
No, brother. I just want him to answer
Yeah,
that, and
give him a
then
lifeline, DJ Black. What you say?
after he
Go
expounds on it,
DJ.
then you can. After he expounds on it, you can. So check this
Okay.
out. So was there a time that we referred to Mexican people as brown people? You know, black and brown. How they, have you ever heard of
No,
that before?
No,
Okay,
not me
okay,
personally.
okay.
No,
Oh, okay. You said no. Okay, great. So was there ever a time that we call Asian people the yellow man?
no.
not in my book. Nope.
Okay, so was there ever a time that we call Indians the red man?
Yep.
If you want, yep, what they call them, the copper color, and they wasn't Indians, they was
No, no,
natives
brother. Hold on,
because
hold
You got to
on.
point the brother
I'm not
towards
talking
Fred
about.
Hampton,
I'm
man,
not talking
because we
about.
got to bring
Hold
him up
on.
to speed. Because it sounds
I'm
like you
not.
ambushing him, cute. You sound
Oh, I'm
like you
sorry.
ambushing him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. Hey, brother. Black Power. I'm Black Power. So I'm not trying to ambush you.
Niggas got
I'm just
black
trying to.
power. Don't let that nigga lie to you. Don't you dare
Ah,
talk
come on,
about
man. Don't do
nigga.
that to me.
You
Hey, don't
are
do.
Come
ever
on, Q.
Hey, we
Come
nigga.
on,
live.
Q.
Hey, we live. Don't
He
do
said,
that
hey,
to me,
we
man. You want?
live.
Come
Nah, cause he
on,
was
Q.
cause he was saying that shit in the back and it was cool, but we live. I don't
Say
want
it
people
with your
thinking that I'm
chest
not
then. Say it with your chest then. Black power, nigga. What you talking about?
black motherfucking power. Nah, but listen, but listen.
See, I
The
like
Shout out
all
point.
to the
power,
Empress.
man.
Listen,
You see? That's why I say you
Light
got to
listen.
bring up
power.
the speed cue.
This
So
this
when you
is
ask
listen. Hold
like
on,
that,
hold on.
right?
This the
Go
only
finish your
point.
point, and then I'm
The,
gonna say something after you.
all right, the only point that I was trying to say is that we call it the Asian man the yellow man. We call it the Indian man the red man. We call Mexicans the brown man. So we have the white man, which is the European who have European descent, and we call ourselves black, who have African descent. So why is that such a big deal? That was my big point. If we know who we are, then let's get together under who we are and move forward.
Yeah, that's cool and great, bro. I understand what you're saying, bro. Bro, to understand the meaning, bro, they consider blacks 1/3 of a human being, bro. And you know that ain't no land called black land. They got
But
Japanese
no,
got land,
Hey, have
Koreans
you ever
got
heard of
land.
Kemet?
Hold on. Let me
Have
just
you
say
ever
this.
heard of
let me
Kemet?
say this. Let me say this to the brother right quick, because I
Let,
hear
let
what
me
he's
just say
saying, and
this.
it sounds like
Let me
he's
just say
fresh.
real quick before y'all
So
cut me
fresh
off real
to the
quick.
knowledge.
All right?
So
Let me
so
just say
since
this.
he's fresh to the knowledge, I wanna point him towards Fred Hampton, right?
Say your
So
mind.
Fred Hampton says this, brother. He says, "Power to the people." I see your name says "Power to the people," right? It
Right.
says when you pull up the speech, where the term comes from, it comes from brother Fred Hampton. He says, "Power to the people."
Go,
Right,
Black
right.
DJ.
Power to white people, black power to black people, brown power to brown people, power to the people. That's where that term comes from, because during the time he made the term, everybody was being referred to as a crayon color.
Exactly, and
Okay.
that was my point. So
Right. So
when you
he
have
don't know
Stokely
it though. He
Carmichael,
don't know it though, Q.
we
We gotta raise brothers up, because he didn't know that,
but
because he just said
but
that
but
other
see
stuff. He
but
just
see
said
that's
that
why.
3/4 of the human shit. He said that
But see
the black folk consider 3/4. That's during the time of Booker T. Washington.
but
Then
but but
that's when
see
you know how fresh they is to the knowledge, bro. You
but
know
see
what I'm
but see
saying?
Go
that's why
ahead,
but see
DJ.
but hold on. That's why I tried to walk
All
him
right. All right.
down.
Good. I
But hold
understand.
on.
Can I? God
Hold
damn.
on,
All right. Go
hold
ahead.
on. I'll let you get it. Give me 15 seconds. That's why I tried to walk him down and show him the brown people, the red people, and the yellow people. But when you want to talk about black power, you got to go back to Stokely Carmichael. Stokely Carmichael, he was screaming black power. He the one that came up with that phrase
Yeah,
that we
Stokely
still use
Carmichael. My bad.
today.
I said Fred Hampton. I meant to say Stokely Carmichael. Kwame
Yeah,
Ture. That's his name.
yeah, Kwame Ture. He's the one that came up with that same phrase that we use today. So to say that we're not black power, that's a disrespect to me and the ancestor Stokely Carmichael, brother. That's all I'm saying, and I hope you to get with that.
Okay, I can get with that, but I ain't never seen a black, a yellow, or red, or fucking crayon person. Me personally, in my eyes, personally, you feel me? That's just like us. Hold on, let me just say this, man. Y'all just went on a whole ramp. Let me just get mine off, bro. Let me just get like 5 seconds, bro. Like five. Let me get 5 seconds.
Take
All right.
10, take 10,
All
take
right, cool.
10.
All right. Just like, okay, the dark skinned brothers and the light skinned brothers, or albino, or a brother up under us. You feel what I'm saying? We have this problem just in our community alone before we even get to the so-called white motherfuckers, right? Now, all these Mexicans, Arabs, and all of this red that you want to put in, they are the same, different. They the same as us. They just speak a different language because they was born in a different terrain. All right.
Talk
Now,
that shit.
all around the border, bro. I don't care. This is a fact. Y'all can deal with it how y'all want to deal with it. We are all different shades of this brown. Period, bro. You can say all of this black power, but ain't no black land. You find me some
Talk
motherfucking
that
land that
shit.
say black land. You feel what
Kemet,
I'm saying? Hold on, let me just spill this real quick because you got Jamaicans, you got Haitians, you got all this. They got land. Japanese, Koreans, Europeans, they
He
got
from that
land.
new. You hear that
Indians.
passion? He brand ass new boy. That boy brand ass new boy. They go.
you can
Hey,
tell, can't you?
He
hey,
You
talking
can
that
tell, can't
shit
you?
though.
You can tell, can't you?
that boy brand ass new boy. They go.
He
You
got Similac
realize
behind his ears. And you see all that Similac behind his
He
ears?
talking that
right?
shit
He
though.
ain't
Y'all
gonna
need to
ride,
hush
Jack.
though. Let
No,
He ain't
him
gonna.
it's
hey, hey,
similar.
hey,
It's similar to your earframe, bro, because you just a
hey,
baby in
Goldmine.
this world. Why you
Goldmine,
want to talk
what does
about? I got
Kemet mean?
Similac in my ears,
You
bro.
hear
I'm
that?
just
Hey,
telling you what I
Goldmine, what
know,
does
bro.
Kemet
All the
mean?
time.
Just hear me
Does
out.
Kemet,
Don't overtalk me,
Man,
bro.
Q, let
Don't
him
overtalk
talk,
me.
man.
Let me just speak a
Take
little
your
bit, bro.
last five right quick. Take your last five right quick. Then let me say something.
All right, man. I just really, I don't mean to ruffle no feathers. I need to come here to try to be
No, that shit
scrutinized,
ain't
and
do.
y'all can
I wait till
scrutinize
No,
you
it
got
man, we
or
talking
do what
shit,
y'all
man.
want
That's
to do with it.
argument
You
league.
feel me? I know it's cool, but you know, we supposed to be intelligent. We got people on here live that's listening for information, bro. You feel me? And I didn't want to come in here and be a disturbance to what y'all had going on. You feel me? So, you know, I just
Man,
wanted
we
to come.
appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to speak my piece. I don't, it's all good. We all trying to learn. If I'm wet behind the ears, you know what I'm saying? Just get the white piece and wipe me off. You feel what I'm saying? Keep the
Oh
baby
boy,
Wipe
clean.
me
You
boy,
feel
down.
what I'm saying?
Wipe me
you got
down.
the real one. You got the right one, Suave. He gonna make sure you straight, man.
That's what
He
I'm
gonna
talking about. You figured
Yeah,
it
Hey,
out
hey,
because y'all
hey,
got the
Gold
right man with
Mile.
Huey.
What does
All right.
Kemet mean? Does Kemet mean black land?
Oh my,
Man, don't
yeah.
even try to do that shit right now,
come
boy.
on,
We
man.
had to fire
No,
your
real
ass
talk.
up.
Kimberly, Black Land, Montenegro is the Black Mountain. You
Okay,
just have to
Man.
look. You
But you
just have
know
to
what that
look.
man was just talking about. When I say
no, the
common
fuck
sense,
I don't,
we
because
all got
that cuts through.
motherfucking eyes. You can see. Look down at your arm right now. Is that shit black, nigga, or is it
fuck you
brown?
talking about.
Let's
Hey,
Hey,
do
can
it.
I
Fuck
was
you
gonna do
talking
my
about.
spiel. Can I just finish my spiel? Because I was
Go
gonna give a
ahead, go
just a
ahead,
little bit
Go
more
go
ahead.
ahead,
insight.
Go ahead.
Why I
go
think
ahead.
that they
Hey,
say
give
that
him,
the black man.
give him 2 minutes
All right, okay,
uninterrupted, please.
just
Two
2 minutes,
minutes
real quick. All right, after the skin
uninterrupted.
coat.
Nobody,
All
nobody
right, after the
interrupt him,
skin
please.
coat, I realized that we were all different shades of brown, right? And then I tried to wrap this shit around my head because I was like, all these brothers in the world came.
Damn, that shit keep kicking niggas. I see you hanging in there though. Hey, your
It's
connection
going
is
in
fire.
tonight, big baby.
Your connection fire, nigga.
Man, you know it is. You know what it is.
You drop
You
some
know
shit.
what it is.
All right, outside back. All right,
Pardon me, check this out though. Pardon me, I got knocked off. But look,
yeah, you left off at all these brothers in the world.
all right, check this out. So all the brothers in the world, right? I knew that we can't be this intelligent and keep attaching black and white to the people as separation because I see that's a separation mechanism that they pushing out on the world, right? So I was like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I'm like, what the fuck is they seeing with this black? Because I ain't never seen a black. And then I start realizing what the spirit was, and I realized this shadow is the all in all. That's the only thing that's literally black. And I was like, that's the they operating with this dark and this light. The light being our physical body is white because it's in a light frame. And this shadow, which operate, which everything on this earth that is matter has this black thing. This is a shadow, a shade, whatever you want to fucking look at it, call it. That is the only thing that was black. So I could see like, okay, everything that's in the physical form came from this dark, which is this dark, black, whatever you want to cut it is matter. That is the creation. And it comes into the light, which is bright, which is white. You feel what I'm saying? So I put it in that perspective, and that's what I just operate with. You feel what I'm saying? This physical being that you see me here as is the white light being, and I operate in the dark form and the dark black realm to bring shit into the light. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I believe what they were just talking about with this black and white situation. So I'll just leave that there, and I let y'all have the floor, man.
All right, coach. So you okay? So
Can I help him out with that? What he just said? Well, go ahead.
yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Finish what you saying. Go ahead. Finish what you. Go say what you about to say.
I was just gonna ask him. Is it like So you not saying like you want to be white, but you don't want to look at you don't want to like stereotype yourself as black because you see goodness in white.
No, that's the more. See, that's what I'm saying. That's how
No,
fresh he
no, no,
is.
no,
That's
no.
how
Can I
fresh he
answer?
is,
You
Suave.
asked
The
me.
Moorish,
No,
the
that's not what
Moorish
I'm
people
talking about.
says
I don't
white
want to see
means
myself
pure.
as white. No, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. You feel me? Because I know that everything come up from this dark and this black. I just know that black and white is what they attach to motherfuckers who they killing and shooting and locking up in these prisons. You see black and whites. You don't see too many fucking Koreans, Chinese, and all these other motherfuckers filling up the prison systems. You don't see them doing and being caught up and getting shot down. You don't see these motherfuckers because they know it's going to be repercussions and consequences when you're dealing
Radical
with their
black man.
people. You feel what I'm
So
saying?
what's
So
your
yeah.
Yeah,
purpose of not
yeah,
wanting to be
yeah,
black?
yeah.
What's your purpose
Radical
of
black
not wanting to
man.
be
So
black?
It's
yeah,
not wanting to be black. I'm not
no,
black.
no,
It's the
no,
fact
no.
that
See,
I
that's what
know
I'm
that my
saying, Q.
skin
What he's
is black, brother.
yeah. So what he's saying, Cube, is you know how the Moorish people say. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
That
the angle. That's definitely the angle he's coming from,
Hey,
whether he
well,
wants
you
to
got
right,
your
admit it
right,
or
point.
right,
not.
right. So,
Oh, here they go.
because they say that white means purity, right? And
Yeah.
their paradigm is
Black
I
means
would say
death.
it's barely out there. It ain't out there fully like how some people paradigms is. So you get little bits and pieces of it because I got family members that got bits and pieces of it too. You know what I'm saying? And then they ass end up in handcuffs knowing their rights, using those bits and pieces, like to say that black means death and white means purity, and you know that angle right there. You know what I'm saying? To say I'm pure. If I'm gonna identify with something, I'm like brother said, I'm gonna identify with the light. The light is right in the exact. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna identify with that. That's that Moorish paradigm.
You know,
No, see, that ain't what I agree with. See, me, I'm the one who don't want to be. See, y'all want to choose one side. I'm the
So what
motherfucker
do
who
you
no,
want to
bro, I
stand
don't
master.
on?
want
Hold
to.
on, I'm the
I don't
one
want
who
to
want to
choose
master
nothing for you.
itself
I don't
because
want to
they.
choose
Hold on,
anything
let me
for
just
you,
say this
brother.
real quick because they taught us that don't straddle the fence, right? A true master like Kanye, he playing the fence. They don't know if he on this side or that side of the
Hey,
fence
hold on.
because he
You
balancing himself
got your
in
camera on. Put
between
your
both.
camera
You figure out what I'm saying?
Right?
So
I
what do
know.
you stand on? To the
No,
question.
but a lot of the
Well, hold
angle
on,
that you coming
wait. Hold
from.
on, DJ. Hold on, DJ. What do you
Yeah.
Turn your
stand on
camera
then?
off because you got when you be talking, it be all in your nose.
Yeah. Just turn your camera off.
You
So
read?
the question is, what do you stand on, which would probably
To
be
the
able to
niggas
give us a better
swallow.
view. If you tell us what you stand on, it'll probably be able to give us a better view of where you're coming from.
I
No,
So
I
if you
stand
mean,
tell
on
I'm
us,
unity for
black
all
and
people,
white,
bro. I
dog.
see us
That's
all
what
as
You just
human
want to try to
we are
chop him
all
down.
beings on this earth. We are just being. You feel me? And I know that
oh,
I'm the creator within
oh,
myself. You feel me? I
so
don't
you
look
So we
outside of
believe?
human.
myself. I don't look outside of myself for happiness. I don't believe in none of that motherfucking and no Jesus, none of that shit. You figure that what I'm saying? I know
So
who I
you
am.
believe in
Who I
evolution
feel with.
then?
I
You
don't
believe in
believe in
evolution?
nothing. I
you
try to
trying
know
to
what I
say.
know. See, believing is to be unsure,
Everybody
bro.
know evolution real outside, but we don't come for apes, damn it.
No, we
We
ain't
know
coming for no apes.
all
I came from my mama. You feel me? I came from my mama and my daddy. I know who my creator
okay,
is.
but look,
That's
And
not
your
so
a mystery
mother,
to me.
you look
and your
outside
mother.
see,
you have to be from your mom. Look,
hey,
when you look
power to the
outside
people,
your
bro. You
family,
got to slow up
your mom.
on you got to, even though you're gonna be open for scrutiny, you better slow up on some of it, though, Jack.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
So you
Hey,
trying to tell me
hey,
that you're not an
I
ape?
invite it, bro. It's not. It's all good. You feel me? It
nah,
don't do
this
no
what I'm
harm to
saying.
me, bro. I'm just trying to
I know, I'm
embrace.
just saying. I'm just saying. It's like you got to have
What
your
you
sword
talking
ready.
about, DJ?
That's all I'm saying. You just got to have your sword ready, bro. That's
Oh
all.
yeah, I
Hey,
got that
you know
motherfucker ready,
what?
bro. I just didn't want to come and
You
chop
know
no heads
what?
off. I
Hey,
really
check
don't
it
want to
out.
chop no heads off.
Hey,
But
check
you
it
know,
out, Huey, check it out. I
Man,
feel you
Q
on
coming
that.
slanging. You better
No,
chop.
I'm not. No, I'm about to tell them like, yo, I appreciate that because we need more brothers that don't stand on like no religion shit, and they'll because brothers like that they could be swayed one way to the other. Now you may look at it negatively, like, oh, they could be swayed to some evil shit, but brothers like this who are in the middle, they could be swayed to some positive shit too. So I appreciate him saying like, I
But
don't
this what I'm
stand on the
saying.
religion, I don't stand
This,
on this or stand on that. Well, this gives me the opportunity to talk to the brother to actually put him somewhere.
Right.
facts, or
look,
let me take you somewhere and
so,
bring you
so
somewhere.
not
You
only
feel me?
do
You
you
got
believe
as
in
well as you want to take me somewhere.
it, like
You be open to be taken somewhere. Just don't
Right.
think that you finna take me nowhere. You got to open up your ears and listen, and then stop looking at it with a closed
Fight.
mind and look at it with common sense. Because if we dealing with common sense, this is just like the round Earth and globe Earth. I don't know if y'all flat Earthers or round Earthers, but common sense will tell you that we're not spinning 1,000 miles an hour. The
Oh
sun ain't
shit.
93 million miles away,
There you go.
and we
There you
not
go.
orbiting.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go. He's showing
there you
himself.
go. Okay,
Oh,
so basically, he's another science denier. We have another science denier. Okay, I'm not
Right.
even.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna
Right.
just let y'all talk. I'm gonna let
I
y'all talk.
got
I'm not
another
gonna get
science.
into
I
that
got
shit.
another science that I can prove you that water levels out anywhere it go, and you can't refute that with your scientific ass. Now,
show him, bro.
Now, see, you was the first one that said a cuss word, so let's not go there. All right.
a
Man, ain't
cuss
no
word is
such
just
thing
another
as a
word, bro.
cuss
Don't
word,
get
bro.
offended by it, bro. It's only a word. Every word is a curse word. You don't even know that a spell
Man,
is a spell. You putting letters together to do a spell. You writing cursive every day. Your
So you
signature
believe
is
it?
a curse.
motherfucker shit is the jargon of the ghetto. Let's be 1,000.
so you got your own on
Another
more
another
science.
one bites the dust.
I like this
Another
brother though. I like this
another
brother.
He
one
fighting.
bites the
He
dust.
fighting though. I
Q.
Oh
fuck with
yeah,
him.
and I could be dolo, and I can handle anything y'all got. Where y'all
I
at? Prove
fuck
your
That's
with him.
that's
science.
all I'm
Brother,
saying.
Prove your
Q.
brother,
Hold
that
on.
irrefutable
was
science. Because I
I
got more
fuck
common
with
sense
him.
than y'all got sense.
I fuck with him because I know he dealing with common sense. He ain't dealing with no political science. He ain't dealing, you know what I'm saying? Because we having a few different conversations within one. It's just funny though, but it's cool. You know what I mean? We talking as brothers. That's all that matters. We ain't talking about fucking each other up. The brothers adding
tumble.
to the conversation. We eating right now.
Hey,
Y'all
brother
back?
Huey.
Yeah, back.
All
Yup,
right,
yup.
That's what I'm
everybody back.
saying,
Hey,
Q.
Blue.
Pardon
Yeah.
me, God. I don't mean to do that. I
School,
just
you
had to bring out
missed
the
it,
sword
baby.
of
It
the
been
spirit.
going in. Hey,
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
did
I
your
just brought
thing
out a
though,
little
Kinfolk.
sword a little bit, man. My bad. I pardon y'all. You know what I'm saying?
and
Pardon.
it's
No,
Scorpion side.
no. You don't pardon me. We pardon you, brother. That's
Whoa.
I
Hey,
said
hey,
pardon
Q,
me. I
chill
didn't say
out,
pardon
Q.
you. I said pardon me. Pardon me.
Chill
That's a
out,
pardon
Q.
me.
brother. That's
That's a
not what you
part of me.
said.
Yeah, I
Unfortunately,
said pardon me, bro. That's exactly what I said. I know what I said. I said pardon me, bro. I didn't
unfortunately for
come at
you,
y'all like that. That's what I said.
unfortunately for you, that's not what you said. And if you want me to
Okay.
replay it, I can't replay it. But just
Oh, wait,
understand.
cool. We're recording, man. It's all good. Pardon me. That's what I meant when I said, bro. I said pardon me. I didn't mean to come at you like that, bro. I said that's what I
No,
meant.
no,
Pardon me,
no,
bro.
brother,
Y'all
brother,
I don't
good,
mean
Q.
excuse me or
Y'all
execute me. I said
good.
good,
pardon me.
brother.
Okay,
You
You
y'all
got an
straight.
good.
argument for everything, boy.
Y'all
Hey,
good.
hey,
Hey,
listen.
Score. You trying to
That's
say
just
something,
me.
Score? You had something to say
Hey,
on the topic?
huh? Shit, you know I got plenty to speak on the
I
topic,
see
but
you
I
keep
just want to let
flashing
y'all
up.
do your motherfucking thing. I don't even want
Yeah,
to.
dog. You got to do your thing with
You
it.
gotta get in where you fit in, nigga. We gonna drop your ass.
Yeah, this
Come
nigga.
on,
Hey,
man.
what you say, big homie? Did you say I was doing my thing, or you said no? I ain't doing my thing. What you say? I
Nah,
ain't hear what the brother said.
No,
you just modulating. That's it. You just modulating.
Hey,
all y'all
Q,
have your own
chill.
more power
perspectives.
to the people.
He got your number,
I got
Q.
my own perspective as well. So I understand the power of words and the vibration of them and the inability to use them correctly can result in bad things. I do understand these things. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't know the science behind it. But at the same time, I think what I'm looking at both sides of it. So I think what one side is saying is, if we're standing on black as of right now, then let's just stand on that shit. And then you got somebody else who's saying
I don't see
the
black
science
colors.
behind it, the science behind it is, and it's not necessarily black as far as the color, but the connotation or the denotation into which is being used.
Right.
Right.
True that. True
And
that.
that's what I'm trying
His
to. That's what I'm
score
trying to.
come with the stinger. Sting.
Get
Hey,
your
But
Hey,
that's what I'm
look,
trying to.
you
That's
call
what I was trying to get the brother to
Huey.
understand.
Hey, Huey, do you call yourself a nigga? Bro, I call myself. I try to say peace to the gods and earth, man. But being that we were so indoctrinated, you know what I'm saying? It's like kicking a drug. You feel what I'm saying? It's like me. I'm trying to get away from eating meat and all of this shit. But you know what I'm saying? I might
So
can I
so
ask,
backslide and eat me some
so
fish
so
or
hold
some
on. So
chicken.
hold on. So hold on.
So
So
you a
he's a
five
Man,
percent?
we
so
You a
working
hold
five
on.
hard.
No,
percenter?
I'm not a
So
5%er,
so he's
man.
a
I'm a
five
thousand.
percenter. So he's a
No, I'm
five
not a
percenter.
5%er,
Hold
bro.
on, hold on,
See,
hold on.
Hold
Let
on.
me
5%
say, you
is
to the
is
nation of gods and earth.
you
What's
ask
a
me a
five
question. I'm
percent?
not a five.
hey,
That's just
So
can
he
y'all
because
give me a
Let's
second?
say nation of
so
gods
so
and earth.
he's a
So
I
let me
understand the
say
nation
like
of
this. Let
gods
me
and
We
earth.
say
I
that.
get you,
understand that,
Q.
but
We
that's not me.
chilling.
I'm just trying to. You asked me a
Hey,
question. I said no.
can I
That's
ask
it.
you a
Right, right,
question?
right. I dig it. But I'm
Ask him a
just saying
question.
that's those people's stuff. So when you say stuff like that, a lot of
Right,
people gonna put you with their crew
right,
because you just
right,
said
right.
that.
Right,
But
right,
But
right. Well,
so I
if I say people, peace to energy, because I know that we are all the I. This is something that we all attach ourselves to is the I, the great I am that we are, all are. You feel what I'm saying? So I am who I am, man. You feel me? I don't attach me to nothing. I don't want to be no fucking label or nothing. You feel what
no,
I'm
no,
saying? I try
you
not
can
to
say
be.
that,
Yeah.
but it's like this, bro. If your ass got a flag in your pocket and it going the other way, you can say it fashion, but I guarantee you a nigga gonna say he with that game right
He
there.
banging.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what
So that's
that's
what I'm
what they
saying. So
interpret it as, but
when you
that's
say
what
a
they
certain
interpret
thing,
it as. It's just a
yeah.
color
So
though.
when
You feel me?
you say a certain thing, right? So if I said Kwam Yasharala, right, you would
Right,
put me with a certain group of Hebrews
right,
that say that. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Even though I'm not with a group of Hebrews, I'm not with a camp, but just because I say that, you know what
Fact,
I'm saying? You got to be under the paradigm ISUPK or GMS. You
fact.
have to because you use the same expressions they use when greeting people. You know what
True
I'm
that.
Let me
saying?
ask
So
you
True
this:
that.
do your
True that.
ideology stop you from riding with your black people though?
Hell no, I'm riding for
That's what's
everybody,
up.
bro. Listen, like
Yes.
I'm not. I don't even try to say black. That's my thing. Is I'm with my people, bro. Period. I'm with all my motherfucking people. Just like if I see a fucking a little boy down the street, I'm hurting or crying. If I'm gonna help him out, is he white or black? That's a fucking crazy motherfucker. If I
I'm
see he
saying, how
hungry,
do you
I got money to
identify?
feed that. I'm
How
gonna
do
feed
you
him.
identify it yourself?
How I
Like, how do you
identify myself
identify
is
your
just
people? Like, cause
I
if
identify myself as people is because guess what? It's more of us than doing harm to us than anything.
But
Now
mhm.
I don't
we could
agree with
say
that.
I think I do because if you look at the games, if you can go back, they told us that we was getting hung by trees. But how many motherfuckers have you ever seen get hung by the tree?
Do you
How many
understand the
motherfucking
concept of
KKK people have
systematic?
came to your door? How
So
many
look,
people have
Houston.
you ever seen
So
do
at
this
best
shit,
you,
bro?
so at best you're a human. Like you down with FEMA and you down with Peter and that
Man,
kind
I'm
of
not
stuff.
down with FEMA. I'm not down with FEMA.
Because
Hell
that's
no. Fuck FEMA.
systematic. They
so I'm
killing more
asking
people
you
than we
this,
can do
Huey. Hold on,
individually.
y'all. Hold on,
Like,
Huey. Don't you recognize that us loving ourselves is not us hating whites?
Yes.
straight up.
Okay.
Yes, ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I don't think nothing wrong with us trying to get businesses in our community, so called, and doing all of this shit and being pro us. But like, what we losing at is we want a so called black business for black people. When they want business for business, not for all
Right.
people.
Right. Because that's everybody,
Right.
all of us on here smart enough to know that. Like when we say
Right, but
separate,
some of us
when we
not though.
say
Some of
separate,
us
we
really
don't
want
mean
black
separate
businesses,
like
but
my
some of us
business
don't, bro.
only
They
be
pro
like
black.
white people ain't the only people. Let me say black people ain't the only one that's gonna buy from your business. That ain't what we
Facts.
talking about when we say separate. When we say
You buy
separate,
black
meaning
and sell white.
But that's how
yeah,
Hold
they
on.
think. So you
Hold on,
think if
wait.
my wife,
So hold
let me
on. I
ask you
just want to
this:
make this clear.
if
So
my
you're
wife
a
was white,
vegan Black Power 5%er. Is that
nah,
what
bro,
it
Man,
is?
don't. Why are you
Q,
trying to
you
find
was
a
doing
label for me,
good,
bro?
Q.
What are you? What are you, bro? Why are you trying to label me? I said don't fucking label me as nothing. You trying to label me as something, bro? What the fuck you trying to label me for? You a dreadhead, light skinned nigga who want to be a nigga who want to be pro black, nigga. The fuck you saying, nigga?
Come
What you
on, bro.
saying, bro?
He done drowned that
Stop
man.
fucking goddamn
Let
putting me
him
into a
breathe,
motherfucking
man.
box because I
You
don't
was
want
a
to put you in
dreadhead
a
like
box.
that, nigga.
You ain't less than the people because you damn sure ain't no 100% nigga while you talking with all your fucking
Hey,
racial. While you
hey,
talking,
hey,
but
what you
hey,
watch
talking
this though.
fam
Power
came
to the
to the
people. A
right
lot of
place
niggas say
though.
they
what you
100%,
talking about,
nigga.
man? Exactly. You not no 100%, motherfucker. This dude right here with this
Was an
dread,
exception.
well, all that coloration in your ass, you got somebody on the other side. And how you gonna turn on your other people? Because you
Woo.
damn sure ain't 100% us. Positive.
Whoa,
What
Hold
you
on.
saying?
When you say
we got to
us,
get
what are you
some
talking about?
bombs.
That's
When
I'm
you
deep.
say
talking
That's
about
deep.
the
That's a
dark skinned
conversation to be
brothers
had.
because you got light skin in you. That means that you're not 100% the darker ones
are
who you
you?
trying to be pro
Are
black
you?
with.
Are you? Are you?
Which I know that I'm not. I know you can't find nowhere on
So
the planet
so
is.
you
That's
stand
why I
on
don't.
nothing.
We are all different
So
shades,
you're
just
not
like you are
standing
different.
on
Listen,
anything. So you're
you
not
are a
standing
different
on
shade of
anything.
brown. You not black. You might got black hairs on your face, but the only thing that you can find black is your shadow. That's a fucking fact.
All right, look,
That's
this
not
what
Hey,
true.
this
well,
is.
this a
That's
new
a very
conversation
other
to the
thing.
table. Where you
This a
from,
new
bro?
conversation.
Very
Let me get it.
You
What
don't
I'm
stand
saying when I'm
you
saying
put
black,
ad
and I may be
hominems
the
when the
only
information
motherfucker,
runs out.
but what I'm saying is this: just like we took the word and made nigga, we took black, we made it our own. Fuck their dictionary, fuck your perception of it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you give us, we made hog mogs famous. We made
Right.
chitlins
Famous.
international.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you give
Do
us.
that make it right though? Do the eating
Hold on,
you
hold
making
on, hold
chitlins
on,
make it right?
hold on. Anything we do is right. If we do it for the same cause, I don't
Cause
care what you
even when I'm
title it.
wrong, I could have been
I don't
right.
care what you title it. You right when you right, you wrong when you wrong, no matter what you call yourself. These terms are privileges. They don't scope nothing. We at right now, black is the strongest thing we have. We having division trying to identify ourselves as all these other subtitles. Whether you're more Hebrew Christian, one thing you can't change is black. Now, if you don't want to be called
Fact.
Well, don't
get
tell
with the
him
rest
that
of us.
because he's
If
not
you
black.
don't want to be called black, get with the rest of us blacks. Help us free ourselves from this oppression so we could study and find out what we are so we can actually give you that. Because what we saying is when we black, exactly what you saying. Where is our land? Where is our culture? Where is our everything? Where's our spirituality system?
And
We'll
you're not
find
gonna
out.
find none. They not gonna
Hey,
find you none because they gonna say they ain't got none for
that's
your
why I
black
just
ass.
said
Then
we
they
gonna
gonna be like,
find out.
they gonna be
We
like,
gonna
you're not
find out.
Jamaican, you're not a nationality, you're not none of these places that
Power
got
to the
land.
people.
So
If I gave you a book to read, would you? If I gave you a book to read, would you go read it?
yeah, I'll
No.
read it.
All right,
Why not?
write this
Why
down. Write
you
this down.
answer a question? Why is
Write this
this, bro?
down.
Hold on, let me just say this, bro.
Write this
Why is
down.
this motherfucker? Why is this dude right here answer questions for me? Why would he say no? Do
Who
he
said?
even know me, man? The fuck he answer questions for, man? He gonna make me turn up at 1,000 because he a fucking. This is this what
He's
you
an
call
atheist.
This the argument show,
a
Kinfo. Turn
controlled
up.
ass,
He's an atheist. He's an
indoctrinated
atheist.
ass, mind ass motherfucker right here.
He's an
That's
atheist.
that.
He don't believe in love. He don't believe in hate. He's an atheist.
Who is?
Cube, the guy you talking about. Cube, he don't believe
I
in
don't
nothing.
believe in love and hate. All of that shit is just a paradigm.
Oh
Life is
shit,
a
they friends.
duality.
Yeah.
That's
Life
why
is a
they clash.
duality.
That's why they clash. There they
Life
go.
is a
There you go
duality.
right
They
there.
looking in the
If you
mirror.
knew love, when you look in the mirror, that shit gonna say evil. Fuck. And life is a duality, man.
Ooh, they the
We ain't
same
right
person. That's what
love
that
is
is.
in the
They looking in the
mirror.
mirror at each other.
Right.
Now, when I look in the mirror, I don't see that, brother. When I look in the mirror, I see myself.
Yeah, but you can't
Don't
see. If
leave
you
him
look in
out
the
to
word,
dry
if you
nothing,
just
nigga.
look at it backwards, then it's gonna say evil,
No,
EVOL, and live is the evil and all that shit. The devil
You
live
don't gotta
ain't
be
nothing but a
no,
standing
goddamn
on the
mystery. It's all
mirror though.
we're
backwards, bro. You
playing
just find it where you
backwards.
want to find it, bro.
Playing
You
That's
find
what
it
backwards.
you
how you want to
feel.
find it.
We're playing backwards word games. That does nothing.
They playing
But then,
spells. It ain't got to be backwards. You
oh,
can look at it inside
It's
out.
thing.
You
exactly
can
what
look
I
at
They
it
said.
done
inside
got
out,
rid of
So,
backwards,
God
any
and
kind of way
so
love.
that you want to
where,
look at it.
where are your spells? Since they're putting
He
up
has
all
a
these
part of
spells, where are
the
your
Nah,
information.
spells?
he's a
What?
Gnostic.
He has
He's a
a part
Gnostic.
of
He's
Shit,
agnostic like you are.
Ain't
I
no
hear
I
it.
got
He's
love.
spells.
agnostic.
Where
Hey, how
are
you
I got a
where?
feel?
spell
Everybody
for
is
your ass.
You
everybody's the
feel?
same. Everybody is the same. We're under a spell. He don't believe in love and hate, agnostic like you are.
No, I'm not
Oh
agnostic. I'm an
man.
atheist, and
Yay,
I do
yay.
agree with him on one point that we are all the same because I said over and over that we are all African, no matter if the
No. See,
person.
we're not all African. That's crazy.
Well,
You said we
Crazy.
let
all
me
African.
finish. Can
Man,
I
y'all
Fucking
finish
gotta
my
get
crazy.
that
thought?
together.
Can I finish my thought? What I'm saying is we're all African when it comes to who we are as a people. Just because
No,
just because I was born over in
What's up?
America does not make me that I'm not African.
Right.
no, no. This what I'm saying. First of all, we ain't never been able to tie to ourselves. So that African shit, like I get it, just like I get black, but we need to be able to study ourselves. What do we call ourselves at any point in time? Tell
That
me
n-
that.
that no longer matters because once you become a
What?
tribe,
Whoa,
listen,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
once you
whoa.
be,
Why
We
doesn't
call
that matter,
ourselves
brother?
men and
I'm
women,
telling you,
bro. That's what we
telling
call
you,
ourselves, men and women, bro. We don't attach ourselves to no color. We don't attach ourselves to
yes
none of
we
that
do,
shit.
yes we do,
Africa, because check
yes
this
we
out, bro. I guarantee you, you can't if you can go back 100. I'm 40. That's halfway to 100. My mama 60 something, bro. I knew my grandma, my great
40 is
grandma, and
halfway
all the
to
way down. You
100.
find me somebody
That's
that
fucking
wasn't
a lot.
when my soil went, our blood wasn't in this soil right here, bro. Why you going back to Africa? You
Hey,
go
hey,
back to
hey,
Africa
hey, Huey,
400 years
hey,
ago.
Huey, watch this. I watch this. I say I'm an Israelite, and all these cats get mad at me, right? And I say they say, "Well, trace your shit back to Israel and all that." So anyway, long story short, I get with my family, my real family, come out the same great grandmama womb, and I'm like, "Man, we got to do the ancestor stuff." My cousin say, "I
Talk
already
that
did it."
shit.
She said, "I already did the shit." I said, "Well," I said, "Where our stuff go back to? It go back to 1830, and before that, you see, granddaddy brother just got his age where he died at. He don't got no last name and stuff." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So our family, yeah, it may go back to almost 300 years here as far as the record show. I'm like,
That's
what the
black.
fuck?
And that's
That's
based
This
on the
black.
shows why
records.
Yeah, that's based on
why
that's
the
based on the
Negro
record.
is
Like
all
my
mixed.
grandmama, who her grandmama is, who my great
Right.
grandmama mama is, like
This
that.
is
That's
why the
those
Negro is
records.
all mixed up because
Right.
what
I
happened
feel
to us.
you.
This is why the Negro is all mixed up because what happened to us in slavery, it detached us from where we actually were. So now that there's a
Now
missing
you didn't
link, that
ask him what
we
his
can
people
say,
was listed as on them papers though. You can't just
well,
assume that
it
they ain't had
doesn't.
no
Well,
title.
to me, it doesn't matter because I
What the
initially
fuck you
said
talking about then?
because I initially
Man,
said
look,
that we're all African. That's why I
this the
said,
whole point of it. We know you could trace this back to Africa, whether we came after or before the
Okay.
shit. We were
Okay.
here. So whether you feel attached to America, South America, you could be attached
Right.
to Europe. We were everywhere. You want to call
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff, that's jiggy. But what I'm saying is this: we are going under black because we've been disconnected. We don't know what subtitle of African we are. Because when you go to Africa, they don't call themselves African unless they're talking to an outsider. They know
that's
Nigeria,
foolishness, man.
Ghana,
That's
this,
that's the worst argument, man. If you go to East India, they don't call themselves East Indians, but it's a colloquial
this
term.
stuff.
Like that's a
You don't
terrible
know the
argument.
argument, obviously. Then, because
No,
what
I'm
I'm
saying it's a
pointing out,
terrible argument because people listen. If I'm a foreign nation, I'm gonna call you what the fuck I want to call you. Now, what you want to call yourselves, that's fine. You can do that, but the world doesn't
what
work
I'm
like that, and you
telling
know that.
you is this, Q. If you ask a Nigerian what he is when he in Nigeria, he'll say a part of Nigeria. If you ask him outside of Nigeria, he'll say I'm from Africa. What part?
So
Nigeria. So on
okay,
the scale that we're at, what are you? I don't know. All of this shit is a privilege. We don't know. So we're in the black. We're
well
in the
with it,
fucking black.
but
And
with the
also black, hold on, black was the term that we did start calling ourselves and we started getting on the right road. So the black people, those who identify themselves as black, ain't no mistaking what they on. They on the same shit the Black Panther was and every other black organization. Now, if you move on to African American, then that means you choose to attach yourself to something else. That's cool. But don't stop me from talking black, because what you saying is, man, you need to forget what happened to us in the past. No,
that's what I'm talking about.
Not necessarily you, but that's what you said. Even if you say it, that's what I hear.
Can I ask y'all? Let me ask y'all a question. How long? All right. So okay, we know that we maybe 30, maybe I want to say 30 years into African American. How long are we black?
All you gotta do is look at the records.
No, don't answer
that. At the same time, they start calling. We was colored first. We was colored. Then they called us blacks and African Americans.
How long? How long? What I'm saying is we know African American is.
I'm not saying that, brother. I'm saying just follow the records. That's all I'm saying. Just follow the records, because the records, when you start going backwards, you'll start to see some differences, some discrepancies. Like for instance, like where you see black and African American right now, you're not going to see that 20 years ago. And then when you go 20 or 30 years before that, you're not going to see certain terms being used.
Word games.
Whatsoever.
Does it change who you are? I can call you blue today, and I can call you yellow tomorrow, but it doesn't change who you are.
That's the point. It don't. But when we call ourselves black, we let you know who the fuck we are.
Right. So you hear somebody say black power, right? So when you hear that term, black power, what they saying to you, Cube, is when you hear like the same way I said Kwame Yasharala, right? If I heard that, then I say, oh shit, that's some of my brothers over there. Let me go over there with them.
Yeah, that's the war drum.
Right. So the same thing when you hear black power. The reason why they started saying black power, so them folk can be so when they say it, and like put it like this, when you hear Sinetta them say it, cause they old as hell. When you hear them say it, they say it like this, black power. They say it in a certain way.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So the people that's a part of that,
I agree with that.
Like even said it, even though he not that old, he still know how to say it. He still know how to say it in that spiritual way that every nigga that's black power know what the fuck he got going on. I put it like
you're preaching to the choir at that point, because everybody knows that we black, no matter if you want to try to take it away and say it's a crayon color.
How it's being said, bro. That's what I'm saying.
What you said, bro?
How it's being said.
It doesn't matter how it's being said. We
yes, it does, because it's like what Blue was just saying. I think that was Blue. It was either Blue or Brandon. I think that Scorpion just said that how you just said when you go back, how people was attaching themselves. So when you hear black power, it's like, okay, we know some people are attaching themselves to Christian. We know some people attaching themselves to Muslim, but we also know majority of people attaching themselves to African American. You know what I'm saying? So, because they attaching, it's the same way like some people was attaching themselves to color. When you hear black power say, separate yourself from them weak niggas.
Basically.
No, black power is the drum that says if you look like me and if you have lineage from Africa, you the motherfucker I'm talking to. That's all it is. It's just a war drum. That's all it is.
That's what I'm saying. You got to stop trying to tell black power what they is and listen to black, because we ain't been able to define ourselves. We know all black people ain't black. We know all the people that you would consider black, we wouldn't consider as black.
But I'm not the person. But okay, but I'm not the person talking about a crayon. I understand it.
Black is on your head. Black is in your pocket.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I get it. Like, you preaching to the choir at this point.
No, he ain't. Cause what he's saying is like, I put it like this. I know Suave don't look at the Bible how I look at the Bible, but if he was somewhere and he yelled out black power, I know that he need my assistance.
Right. Okay, like I just said, it's the war drum. I just said it for the 5th time. It's just the war drum that signifies the people that are over here in fucking America.
Okay, then so you hear that war drum when you hear African American, you thinking somebody trying to chump a nigga off or something, like it's a cracker talking about this my African American or damn Jesse Jackson somewhere around.
Okay, so my question still remains. So fucking what? Like, I don't get the point in this shit.
The point is Booker T. Washington, W.E. Du Bois. Do you know the difference?
No, the point is I'm not the one telling you about. No, listen. I'm not talking about the crayon color, so I understand.
Do you know the difference between W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington? Then we can get down to this color thing, bro.
For the 3rd time, I'm not the one talking about a crayon color. So if you say black power, if you say African American, I understand the wardrobe. My ear is perked up when you say African American. If you say colored, if you say black, I
If
understand
you
all.
say Hebrew power, you better be ready to roll.
You goddamn right, exactly. If you say Kemet, I know what the fuck you talking about.
Right.
I stand up for all that shit. So all I'm saying is, so
That's real
fucking
shit.
what? I'm not talking about, oh, this is a crayon color. We never identified this shit. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Yes, the fuck we did, and we still do today. And if somebody say black power, either stand your ass up or sit the fuck back down and let us keep doing what we doing. That's why. That's why I keep saying you preaching to the choir when you talk about black power, because I am
My
black
nigga
power.
just went in.
What
Y'all
up?
getting queued up at this bitch. Hey, brother. Hey, your next debate, you finna flame a nigga.
Hey,
Hey,
no, he
y'all,
wasn't not debating.
can I ask y'all, how can I become pro-black then? Since y'all professional, I see that I'm in a professional black room. How
All
can
you
I
gotta do is be the best you, bro.
how
Be the
can I become
best
a
you,
professional black?
goddamn.
I don't know. Do I need to go to the
Just look
league
in the
first?
mirror and say black power. I was just talking
Okay,
shit.
I
Black
was just wondering,
power,
do I
it be
need to go
you.
to the league first before I become a professional black or what, man? I just want to.
Can I answer that for you, bro? Cause
Yeah, go ahead.
this why I call myself pro black. You feel me? No, if you go to you play a sport or you do any type of profession, you go through a training before your motherfucking ass is considered pro. I feel like as a black man, I'm a great representation of my people. Whether it's in times of perseverance, when it's character on the line, you feel me? You in a tough situation, or whether it's being able to speak to where people can comprehend me, especially my people. So when I speak as though I'm speaking for my people. My mother used to tell me, "How do you go out the house?" And I used to be like, "I don't know, mom." She say, "Man, you go out the house like you represent your people. You don't go out the house like it's just you." So in that sense, you self-check yourself. You
I
feel
heard
me?
that.
Is this gonna be to the benefit of my people? So as far as being pro-black, be the best you, but never deny your people at any point in our history. Like bruh said, I represent for the Hebrews, because I know at some point some of my people represented that. You feel me? I represent for the Moors, because I know at some point some of my people represented that.
But
You
what
feel me?
about the ones who like the Hebrews? They don't think
But we
even
in America and they
don't think
call
that
us
they
black.
don't represent.
So I
If
ain't
you're not
gonna deny
Hebrew,
that.
they don't represent you. They don't speak on your behalf. They speak down to you. They don't think that you just like the Hebrews. The
These
Hebrew
are
No, we don't.
Israelites
listen.
remember
These
just
are
like
That's a
more
man
word.
to man
Ham,
These are
conversation, bruh.
listen.
That's
These
a
are
man to
more
man
word games.
conversation, bruh. But
These
if
are more word.
ask
Listen,
him
these
a
are more
question.
word
I'm
games.
talking to
I'm
him.
not black, and I'm also not a pro. Pro means to be for something. Black means a fucking color. I'm
well,
neither
you
of
shouldn't
those.
have answered the question then,
But
Q, because he
but
was
no,
trying to figure out how to be pro-black. That
but
was
I'm
up for
telling
you
you
to
that it's
answer
He
then.
word
gave me a
game.
great answer. I like his answer though. Why
It's
you say
word
he should
games.
answer?
It's word games. Is all
I
I'm
like what
saying.
he said. I
Now,
like exactly what he
But
said.
he
if you
has
want
an
to deal with his
agenda.
thought,
You
hold on,
like
wait,
his answer because
listen.
you have an
If you want to
agenda
deal with
too.
his thought, that's a different thing. But if you want to talk about what he's saying, that's word games. But his thought may be something different. So if you want to talk about how can you be down for black people, that's a different question. But when you say how can I be pro-black, those are word games. Pro means for, black means a color, and I'm neither
That was
fucking
my
one of
point,
those.
dog. That was my point, and you hit that shit right on the head, bro. That's why I appreciate your answer, bro. So you gave me an
Nah,
answer
no
that I needed
problem.
to hear, bro.
Nah,
Appreciate
no
that, bro.
problem. Nah, I'm just keeping this shit real because I
And that's what I
understand
was
what it
saying.
is.
No, hold on. Don't go into a riff about keeping it real because you're not. He asked
Damn.
the black power
At
question.
all,
He
bruh.
appreciates your answer because you have an agenda like he has an agenda.
And
If
if you
he
don't
would
got
have
an
got the
agenda,
truth,
and
he
if
would
you
hold
Disrespecting.
on,
I
hold
got
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Be
you
able
gonna
to
hate
sit
respect,
there.
man.
Be able to sit there sometimes. Be able to sit there sometimes. If he would have got a real right answer, he wouldn't have been able to accept it like he just did.
Well,
And
well,
he
you give
been
me the real answer then, because his answer wasn't real. Then what is the real answer then? Since his answer wasn't real, I thought
I
this was a real
gave it to
answer.
you. You was
That's heavy.
glad to go with the other one.
Well, how his answer not real, and he answered. His answer was
Having
real.
an agenda that's for
No, no,
your
no, no, no,
people.
no, not
because he
real like
not
that, like
even
me.
black.
But
That's
he
why
mean
he
it like
asked.
he took some of the sting off of it, how he presented it to you.
And it wasn't gonna be no sting for me, period. Because I got
Maybe
my
not for
own
you, but
that
some
I
of the
just wanted
listeners,
y'all
that
to
shit
say.
be a sting.
I wanted
Because
him to
that
clear what
question
I
you
was
asked
saying.
is a major question, bro. So for some of the listeners, he could have drugged their ass out there with them sharks and whales at.
Oh
You know
Okay,
what
yeah,
I'm
then
I
how do
could
you
have
know
went
some of
in
the listeners
detail.
don't agree with what he said and what I said? They might agree that it was real on his part, though. For you to say that it wasn't real for you, so
No,
you
I
give
ain't
me
saying it
your
wasn't real.
perspective.
I mean,
because listen,
I understand it. I think I'm just a couple of clicks older than all y'all. So I agree with
How old are
everybody,
you?
man.
How
I
old are
no,
you?
no, no.
understand
But hold on,
everybody's.
but hold
I
on, hold
saying what everybody's
hold on.
saying.
But hold on. What I did was I showed you the dichotomy. I said if you want to deal with what he's talking about, then I gave you the answer. But if you want to deal with the idea of being pro-black, that's something totally different. That's all I'm saying. That's what I was talking about, and that's the portion that he
And I
agreed.
gave him the
Man, y'all act
idea
like
and the
it's so
agenda
hard
of
to
being
understand.
pro-black.
If you black, give a fuck about blacks, and know that you can't afford to give a fuck about shit else. I'm not saying if you see a little non-black kid in the street hurt, you won't help him, or an adult or whatever the fuck. But all I'm saying is, man, if you black be about black issues, and if you ain't about them issues, don't have an opinion on it. Don't get mad when black people say black people need to do for black people, and y'all need to get the fuck out the way. Now, recognize that we don't gotta disconnect you because you a Hebrew. You gotta disconnect us because you a Hebrew.
Right.
We'll accept you. We'll accept the Christians. If you black, because we know all of that shit is sub. It's sub to what we doing. The biggest flag we got is black, and all them other flags can fit up under them. Them subtitles, man. These are things you would like.
Right.
And hey, it's Squab. That's
like it's like a value you would want to bring along with you, but you know, shit, I probably be able to just hold it deal to myself, but I know these my people right here. Like it's like you go, like I take that shit to my grandmama house, even though she know what I'm talking about, because my uncle them with her brothers and all them was been in the Hebrew stuff since like the 40s and the 50s when they was coming up. She already know that, but you know what I'm saying? She'll accept me for it, but at the same time, she don't want to hear that shit. Nigga, come here.
But hold on, but see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, are you dealing with the word or the thought? Because when the brother said, like, well, how do I get down with Black Power? So you have to say, like, brother, like exactly what you're talking about. You talk about what does Black Power
I said, how
mean?
do I become a professional black? How do I become pro-black? That was the real shit.
Yeah. That's exactly what you said, word for word. So you could take it two ways, and all I did was break it down. I wasn't trying to slight the brother or slight Black Power. I was saying, like, okay, well, if you want to deal with the word game part of it, I'm not a fucking pro, and I'm not black either. But if you want to deal with the idea or the thought, it just simply means that you down for your people, and I don't mean your people. I just mean the people that look like you. And the only reason that you have to be down for the people that look like you is for all the bullshit for the past 600 years that we've been, the shit that we've been going through.
So right. So now you a lighter shade of me, right? Do I look out for you, or do I look out for the dark one? Just the one that's fighting the me, or do I don't all the shades of brown, or do I worry about all the shades? Because you just another shade up from like an albino, and then you go up under them, it's another shade of them. Like you ain't too far from the shade complexion of white. So how far?
Going in. Let me back go. No.
Hello?
Yeah, we still there.
Hello? All right.
Yeah,
now, to answer the brother's question, those are more word games. Those are more word games, because if you want to talk about a person's melanin content, it has no effect on a person's DNA. It has no effect because, like I just said, we had a conversation earlier to where you can look at the Khoisan people who have the oldest DNA that goes past 40,000 years, and those people are lighter than me. So a person's
I know you just said, look, though, I'm just going off of what you're saying, bro, what you presenting. And then when y'all be going back talking about bones, 30,000, 40, man, that's some bullshit, bro. That's some bullshit that they telling you. Scientists, man, how long, whoever it is who's telling you that they found you some motherfucking bones that's 1 million years old. That's some bullshit. You leave me some bones out to fucking me. You leave some bones outside and you tell me how long the motherfuckers is gonna last out this bitch without decaying, bro. Millions of years, you fucking gotta be crazy. That's just like saying that the sun. Hold on, let's just say this, bro. That's just like saying that the sun is 93 million miles away. How
that
the
has
fuck
nothing to do with it, though, brother.
It does, because they can't detect no fucking million miles away, no million years away, man. They can't detect no million years away.
What you don't understand is that bones do not sit out all day. Those fossils are decayed, but the fossils that they do find are the ones that are underneath the dirt. Those are the ones that they find. So
you go underneath the dirt, you're gonna go from ashes to ashes back to that dirt. You're not just gonna go under the dirt and the dirt gonna restore your body.
So explain fossils. So explain fossils then.
I don't folks know how to dig that shit up, boy.
So you said fossils.
That's that
So you said
scientific bullshit.
hold on, wait, slow down. Wait, hold on. I don't want to yell. Hey, slow down. I don't want to yell. You asked the question. Let me answer it. You can expound, and I'm cool. So so what you're saying is like it's all bullshit. But my question back to you, and feel free to expound. What my question back to you would be is, do you not believe that fossils are there?
I like to not to believe in nothing, bro. And if I can't see that shit for myself, bro, all of these things is going off of what somebody else told you.
Let me
bro.
deal with
so
them.
you gotta believe
Don't cut
anything
in
that
yet.
somebody is telling you.
Hold on. Don't cut in yet. Now, this is
I
likened
thought you
to
was
the
done
same.
with the question. My bad, bro.
Oh no, I was talking to the other brother who was about to say something. I was just trying to say, like, let me just finish his last thing so you can understand it. Now, this is likened to the conversation I was having with another brother about an hour ago, because he was saying essentially the same thing that you're saying. So if you don't believe it because you've never seen it, let me implore you to do this. Go and get you a paleontology or archaeology degree, and you can do the same thing, and you can pull up and discover these same bones. There's over 6,000 bones structures of bones of people from the past. These things are getting found every other day. So you saying that you can't? You're saying that. Let me just finish off by saying this. You're saying that you don't.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. They trying to make you believe and see anything outside of yourself, bro.
Let me get two more
40
sentences.
million miles of time,
Let me
when time was only right now, bro. The past, the present, the
more.
future is right now in your face.
Let me get two more
He
sentences.
flaming your ass, Q.
Hell yeah, boy, that shit is heavy.
Hey, go on and say what you got to say, Q, because I want to say something too. So go ahead and say what you got to say.
All right. All I'm saying is, brother, if you do not believe the shit that you may read on the internet or what have you, then you right now have the ability to go right now to any college, if you can make it in, and you can become an archaeologist or a paleontologist and see these same things for yourself and then write about them to tell other black people.
Right. That's heavy. Y'all said some heavy shit right now, man. I ain't got nothing to say. Listen.
Go ahead, Scort.
I just want to ask a couple questions because I want to understand a few things on a commonsensical level. So, and because I believe somebody on the panel mentioned commonsensical, so I want to say that. So they say that we cannot see air. Can we say that it doesn't exist? I'm asking the entire panelists. Just
What the
commonsensical.
hell? Somebody got a lot going on.
Hold on. You said this. What exists?
Hey,
Air. Does that?
You said does what exists?
I said because we cannot see air, does it not mean that it exists?
Oh, I'm gonna stay away from that one, and now I just want to hear the answers.
So the word air. I said it exists because you can see it. You know, now the thing about it is the wet we calling it. You know what I'm saying? The wet. I think it may be a straw man on the wet, but then you know what I'm saying, the wet becomes a non-existence. You know, to say that. All right, so to clean up what I'm saying, like they say they found ice on Mars, right?
Right.
But the shit don't melt and turn to water or whatever. So how can they call it ice? The same thing as say what you say with air. You know what I'm saying? You could call it wind. You could call it oxygen. Depending on what you're talking about when you say air. Do you talk about? You mean air like when you flying away, that air space? You know what I'm saying? That air. Or you talking about air like wind?
Just oxygen that we breathe. That's when I say, I'm sorry, I didn't clarify, and let me do that. I'm speaking toward the oxygen that we breathe inside of our lungs and then exhale as carbon dioxide.
Right.
That's what I'm speaking.
Yeah, right. But see that thing, you can't that thing is ways for you to see it. You know what I'm saying? Meaning like if it's cold. And this is the evidence. This is the evidence of God. This is why I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? When it's cold and you blow, right? That carbon dioxide it attaches itself with the air, the cold air, and you see it. You know, so it's the reason little kids walk around all day just blowing because they like looking at it. You're like, damn, I can see my breath. You know, because you know that's what it is. You can see, you actually, or even with a window. You know what I'm saying?
Your perception. Some people can say that they breathe out and don't see it, but does it mean that it doesn't exist? That was the initial question.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Now, this is what I'm saying. At one instance in the wintertime, and I'm just breaking it down from a child's aspect, because some folk probably ain't where we at. So in one part in the wintertime, you could blow air out and you could see it. You can even do it to a window. You could blow and write your name on the window and all that stuff. That's like the evidence. Then when it gets warm, you don't see it anymore. That's what I'm talking about. At one time it exists because you can actually see it. You know what I'm saying? The other time it is not existing because you can't see it or touch it, and you can't tell nobody it's there. You know what I'm saying? In the wintertime, you can say, see, there it is. Every time I talk, you see it. Every time I talk, you see it. That's the oxygen that we breathe. Every time I talk, you see it. But then in the summertime, folks say, what happened to it? Is it gone? It ain't gone. It just the evidence of it. You know,
the condition. Right on.
Right. So
the reason why I was asking that is because I wanted to ask the other brother that was on the panel a few questions when it pertains to the fossils. There's quite a few, because I've actually gone to school for this shit. So I'm not talking from my asshole or from somebody else's perspective. I went to school so I can learn about this type of shit. So in that field in particular, there's quite a few things that has to happen. But you have to take into consideration, like, the culture of the people. What we're doing right now and what those people were doing at that time was completely different. So how they're able to preserve themselves would be completely different than how we're able to preserve ourselves now. Yes, we dissipate pretty quickly, but look at your diet. Your diet leads to everything that outputs when you die physically, as far as the body decaying, how fast it decays, how quickly maggots come into it. There are deterioration processes that happen just because of the lifestyle that we have taken on. But when you think about 10,000 years ago, 100,000 years ago, 150,000 years ago, completely different people, completely different culture. They were not living like we're living right now. So as far as them being able to preserve themselves, that's not a question of how. Well, it's not a question of why, it's a question of how, because they're intelligent. So in order to preserve yourself, you'd have to be extremely intelligent to keep your shit from 1,000 years ago till today. Right. You know what I'm saying? As far as this being fact or evidence, and as far as it being fact and evidence, it's something that you just got to get up and go and do. It starts with investing in yourself. If you want to things, you have to put aside the things that we do at home, the things that we find as entertainment, and invest in going to see these things. Because when you say that something doesn't exist, just to say that it doesn't exist, that's just the sake of argument. That's just to argue about something. That doesn't necessarily make it a fact. And it's not something that you should put out there as fact if you haven't gone out there to see it yourself, because there are other people that have actually taken out time of their life to go and see these things to make sure that niggas ain't just saying shit.
Facts.
And I asked you on your question.
Perspective. I'm just putting another perspective. Again, I ain't got no master's, but I got my bachelor's, so I know something. You get what I'm saying?
You know the basics.
I know the basics. I know the fundamentals, and that's all I needed. You know what I'm saying? From there, you can do what you do, but you at least got to go and understand the fundamentals, just like understanding math. If you don't teach your child the fundamentals, they're not going to understand the concept when they get older. If you don't teach them that thing, not to say that they don't grasp the concept, not to say that they can't evolve on their own. Of course they will. But if you give them the tools that they need, it would make it a lot easier for them to get to their goal. That's all I'm saying.
And if I can add something, Brandon, I think, to be honest with you, and I don't want to indict anybody or, this is not a personal shot. That is in large part a huge problem with our community, because so long we've been able to say, well, I don't see it, so, prove it to me and all these kind of things. And then when you try to prove it to them, they'll say, well, that's the white man's science and this, that, and the third. And
you say that about the Bible.
Well, no, that's a different thing. I'm talking about science, things that can be demonstrably evidenced. So this is a different discussion. But
no, it ain't, because the brother talking about the bones. How? Prove it. And that's the same thing you do about that Bible.
But the point, what the brother is saying is a fact, because what he's saying is, hey man, I have a education and I'm able to do certain things and I understand certain processes because I have this education. But a lot of times, and I'll wrap it up with this, a lot of times people don't even look into something and questioning things are fine. I'm okay with that. But you just can't be a career skeptic and like what the fuck? Go and research something and look some of these things up and it'll clear a lot of things up for you.
It's called credulity. Have you ever heard that word?
Yeah, sure.
Right. So that's what a lot that's what a lot of people experience that, especially when they come into consciousness. You know what I'm saying?
You see,
When you question it, right? That's researching and looking into something, right? And there's nothing wrong with questioning, right? Because a lot of people, when they go to school and they was able to graduate through college, and you think that you were educated, right? But you was taught how to think. You was taught what to think, not how to think. Right now, critical thinking is gonna question more things than you can prove without saying, without a fact, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't
I
gotta
feel
go
you,
into no
man.
book to fucking be able to question
You
it.
on that and let you know ain't no such thing as a wrong question, not in my opinion. The only wrong question is the question that ain't asked. You
Right.
feel
Yeah,
me?
but all he was saying was don't be a career skeptic. That
Oh, of
mean
course.
when
And
the
that
when
too.
it's you got an opportunity to go through the process to get the demonstrative proof, shit, don't be like shit. I ain't gonna do it because I don't think the
right.
science will be right.
Yeah, so if you don't be a career skeptic because it's like, yo, if this information is out there and you don't want to put forth the effort to get the information, then you can't just continue to say, oh, this is false, this is not true. Well, I never seen it. This, that, and the third. And all I'm saying is a lot of black people do that, and the only reason I'm able to say that a lot of black people do it because I used to do it, especially when I used to believe in the Bible. I used to say, oh, no, this is false, that's false, that's false. Oh, this education stuff is BS. But once I stepped away from that Bible and I started to actually look at some of the science, I just couldn't deny some of the things that were there. And that's why I got to give credit to a lot of the brothers who deal with Kemet and don't deal with the Bible because they're one step ahead of these guys who follow the Bible. Because no, and this is not a shot. No,
What
this is
an
not a shot.
insult, man. How you know them niggas ahead
No,
of me?
but
I
it's
employ a lot of niggas from Kemet. I employ them.
no,
So how
no,
I'm a,
but no. I'm not saying that like that, bro. Please don't take it that
I
way.
know that. I
What
know
I,
I'm just talking shit, nigga.
Oh, okay. But what I'm saying is, even if you have like when you have a person who's like a staunch, religious person, and you know this they eat, sleep, breathe the Torah and all that kind of shit,
They don't
it
go
tells you
outside
can't.
and enjoy it. They don't go outside and enjoy life. And you put a blunt in your mouth, you going to hell. You put some wine in your mouth, you
Right,
going to
right.
hell.
Exactly,
Anything you
exactly. And those are the people. Those are the people. Like I'm telling you, I used to be like that because I'm telling you right now, I never wanted to look at those science books or try to look at what science has to offer. When everything that I fucking do in life is science. The reason I'm able to drive a car is science. The reason I'm able to fly fucking fly in airplane is science. The reason I'm able to have the house that I live in now, it was built by using science. It's like, come on. So how can you deny it when you live in this shit? That's all I'm saying.
Can I holler at you real quick?
Hey, being that you said that, right, and you deal with science, right, and you know that you probably still think the earth is gold, right, and being that science lets you know that building a house, it got to have a level foundation, period. Everything was built on the foundation. It got to have a level foundation or that shit will roll over. It won't be able to be stable, right? How the hell you gonna tell me that the earth ain't like dealing with science because they didn't teach you that? You didn't look
Well,
for
let me.
Hey, Huey, how
yourself.
many shapes is the earth, Huey?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay. This what I'm saying is that because I think the narrative is as if you can't involve yourself in science. The science and mathematics and all that, that's in the
No, that
Torah.
water went off.
I ain't saying that you shouldn't step outside because I'm not boxed in. That's just like even when we dealing with the creation story. I don't I understand that there's parts of the creation story that just aren't explained. So I understand that you would have to step outside of that. My point isn't that you can't step outside of it as an individual. What I mean as a country. These people, when they discover things as a nation. You see what I'm saying? And when they stamp nation, and this becomes their study. These things that they find, it sits inside of their museums, not
Right.
our museum. So that's the point I'm making. And you can't show me otherwise because if you want to look up any of your history or your information, you have to go to them. You can't tell me otherwise because guess what? All of your stuff from Kemet, all of our stuff from Israel, all of that, regardless of what you say it is, you got to go to Europe in order to get it and find it and investigate it
See, there we
and
go.
stop
Hey, listen.
accusing.
There we
Hey,
go.
watch this
Back to
blue.
white people.
Watch this, Blue. No, watch this. When you go to the Vatican, right? They got the library, right? How much you can read? Do y'all know? You can only read a mile. Do y'all know how much you can't read?
Back to white people.
Hell
You,
yeah, a
you,
whole
you,
motherfucking
I'm saying the
basement full of
information
that
that they
shit.
got, because they spent the money to go dig the shit up. It ain't back in the white people. It's like what the brother was saying. If you want to do the work, if you want to get the knowledge, you have to spend the money to do it. They spent the money to do it. I ain't knocking them. You know what I'm saying? They spent the money to do it. Is the people the people in Cairo? You know what I'm saying? They the ones sold all that
Hold on.
Egyptian shit
Well,
to
well,
them.
well, let me,
You know what
well,
I'm
let me
saying?
say
So they
let me
spent
say
the
this.
money.
If
Hold
I
up,
was the
bro. They
president,
spent the money. They spent the money.
Is it
Yeah, they spent the money to do the shit. So, but what my thing is, what I'm asking is, do you know how much information that like they got that many miles? Like I think almost like
so
miles.
what? So what? So what?
It's
So this.
information, bro. That's
Okay, so the
what we're
point I'm trying
talking
to
about.
make is this: if I was the president of Ghana, I wouldn't let no fucking body else, just random motherfuckers, come and read all my tombs and what the fuck I got. So just because you can't read what the fuck the Vatican has, nigga, you're not one of them. And until you get
Nigga,
one
they
of
had
them,
that shit. That's our
They
shit. What
took
the
shit.
fuck
They
you
stole that
mean?
shit. They bought the shit. They
Nigga,
bought the
I ain't
shit.
going
They
down
took
there
the
to
shit
see no
and they stole the shit.
motherfucking Greek books, to read no Greek books, no Greek.
but
I'm going down there to see African books, literature studies,
hey,
man.
you gotta echo, you gotta echo.
Who is that?
You gotta
That's
echo.
why both of your mics open.
Oh, my fault. I got my other one. I ain't peep on my
Until you
phone.
go and take it
Peeped on
back,
my
shut the
phone. I
fuck.
heard you say that goofy ass shit. We ain't going under that. The thing is, I don't give a fuck how much money you spend. Oh, don't spend no money digging up my people's shit. Dig up your people's shit. Undig them goddamn mountains. That's
Right.
what you do. Don't come over here and then put our shit all in your motherfucking museums.
Oh, you talking to
Call
him?
this
I
shit
didn't say
art.
that. Yeah, I didn't say
No,
that.
he was talking to me because I mean,
Man,
you
look.
know, like the only reason, I mean, it was goofy to say they spent their money. It was, you know, shit.
No. I'm talking mostly about the part where that motherfucker said that's they shit. Ain't nobody gonna let you come in and read they shit. That's not they shit.
No, it ain't that
That's not
shit at
they
all.
shit.
Hold
All them
on.
African artifacts. Ain't none of that shit
Now
come from
his
where the
argument about to be if they spent their money for it, it's theirs. Okay, you know,
No,
yeah.
don't argue that.
no. What I'm about to say is, if I come to your house and take your fucking jacket, nigga, it's mine until you take it back. So unless you're willing to take it back, shut the fuck up about it.
Now what type of motherfucker? So that's the type. So that's how the world should go, bro. That's black power.
No, I'm not saying that's how it should go. I'm telling you
No,
that's how it is.
So
And
okay
until you
then. So
understand it and respect it, then you're gonna
you
get
don't
what you
think
get.
I understand that? You don't think I understand that? You
So
don't
I
think
asked the
I'm
question.
understanding that the Vatican is saying I kill y'all if y'all come get this shit?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
That's why they got
Okay,
them damn
that's my
guards there.
point.
I'm talking about
And I feel,
the
and I
top of
feel,
U.S. officials can't go read the shit. And
You
you
gotta
talking
get
about these
permission.
motherfucker part of the government, they can't go read the
Hey,
shit.
check this out. I'm gonna tell you something that I know that I'm experiencing, from my teacher, Dr. Ivan Visertima, when he went from Rutgers University, University. He had this. They did. He signed a petition.
So you want to be
They
good? You want to be nice? You want to
to the
respect your
Vatican,
father?
sends it to the
There's
Pope.
only one way to do it.
Mute
I
your
guess
mic,
that's
Q. Mute your mic, Q.
what you say?
I was telling Q to mute his mic because he was
Okay.
talking to his kid.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay. It basically, but there's a process to how that even goes. Like for him, a brown skinned man, not only did he not have enough money, he didn't have the resources or knew the right people to even get close enough to read the information. Not to say that it can't be done, but it is our shit. And they normally put up roadblocks because it is our shit, not because it's European knowledge. If this was European knowledge, it wouldn't be no fights. They always like to share their shit. They don't have anything to share. They only share what they regurgitate from us at the end of the day. So when we think about what's under there, it's very important and imperative that we do care about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a part of our heritage that's hidden, and not the small parts, the big parts, the parts that are actually meaningful, the ways that we use words to create spells that had direct effect. You know what I'm saying? Those type
And how
of
we
things.
can connect ourselves. That information is the shit we be talking about right now. How you know you're Israelite? How you know you're a Muslim? Where one came first? What happened?
yes.
They got that information over there, bro. They been took that information from the
Fuck
library.
around, find your ass ain't you fuck around, find you ain't nothing. Or you everything. All is one. Whatever the fuck you want, man. The whole thing is they don't got no business having this shit. We ain't got no business being broke. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a correlation to it. Just like I said, if the white people do better, black people do worse. So what that tell you? If 10% of the earth get full influence over the world, that means 90% of the earth has to compensate for that shit. These motherfuckers is getting intelligent by making us dumb, getting rich by taking our riches, making us poor. And now people say, okay, now start the clock. Man, black people are so fucked up. Oh, what? What? Only reason these motherfuckers is able to walk
I
up.
agree with that shit right there. Who said that, bro? You just went in with that shit, bro. That's the only difference right there. Really, that I see is the haves and the have-nots. You feel what I'm saying? When you realize that at the top of the totem pole, that is more people that got more melanin in their skin than it is the Europeans. How would y'all feel then that y'all was being controlled by majority people who look like us?
Now listen, this is the fucked up part, because I said this about a year ago. I said I wouldn't be surprised if it's a top rank of ancient Africans.
You did, bro. I don't think y'all want to go there tonight, but if you do, we can. I'm about that shit.
I said that shit. I said I don't know if some ancient motherfuckers got the intelligence and turned themselves into a
look
white.
at these family names. Look at the family names, then start going back. Start going back. Where you think they got their inheritance from? They didn't get it from themselves. It's not like they inherited their own land, and it's not like they conquered us. Where in history can they actually say they annihilated an entire civilization of people in war? But I don't want to go into any of that. Yeah, we could just stay on the surface shit like we've been staying on.
You say that's a higher.
We can stay on the surface shit if it's cool with y'all. I don't give a fuck.
Shit, and we gonna get into all them extra Maccabees and all that extra shit. We gonna get into some shit.
Oh, hey, what? Oh, hey, did you check out that shit I sent you the picture?
Fuck, I did. I did. 2 pages.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to read all that shit. Like it might not say nothing, but the same. I don't know.
It's a lot of books. So I mean, honestly, bro.
Anybody on the panel?
Y'all sharing PDFs, man? If y'all share y'all PDF, y'all keep sharing in the back chat.
Hell yeah, bro. Shit, I don't give a fuck. What I'm talking about is the Septuagint. That's the book me and Suave talking about right now is the Septuagint, because there's a lot of books in there. The Maccabees, the Wisdom. These are like just other books that aren't added to that haven't been added to the New Testament or the Older Testament.
You mean the Apocrypha? Are you talking about the Apocrypha?
I think I don't know how to pronounce the other way to say the name. I don't know how to say that.
See, when you get a 1611 Bible, like when people say that right there, that's another misnomer and misinformed. There is a Bible that has all the books in it. 1611 got all the books in it, all of them. Ain't none of them taken out. When you go get you one, when you go, they even got a 1611 written in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the New Testament, it turns it. Sorry.
Yes, that's literally okay. Boom, you hit the head on the nail. That's literally okay. The book that I'm gonna send, bro. That one's in English, but the original book, the physical book that I have, like that one has Hebrew and English. You know what I'm saying, or like a derivative of English that kind of breaks it down, get it closer to where you understand it in an English form.
The Latin Vulgate. So some of the words, some of the letters will look crazy when
out the blue. And I don't want to put you on. I ain't trying to bump heads with you. But you a Hebrew, right? Old Testament, right?
I'm the whole book. Oh, you talking blue? My bad.
Yeah. Oh, you a Hebrew? You a Hebrew, DJ?
Yeah, I'm Israelite. Yeah, that's why. That's what.
Israelite. Okay, Old Testament, right?
No,
okay.
I'm a whole. I'm the whole book. I teach Torah, but I believe in Jesus. So I'm a little different. I'm a little different than a lot of them.
The Israelites are the people of Jerusalem, right?
You say are the people in Jerusalem?
Word Jerusalem.
From Jerusalem?
Yeah.
Jerusalem was a place that the Israelites dwelled, yes.
So you're a bloodline of who? Shem, Japheth, not Japheth, or Ham?
Oh, you trying to say am I a Shem? I'm definitely not a Hamite. And you know, because did God tell Jerusalem? I mean, I put it like this: He ain't got to say that I'm not a Hamite. It's just the shit that the Hamites do that I'm not. My spirit won't cling to. That's all,
Okay,
bro.
the shit,
You know,
but the
like
shit,
I'm
but
not
the
talking about
Shemites.
I'm not talking about putting plates in their lips and shit like that. Niggas be getting at their
Okay,
coach. I
okay,
ain't
but
talking
you
about that.
align
I'm talking
yourself with the
about some of their
Shemites though.
practices, huh?
But you align yourself with the Shemites. They do shit that
But
you proud of.
not shit that I'm proud of. No. I ain't say proud of. I said shit that my spirit can attach to.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
nah,
So
everybody on earth do shit that disappoint me as a human, but I kill myself. I hurt myself if I dwelled on everything that disappointed me from another man. Man will let you down, so I don't put so much onto a man, but I get what you're saying. Like my spirit, it does, you know what I'm saying, until they be like, fuck the Hamites, you know what I'm saying?
but do
I'm
you
like,
go
nigga,
by the
that's your
Bible?
brother too. That's
Do
your
you go by
family
the
too.
Bible?
Huh?
Do you go by the Bible?
What you mean? Do I go as much as I can? Shit.
Okay, no. I'm
I'm in the
saying,
hands
so
of North America like the rest of us.
If the Bible say you a Hamite, are you a Hamite?
You say if the Bible said I was one?
Yeah.
If the Bible said it wouldn't have to say I was one. I'll be living over there as one. See,
You'll
here's
be
the
living
deal.
over there as one.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Shem and Japheth, they scattered, right? So the Hamites, we know where they at. We know who they are. They will claim that shit and all that, right? We know this. You ain't got to go to no Bible, no none of that shit. They know who they is. The thing is, them niggas don't fuck with us. They showed us that when, you know what I'm saying, when we had to flee, and then now we twisted up and was we sold in was we transferred to Muslim and during West Africa during our time in captivity in West Africa before the transatlantic slaves? We caught up in all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We caught up in the whirlwind of that, and we caught up in a lot of the elders, still trying to put the trail back together and lead and give us the jewels to keep the journey going on putting it on getting right with the Most High, But like I say, they have practices, that I don't agree with. And then the fact of if the transatlantic slave trade is to be true, then I say the Hamites, they didn't because we attach kin wise, you know what I'm saying? They ain't take none of the sting off the slavery shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if we had a beef, and I don't know how far niggas take their beef. You know what I'm saying? Because today's time, niggas take their beef to the grave. You know what I mean? So it's still the same type shit. But when I look at my family history outside of being spiritually inclined with the Bible and stuff like that, like I said earlier, when we talk about science and DNA and all that shit, my family don't go back to Jerusalem or Israel. My family all came from here.
Well, okay, I want the Bible back. You really taught me some shit and expressed yourself. That's fucked up, DJ Black. You took that opportunity away from him.
Yeah, get out of here, Swab. Get your ass out.
What you trying to say? No, let's get back into the Bible game. I'm down with the debate. Take me there.
I was saying the people in Jerusalem are from Ham, from the bloodline of Ham.
All the people in Jerusalem. You know what? I hadn't. Some of them.
I see God told Jerusalem that they are sons of Ham. God said he didn't say some of them. He said Jerusalem. He didn't say the Jebusites. He didn't say the Jebus, or whatever it was supposed to be called before.
Yeah, but Jerusalem was just a place we dwelled. It wasn't
That's a people.
Can I ask a question? Can you guys hear me okay? Can I ask a question?
Yeah, we can hear your ass. Come on.
All right. This is to the brother DJ, and I kind of asked this to the this Q.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of asked this to Blue earlier, but I just would like to hear your thoughts on it. Now, what Blue was saying earlier was that the average African American in America has between 10 to 20%.
Man, ain't no African Americans over here. We black, man.
No, but I'm just going through it, bro. Like I'm not.
You said okay. Half the niggas in America got what in them? I'm a 100 nigga. You ain't got to talk to me all Bible and shit. It's the argument. Cuss me out if you got to. If I'm bullshitting, say nigga, you ducking, nigga, you bullshitting, you pussyfoot. Tell me, you know what I'm saying? What
No,
you saying, bro?
but yeah, okay. But what I'm saying is, what he was saying is, the average African American has between 10 to 20% of European when it comes to their DNA. So my question to you would be, wouldn't you Hebrews who think you're Hebrew, even though you just said that you can't necessarily find a correlation between yourself and the people from Israel, but would it be safe to say that those people would also have at least 10 to 20% of Ham DNA in themselves as well?
Which people? Hold on, I'm lost on that. I'm lost on the question, bro.
The Israelites, because you guys believe that the Israelites were in Egypt once upon a time for about 280 years. So
Right.
wouldn't it be safe to say that they had at least 10 to 20% Egyptian in them?
The Israelites.
Yeah.
Man, everybody know they did. Man, they say they were married, and everybody know that they did. Man, that don't stop you, people
No, no,
from
no, no,
searching
no,
around.
no, brother. It was just a question. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it. I don't want
Oh
you to
yeah,
get
yeah,
defensive.
cause now you got to get cause then you go into the sojourning laws. You know what I'm saying? And
Well, hold on.
that's
That law wasn't applied until after they left Egypt, brother, because Moses didn't give the
right,
laws
right,
until
right.
after they left Egypt.
Cause you got to know now. When all them people left Egypt, a lot of them niggas took their wives with them, their children and shit. Man, come on, man. If you in a place for so long, like put it like that, how folk be getting at the gorilla Hebrew, right?
Right, right, right.
Cause of who he
His mama
where
white.
he yeah, call his mama white and stuff, right? Or they get at Cockazot cause he kind of white, the
No,
dude
that
with
no, that's
with
a, no,
That's too
that's a
white.
white guy. That's a white guy.
oh
Stop that.
okay.
That's a white guy.
All
We ain't gonna play that
right, so
game.
okay, all right, we ain't gonna let me go past that. Let me go beyond it. But because when you in an area like that, right? It's
Right.
like Gorilla Hebrew, our brother, right? So if we get up out this motherfucker, we're like Gorilla Hebrew, come on, Sean. You know what I'm saying? And it's like shit, Gorilla Hebrew got European in him. You know what I'm saying? So he got to come with
Right.
us. He one of us.
But if he's one of you and he's a half breed, wouldn't that also make him one of them as well?
If he take on their spirit, right?
What do you mean? Like, if he take on their
Like if
spirit,
if
he was
if he
born
if
Nobody
he
by.
ain't
if
He
he
can't
start
go
engage
past
if he start
if he
engaging
can't
like
get in
them,
line, if he can't get in line and act right, motherfucker, you go back over there. You acting like them, nigga.
right? That pretty much.
So
You
so
know
so
what I'm
you would
saying?
be willing to cut him off because he's acting a certain way.
Because yeah,
Hell yeah.
cause he acting like he about to harm what we got going on. Hell yeah, get your
Oh,
ass
okay.
on.
Okay, now I'm just making sure because I just want to make sure that you would be able to that you would cut off a black person who would act the same way.
Hell yeah. Well, you
Okay,
fucking up
okay.
what
He
we
ain't
got.
black.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm a real nigga. Like I come from I'm just not being delivered, man. I'm probably like 5, 6 years in being delivered from the streets, Cube. You know what I'm saying? So I still
Mhm.
have a mentality of nigga, if you fucking up the trap, you finna either get shot, get your ass beat up, or something, you get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Something finna happen to you if you fucking up the block. You know what I'm
So when
saying?
you
You
go,
fucking
so
up
when
the
you
block,
go, so
you
when you go
making it
into the
hot.
king, so when you go into the let's say if you went to the kingdom of heaven today, would you still be struggling with those same problems of like
Nah, because I'm in
keeping
the
it
kingdom.
real?
Nope, cause hey, listen, you know how I look at it, man. The Bible say all souls are mine, saith the Lord. So when I'm in the kingdom of heaven, all this shit over with, man. It's like when I see people die, it's like a bittersweet moment. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't got to deal with their bullshit no more. You know what I'm saying? And then
So
they going on to
so
they soul is at rest. You know what I'm saying?
so
That
when you
thing right
talk, so
there.
when the Bible, specifically the Book of Psalms, talks about when you keep the laws that it converts you to a different person. Are you saying that after the five
To a
years you
new being.
still aren't? Huh?
To a new being is what it says.
Yep. So I'm asking you is, are you not a new soul now, a new being now? Because you're still saying you're still struggling with certain things, and you still have
Nah,
that
no,
street.
no, no. I said, hey, I'm newly delivered from it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I'm not. I wouldn't go
He
to
out
So
the
you so
trap, but
certain
he
places.
still
I
he
wouldn't
out
go
the
certain
trap. He
places
ain't
with
in
you
the
no
trap
more.
no more, but he still smell like it a little bit.
Right. You know
He
what I'm
still
saying? On how I look at
got you.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So how I look at shit, you know what I'm saying? Somebody would have to bring me, somebody would have to work with me on that to say, nah, man, Gorilla Hebrew, our chapters out, they cool, bro. Calm
But
down.
if
You know what
but
I'm
if
saying?
but
They
if
would
the
have to
but
work
if
with
the
me on
law
that.
But if the law, by keeping the law, changes you, why
Listen what
would
I
you
just
still be?
said. Listen what I just said. I ain't gonna say that I'm the strongest. I know the most of all the Israelites or Muslims. I just
No,
said
no,
one of my
I don't
brothers
want you to say
will
that.
have to work with me. One of my brothers will have to work with me because I wouldn't. How I think, how my mind is geared now. You know what I'm saying? Is
So would it
geared
be safe
for
to say that you
his
don't
ass
keep the
would have to
laws?
get the hell on, or anybody for that matter. You know what I'm saying? They would have to get the fuck on. If they fucking up what we got going on. If we got some good shit going on, man, I ain't fit. Come on, man, you got to be 100 with yourself too on some of the question that you asked. If you got some good shit going on, man, you ain't finna let no nigga fuck it up. I don't give a damn if they black power, white
Yeah,
power,
right,
atheist,
right, right.
God, you ain't finna let nobody fuck
Yeah,
up your shit,
of
bro.
course,
You
of
know?
course. Niggas,
Yeah.
niggas are kill about that shit, and I agree. But I'm also asking about the law and how it changes a person. So I'm asking you, would it be safe to say that you don't keep the law because you haven't been fully converted? Is that what you're saying?
Keep the law as well. Keep the law how? I believe in Jesus, bro.
No. Well, even in the New
I believe in
Testament,
Jesus. Okay, so let me say it to you another way. I believe in Jesus. Believing in Jesus mean like you ain't trying to keep the law, you trying to become the law, man. Jesus was the law. You trying to become the law, man, and you know what I'm saying? You trying to become that example that the law says be. You trying to be the example that says thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's stuff. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be that person. You trying to live, you trying to become the law.
so there
So you
is
So
know
no
what I'm saying?
overnight. There
So
is no
everything
so there
about the
is no
law.
overnight transformation.
Hell no, it ain't no overnight transformation in that. That's why the Bible say train up your child. So that seed that comes behind you can get it together. Like our disobedience just don't start with us cussing in America, like the brother was
You
saying. With
evolve into a.
yeah,
Right, right,
It's not
like
overnight. Okay, you happy? Somebody believing in evolve.
right.
no,
You
no.
saying,
I
dude?
was
You
just
talking about
asking
do?
questions, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
if
listen. The reason. Go ahead,
evolution
go
on
ahead.
a macro level like that, yeah, then yeah, we evolved into you evolve into the being that you supposed to become. The because I put it like this: hence the world of education. Education turns you into the person for that society. See if you can fit in
I
that
agree.
society.
I
They
agree.
you know what I'm saying. Now, once you're educated to say that you can that you could navigate through society without the help of an adult and stuff like that, then it's like, okay, now you come upon other knowledge. And when you get that other knowledge, it's like this. My brother's a Muslim. So
Okay.
and how the Quran reads is like this is why I always say you have to, and this thing that's taught in the Quran, not in the Bible, that went to meet a person where they are. You know what I'm saying? Just because some people ain't
But
know,
see,
like you can overload a nigga with information cube because you smart as hell and you know shit, but they still don't get it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
but
You
see,
gotta let them.
I hear
Gotta
you.
let them grow.
I hear you on that. But the only reason I'm asking that, because there's actually a bigger point, is
What's
that
the point?
when I normally deal with Israelites, I usually hear kind of the same thing of, well, I've only been Israelite for 4 or 5 years, and God's still working with me. You can talk to Christians, and they'll say the exact same thing. They'll be 60
Right.
years old. They'll be
So what's
60.
the
Listen. They'll be 60 years old, been going to church since they was two, and they'll say, well, God's still working on me. So the point I'm trying to make is, why
that
hasn't
somebody
this
got it together
changed?
because they believe in God? Man, you can't say no country ass shit like that. Nigga believe in God, so he ain't gonna make no mistakes no more. You can't say nothing like that, bro.
But
People
that's not
still
that's but
human,
that's
man.
not but I never mentioned mistakes, brother. I never mentioned mistakes. What I'm talking about is this. Listen, if you were a rabbi right now, and I don't want to play with the term rabbi, we know what it is, so
If
let's
I
not
was
play
a
with that.
teacher, just say that if I was a teacher if I was a teacher of the scriptures, what?
Okay. If you were a teacher of the scriptures, you're going to walk, talk, eat, pray, and live a certain way. So
Right, like a monk.
and the reason that you do that is to encourage other people, right?
To do it right. To walk
Okay,
that
so
life. To
now,
live that life.
so
Right.
what I'm saying is, when I interface with brothers, I don't see the change in them. So if the Old Testament says that by keeping the law it converts you, and then when I read the New Testament it says by believing in Jesus it converts you. But no matter who I talk to, whether it be an Old Testament Hebrew or New Testament Hebrew, I see no conversion. I think that my question is valid because I don't see no change. But
Right.
those.
Now,
But
here's the deal.
go
Like
ahead, go
some
ahead.
niggas don't be real with themselves, bro. You can't do nothing but be real with yourself. If your ass ain't, if listen, bro, if you ain't, it's one thing to say that you believe in God, and that's a beautiful thing when you find the discipline. In my eyes, you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
You found something that could that you feel deem as a discipline. You know what I'm saying. But if you ain't trying to grow in that discipline, like I'm not finna be in karate man if I can't be no black belt, bro. I ain't even finna do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to grow inside that discipline.
Well, that's not fair to say that because what if the only thing you can achieve is a green belt, but you have one versus the person who doesn't have one, which is how religious people look. They look at the world and at the secular world and say, "Well, y'all don't got Jesus or y'all don't got God, so that's
I
why
wouldn't
y'all
say
act like
Jesus
that." Well, hold on,
because
let me just
a
finish.
lot of niggas
I'm
act
almost
like that.
done.
A lot of
I'm
niggas
almost
act
done.
like that. I hear the argument all the time. A lot of niggas act like when you fall in love with Jesus, you don't got the black belt. That is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Because you still don't down. It's still the same. Even if your ass became a Muslim, if you
But no, I'm
became
not. I'm not trying to raise the bar for you. What I'm trying to say is you may not be able to get a black belt, but even if you're a green belt, you're going to walk, talk, speak, and eat a certain way. And I just don't see that. And I'm just being honest, especially for the brothers that I interface with on these back chats, on these debates. I do not see these guys with that.
you got to understand, like
I agree with you on that,
you
brother.
know that
This
you
is worse
listen,
than anything, bro. I agree.
like put it like this. If you say, okay, I was an Israelite before, I know what that stuff, I
I
know what
was
it
an
entails.
Israelite.
Right. So I know what it entails, right? And what it entails is a spiritual growth. And y'all niggas ain't spiritual. I was that, and they gon' that, you know what I'm saying? The thing about it is the same
But
way a
see,
person
it's
try to
fair for
prove
you
to
to say
you.
we're not spiritual, but we're not the ones that's beholden to the book.
Right.
And the people
No,
that are
that's not
be
what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's like a person trying it's like when they try to convince you to believe in God and all that other stuff. That's the level that they own, bro.
no, I'm not talking
They on
about
the
no.
level
That's
of just knowing the
no.
words. They
I,
ain't on the level of spiritual growth. Spiritual growth says, I don't care what Cube is, I'm gonna love him anyway. You know what I'm saying? He one of us. You know what I'm saying? I know
okay,
how to
okay.
discern one of us from, like, put it like this. Like the same thing I was talking about when the gorilla Hebrew can come. You know what I'm saying?
I
When you
respect
really
that. I
standing on
respect that.
the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Guess who else can come? Cube can come too. You know what I'm saying? Why Cube
Yeah,
can come? He don't believe in
a
black
Asian
power. He
can
don't
come.
believe in Jesus. He don't believe in Allah. He don't believe in Kemet. He don't believe in love. He don't believe in hate. Why Cube can come? Cause Cube one of us. That's how we supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Now you
No,
have you have the majority of the Israelites you come across, bro. I would not lie. Them niggas is rebellious and radical as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
so
Hell
why are
no,
you
Cube can't
disagreeing with
come.
what I'm saying? You should be just saying and keep going.
What
So
you mean
you had
disagreeing?
no, but you had that long soliloquy just to get to the point to where you are now to say the majority of them are radical as fuck. So you
I said the
agree
ones,
with
yeah,
what
the
I'm saying.
ones you come across, yeah, a lot of them you come across is radical as fuck, bro. You know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
agree with me from the beginning, but you gave a soliloquy talking about other things just to get
I
to
was
the
talking
point.
about me, G. I can't speak for nobody else. I'm talking about me.
It's fine.
Yeah, I
I
can't
just wanted
speak for
to
them cats.
listen,
You
bro. I
how you
respect
gonna
you. I
speak for your
respect you.
like
No,
do you have cousins, brothers, sisters, or something like that?
I'm black, ain't I? Nah, for real, I do.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? Your brother can be a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And a nigga can
Right.
tell you some shit about your brother. You can't speak for your damn brother cause you be like, God damn, my nigga say some shit about Q, your brother did
You
this
can't
X, Y, and Z, and you be
listen,
trying to take
listen.
up for your brother, and and I'm talking about you'll go to hell and hot water, then your brother be like, hell yeah, I said that shit, that bitch ass nigga. You now
But
what you
guess
look
what?
like? Now what you
But
look
guess
like
what?
for doing this?
But hold on. But hold on. But guess what? You can't speak for your brother, but your brother represents you. So if we want to look at it in the macro, we have to understand that every single brother out here that's walking with his pants hanging down to his fucking ankles, that has a cuss word in his mouth, every single time that he even tries to formulate a sentence, who's smoking weed and getting wild, not necessarily smoking weed. I hate to use that, but just wilding out in the public, that reflects on us. So those same Hebrews that you're talking about, that I'm talking about, they reflect back on you. No different if you were a Christian and we see Creflo
I know
Dollar
that. I know that,
no,
and in no way do I try to defend them in a way of saying Man, because let me tell you, man, like when I hear motherfuckers say like y'all Hebrew, it was like y'all womanizers and all that, I hear all the shit, man. What you talking about is shit minute from what I hear daily, day to day from regular people. You know what
No,
I'm
it's not
saying?
minute. It's relevant, actually. It's
It's
not minute.
relevant,
It's
but I'm saying
relevant
it's small.
because it's a
It's not
problem in
as
your
far as like
community.
as far as the acting. But see, here's the deal. You know for yourself when anytime you're dealing with somebody and they in you know how to discern a good-hearted
Foolishness,
church person, a
right?
good-hearted person that don't go to church, a good-hearted person that go to the mosque, a good-hearted person that don't go to mosque. You know you've been living long enough to discern this shit.
Right, right.
So since you've been living long enough to discern this shit, how and why do you let radical ass niggas ruffle your feathers? Like you can come across a radical ass black power nigga, you know what I'm saying, just trying to get niggas to run up in police stations. How do you calm yourself from them kind of niggas? They all to
Well,
me, they
see,
all the same.
but no. Okay, see
Most
now,
High
listen what you just
will
listen
step
what you
in.
just said. Listen what you just said. To me, they all the same, and that's how white people look at us. That's how people who are not in that Hebrew Israelite shit look at y'all niggas. It's the same damn thing, and
Right. I
that's the
know that.
point.
I
That's the
know
point
that.
that's the point that I'm trying to convey. So another thing is what you have is this Hebrew Israelite movement that people like to say is so compacted and then moving as a fist. When actuality, that shit is. I was a Hebrew Israelite, so I know that shit is more fragmented than any
Hey,
other fucking movement out
say
there.
what you want to say. What you want to say. We the fastest growing. Say what you want to say, but this is evidence.
But it's fragmented, so
Shit.
it means so your numbers account
So,
for nothing.
hey man,
Your listen,
we bring the brothers home, man.
but
That's it,
no,
man.
you
Say what
no,
you
you're
want to
not
say,
because
man.
listen, your numbers
Okay,
account for
okay,
nothing. When
okay. I put it like
listen,
this.
hold on,
Okay,
let me
okay.
just finish. Let
It
me
may
finish
be
my
like
thought.
that, and then I say that's a personal opinion. That is not even something that you can debate whether a
No,
nigga
this
should
is
believe in God or not. You know what I'm saying? That's a
No, I'm not
personal
talking
thing.
about believing. No, I'm not talking about believing God or not. I'm talking about an actual fact that's objective. The Hebrew Israelite
That's what I'm saying.
community
The actual
is.
fact is you can't
Can
say
I
that
finish
about
my
if a
thought
person
real
has to
quick, just
believe
so
in
you
God or
understand what
not,
I'm?
bro.
I just no, but I'm not talking about believing in God. That's not
What are you
it.
talking about?
What?
Being family?
No,
Cause that's the other
no,
thing. That's what I'm
no.
talking about. That's what I was talking about as far as being family. That's the original thing we was talking about. When I
But
say
okay, but
goddamn,
the
whether
point I'm
he
trying to make
because
is
now we
y'all don't
going into a whole
listen.
nother segment or something else.
No, the point I'm trying to make is y'all don't act as family because, as I stated previously, that you guys are so
Yes, hell
fragmented,
we do. Yes,
and the
hell we do.
reason,
But
and the reason, brother, please let
see,
me just finish. All
this
right,
is
I'm gonna let
how
you go.
this is how Sonetta is able to make so much money because he know that we act like brothers. He like, well, shit, I say something to the Hebrew, all them coming. Every last one, it don't be nobody in the motherfucking debates but the Hebrews.
Can I speak
The,
now?
the motherfucker, listen, the niggas that got Sonetta and Polite paid one no damn Kimmy nigga, them Hebrews. They want to pay for the Patreon to make sure shit ain't being said that's finna be put out there. They going to all the lectures. They standing on 125th Street. Hell, they even started them a radio station called Cross the Line. They
Okay,
stand with it. You know what I'm saying? They
so
bring
how is okay? So how is Sarnetta smart enough when he wants to make some money? He calls out the Hebrews, but y'all
because he
Hebrews are
know
not.
that
Hold on,
these
listen.
niggas,
Let me
he
finish.
know
Let me
that these
finish,
niggas
bro.
got each other
Slow
back.
down. Bro, slow down, slow down. You're gonna miss my point. How is Sonetta smart enough when he wants to make some money? He call y'all Hebrews, but in between y'all Hebrews, y'all diverge by calling yourself Old Testament, New Testament. One sect is
Cause
Jewish.
we sharpening each other's sword. I put it
No,
like
you're
this.
fragmented. You're
I don't know if
fragmented,
Blue
and you don't
still
want
on. I
to
don't know
admit
if
it. Is
Blue
what it
still on
is.
or not. I don't know if Blue still on or not. I see his avatar up here, but I don't know if
He's
he's
an
still
Old
on or not.
Testament Hebrew. He's an Old
Right.
Testament
Now,
Hebrew, and he
watch this.
don't get
Now watch
down with
this.
y'all. He
And I
don't get down with you.
guarantee you, if you get a chance, if Blue come back on, you asking this question right here. Every time he debates, and whether he debate an Old Testament dude or a New Testament dude, he's sharpening his sword because he know that the Most High preparing him for some scrutiny that's ahead of him. I guarantee you he'll say it like that, other than looking at a nigga who reading the Bible as somebody wicked and against him.
All right, and see the thing with that is I can use the same thing and say, well, this brother's black power, but he believes in capitalism. This brother's black power, but he believes in Kemet. This brother's black power, but he's an atheist. I can say the
Right,
same
and guess
shit.
what? Guess
We're
what, Q?
we're
Guess what,
all
Q?
listen. I'm not
When we
indicting you. I'm not
separate,
in,
they all come. They all
okay.
come. Even the
No,
ones that believe in capital, they all come. Long
but
as
I'm
they ain't
not.
trying to fuck up the trap, bro, they can come. You can't listen,
Listen.
man. Listen, man. You got motherfucker have when you in the trap, bro. A trap mean you got motherfucker that go to work every day. They don't want to hear no boom and shit. No, so that you got to tell a nigga don't pull up in the trap with your car beat. Cause the nigga who helped their neighborhood look good, he got to get up in the
Bro,
morning to go to
I'm
work. He
from
live in the trap too. He family.
I'm
You know what
from
I'm
down
saying?
south, bro. I'm from Miami,
All
Florida. I
right, then.
get it.
So why you asking questions like that? Like you don't know what's going on, though, bro.
No,
You
because
asking questions.
don't no, because I do know what's going on, and I'm just trying to get your sentiments on it. That's all. I'm just asking questions.
Shit,
So when I say
my answer's gonna be always answered from a real nigga perspective, if that make any sense.
okay,
So
oh well,
so whatever
it does make sense. So
what
when I
you
say
come
you're
up with,
fragmented,
nine
why would you
times out of ten,
disagree?
what you come up with is what I'm gonna come up with. It like you say, damn, this nigga say he into the Bible and he been in the Bible 5 years, but he still smoking dope, bro. You ain't got delivered from that shit yet. You need to say some more prayers, or you need to find something else, cause you still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You still doing the
Well, you
same shit.
obvious, well, obviously God isn't working for you if you've been so-called delivered or you believe in Jesus for the past
God
5 years and
ain't
you still smoking dope.
listen. If you trying to be delivered from smoking dope, faith without works is dead. You got to start doing some stuff to get your ass up off that shit, man.
So in other words, you have to do it yourself, and there is no God involved with it. Because when you
No,
talked
no,
about
no, no,
good-hearted,
no, no, no,
listen,
no. God
listen, no,
already
hold on.
provided the listen, bro. See,
God ain't
this is
provide
what you
shit,
don't
man. Don't play
understand.
with me.
This is what you don't understand. The herbs to get your ass up off that shit has already been provided by God. The water that you need to consume to get your ass up off that shit has already been provided by God. Guess what you got to do? You got to take your ass to somebody. Now the thing is, here's the fucked up shit. When you see a nigga that got on some goddamn green beads in the and you say, damn, he got the herbs. Well, he don't believe in the Most High, so I ain't gonna go get the herbs from this nigga. Now you being ignorant, and the Bible tells you not
Right?
to
Yeah,
be
I agree.
ignorant.
Yeah,
The
yeah, I
Bible
agree
tells
with
you
that.
not to be ignorant. Now, here's the thing: everything that's
The,
provided for you is our see. This is what niggas don't understand, and this is why I say I read the Bible a lot different from a lot of cats. Cute, you know what I'm saying? The
I could
things that
tell. I
God,
could tell.
the thing people want God to say God got to put his hand down here and do shit. Everything that God want us to do to survive and be successful in life has already been provided. We have to open up our motherfucking mind and use the tools that has already been provided, and we can be in
So
that
what is the
position.
point of needing a God if you have to do everything your goddamn self?
You said needing a God, or being thankful that God had
No,
provided these things.
I said needing a God.
Hold
If you
on.
have to do,
Okay. So for you, you might need a God. For me, I'm
I didn't
thankful for
say
what
for me.
God
I
has
didn't say
done.
for me. I didn't say for me. I said,
I just
what's the
okay,
point?
but you use the word. I don't use that word. So you can't say what's the you can't ask me a question of something that I didn't use because you're going from one extreme to the
Well, if
next.
the
And
question
even
isn't,
if a person who need God, guess what he can do, Q? So I can bring you back to the focus. Guess what he can do?
was it? Well, let me. Do you want me to guess or go ahead? Go ahead.
He can come to. Shit. He can
Listen.
come to. Even though that nigga need God, he can come to.
All right. So I guess the question now that we're going to is, what the fuck has God done for you that?
That ain't I can't tell you all my personal shit, bro. We live on
Well,
motherfucking YouTube. Why in the hell I'm gonna do some shit like that, my nigga? That
so hold
incriminate
on.
me if I'm telling you what God did for me to, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. I can't do no shit like that. And a lot of niggas fuck up by
Wow.
trying to go into that. You know what I'm saying? I can just tell you
Okay,
God been good to me. I put it like
okay.
this.
So
I'm free. I'm free talking to you on YouTube with a host of other brothers. So God been good to me. That's why I believe in God. Now, if you can read between the lines on that shit, then you're a real nigga. But other than that, I can't make you know what I'm saying. I can't make you
well,
understand what God did for me.
I see what you're saying with that, and I can read between the lines, but at the same
Okay,
time,
then. Okay, then.
I
So
would
we'll move
argue,
on from that question, bro.
I would argue that God ain't doing motherfuckers thing for you. You did
Man,
it
we're gonna
yourself.
move on from that
Or
question, my nigga. Cause
that,
then we start being disrespectful on what a nigga paradigm is, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say we're gonna move
no.
on
I'm
from
not
that.
disrespecting you,
We gonna
brother.
move on from that. Ask me something else, bro. Ask me something else, please.
Hold on, let
All
me
right.
ask you
The
something.
debate is over, nigga. Hey, that shit was funny. That nigga hit that nigga with that shit. But
Who
don't
was that?
answer
That
no
was a
goddamn
black. That was
question.
Black Jesus Minister. He say,
Yeah.
"Hey, Solar, my nigga, listen, nigga, don't disrespect me, nigga. You bitch ass
Oh, my
nigga."
soul.
I don't
That
know how
nigga.
Solar took that shit, dog. I couldn't have took it.
I just be
keep
trying
that
to
shit
be
real.
I just be trying to be a 100 nigga, man. I be, like I put it like this,
Hey, you
like
doing a great job, DJ, man. You doing a great
He
job at
is.
it, bro.
He is. We should call him DJ Dodge because that motherfucker sliding left and right. Hey, but go ahead, School. Ask your question.
Nah.
Hey,
Hey,
but I
This
tell you
dude
one thing,
crazy,
though,
man.
Q believe
That
in
dude
God, though, cause
crazy,
he got
yo.
so many questions about God.
Nah,
he
nigga.
do.
Nah,
He
you
just
ain't
He
want
finna
to
do
do.
that
turn
to
God
me.
so bad. Why don't you go ask God himself? Go get on your knee, go to a closet,
Hey
close the
man,
Man.
closet,
my
and go
thing is
talk to
this,
God
bro.
yourself.
If you ain't doing it for yourself, God ain't gonna come out the sky. Ain't no
What the
Jesus,
hell
ain't
you
none of that
talking about? You
Thank
motherfucking
better
you.
shit
say
falling
that
out the
shit,
Thank you.
sky,
power to
man.
the people.
If
You
that
better
that
Thank you.
say that
motherfucker ain't
shit.
falling out the sky, he ain't coming out. If you ain't
Thank you,
getting up
brother.
off your ass and do
Thank you,
nothing out
brother.
yourself, ain't nothing
Thank
gonna
you.
happen. And then when you
Thank
do
you.
get up off your ass and do something, you gonna give it to another motherfucker, man. That's what's wrong with us, man.
See,
People
that's
look
the
like
thing about
Exactly.
it is
what they
you
did over
don't give
time,
it
right?
to
Exactly.
another
Hold on. Let
motherfucker.
him
You be
finish.
thankful.
Wait.
You be
DJ, let
thankful
him
that the shit is
finish.
provided for you, bro.
DJ, let him finish, bro. He was trying to
Nah,
make a
nah,
point.
no. Because he just,
No,
like I
because he
said,
cutting
I'm
your
not
shit
gonna
up.
be
Listen, bro.
disrespectful to nobody. I'm not
That
gonna
I'm
man
be
not
ain't
being
disrespectful to
disrespecting
disrespectful. I'm
nobody,
you.
not
but
being
at the same
disrespectful.
time,
That
my
man ain't
personal
I'm
disrespecting.
not being
convictions, my
disrespectful, bro.
personal convictions,
Pardon me if I was,
hold up,
bro.
my personal convictions on how and why I believe in the Most High
He
and
ain't
how
speak
and
your
why I believe
name.
in Jesus it is not. Oh damn, bro, you came up out that shit and you gonna give it to another nigga? No, nigga, I'm thankful for the shit that was provided for me to do the shit.
Well, be thankful and be quiet and let him finish. What's the big deal?
Hold on, bro. That's the big deal. What I just said. He said you gonna come up out your shit and give it to another motherfucker. Like that. Like I'm not giving it to another motherfucker. I'm giving it to
That's it.
the source power that gave me the things to get up out
So
my shit, which
what?
I
Hey,
which
look,
I
my
which I
thing
which
is this,
I
bro. Pardon me
call
for using
God.
that word,
Let him
but like your
finish,
words
bro.
get
Let
used,
him
and I ain't mean
finish,
to
man. Don't get
disrespect your creator
emotional.
like that, bro. So I ain't mean to do that. So you might feel like I disrespected by saying motherfucker. I ain't mean that, bro. But what I'm saying is my creator was a motherfucker because he fucked my mama. You know what I'm saying? And this is real shit. You know what I'm saying? When I know, and when I know that my creator,
My
like,
bad, dog. Go ahead.
hey, you know what I'm saying? I like to have jokes and funny, but this shit is real, man. Because like for like brothers, like even in the Bible, I would get kind of skeptical about them because y'all supposed to respect and honor your creator, and then you disrespect your mother and your father while they right here, like you don't know who your creator was. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? This is
Right,
things
right.
what we can know. Now I can deal away with
I
belief,
agree with you, bro. Cause the
right?
shit I heard Gorilla Hebrew say, I had to pull her to the side and say, bro, your mama ain't no devil, dog. Don't say no shit like that, cause she white.
Right.
Don't
See
say no shit.
now with that saying now, this is why I deal with common sense because I know who my creator is. And I love my mama. I know that she a creator, my father a creator, and this is who we came through. We came through this womb. I know that a woman didn't come from a man's rib. This is what I deal with, what I know. I
Right.
know that I see women give birth to children all day outside of their ribs. So you feel me? This is why I equate and do away with all of the belief because I could believe a whole lot of shit, and we all believe in certain things, but we have to deal. This is what we too believable people.
Hey,
You
hey,
feel what
hey,
I'm
hey,
saying?
hey, hey, Huey, let me ask you this. Are you married?
I don't believe in marriage, bro. I don't
Have
do
you
the
ever
marriage, but I've been with my wife
have you
since I met her, bro. I've been with my wife since I met her. I
okay.
got
Oh,
6 children by one
okay.
lady,
Now
bro.
now
So
now 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 watch this. Now watch this. Do you feel like the universe that like your wife she was created for you only, for you? On some
well,
real
I
Here
nigga
we
shit
believe
for
go.
you.
Here
Like
we
this
go.
this
Here
out of
we
the people.
go.
Hold up. I'm just trying to spiritually connect with the brother. That's all.
right. That's cool, bro. I believe that she was. Well, I don't like to do believe. I know that she was created
For
for
you,
her and our creation to create
that
our
she's
world.
created
I
for
know.
you. Right,
Well, no, I
right.
know that we
Now
was
watch this.
created
Now
for
watch
each other.
this. Now
We
watch
was
this.
created to create our universe to each other. Our family, my
Right.
family is our
Now,
family. You
now,
feel
now
me?
watch
That's
this.
what I
Now
know
watch
with,
this.
with
Now watch
this
this.
topic.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. When you look at that story of when Eve coming from Adam's rib or whatever,
Wow.
here's the deal. That woman, I know you can say wow, but that woman that you have, Huey, that you love like Christ loved the church, that woman in your house under
Wow.
your roof, she was designed for you just like that. That's the design. Whatever
Wow.
your rib got in it, bro, y'all connected. That's why the Bible says flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. See, if
Wow.
you ain't spiritually, if you don't have a spiritual understanding, you
What
won't
is
know that.
spiritual? Okay, well, help me out, brother. What is a spiritual connection? Fuck all the bullshit. Let's understand what you understand. Help me understand what you understand.
I
What is a
understand. I
spirit?
understand what I
Hold on,
just
wait,
said.
wait,
Like
wait,
that,
wait. Let me
people in
wait,
your
brother.
life,
Let me ask you.
people in your
Let me
life is
ask you.
designed
Let
for
me
you to
ask
go
you. Let me
to a
ask
certain
you. Let
place.
me ask you. Let me ask you. What is spirit? And then tell me what a spiritual connection is, because I don't know what the fuck you talking about. No disrespect.
Okay,
I don't know
well,
what you're talking about, bro.
you need to
So
go
help
look
me
up the word
understand.
spirit before you ask me a elementary question like that.
He said, "Look
Well, I
that
believe
shit."
that I am the spirit and this
But
body
I'm
is just a
having.
See,
vessel.
that's what I'm
I,
saying. See, so we're gonna take it to another level. We have to come up out of that dumbass shocker almost shit. Spirit means breath, and breath means man. Come on, dog. You know what the
Hey,
hell I'm talking about.
hold on. Let me
So
put.
turtles have spirits.
Tell the truth. Hold
And
on,
shit, to
outside,
another
because
turtle
we
when
ain't
it
finna
comes
do
to
this
when it
again
comes
with
time to
you.
protect another motherfucking turtle, they got a spirit when it's time to scream out that motherfucking water boiling hot while you trying to cook. The same
Let
way
me
with
put Cube on the
motherfucking
spot
Duncan
right
when he
quick.
talk about the talking Duncan. If you got an animal, go kick your animal hard than a motherfucker like that dude that they say the dude did in the Bible. Get just that mad at yourself. You about to kick your motherfucking dog head off,
So
and
so he
tell
so
me if
he,
your dog don't make a
so he could
motherfucking
give
sound
me
that say stop.
10 analogies, but he can't tell me what spirit or spiritual connection
All
is.
right, let me
Okay.
put Cube on
Hey,
the
bro,
spot.
if you
This
don't
how I
know this
know.
shit,
This how I
dog,
know.
if you don't know this shit, then you ain't then you need to
Let
go
me
study
take you
some more,
back to
bro.
DJ Black, TJ Black, and outside of the Cube last discussion. Hold on. My argument is that you ain't no atheist. My argument is that you believe the black woman is God. Say that one more time, bro. My argument is that you not an atheist. I believe you know the black woman is God. Right. Okay, now. Is the black woman God? Is the black woman God killed? Absolutely.
He don't believe in God, bro.
hey, I like that.
Wow, that was real cute. That was real cute.
Yeah, killed your
But he's
ass,
not
man.
gonna play
Shut
the.
your ass up, man.
But he
Shut
but he
your
ain't gonna play the
ass up.
part.
Hey,
But he.
Huey, you
Hold
had
on, hold
another question,
on,
didn't you, Huey?
hold on. The man just cut some video up of me saying something. But what he doesn't understand.
Hold on. No. You not finna lie, because I'm not gonna lie on you. 45 minutes, 47 seconds into my post, the Argument League 3. You can watch it in its entirety. I ain't chopped shit. I just turned it on, I skimmed through it, and that's what it popped up. I was like, damn. Let me play this.
So you forgot the part when I said the black woman is a god based on the definition of the word
And you
God.
called
Because
yourself a
hold
god
on,
too.
You believe in gods. You
hold
believe
on,
in
wait, hold on,
multiple
wait,
gods.
hold on, wait, hold on.
Nah,
Based
you
on the
can't talk yourself out of this, man.
see, there we
You just
go.
gotta
Okay,
take it, man. You gotta eat that.
okay,
Everybody heard you just say it on your
there we
own. The
go.
black woman is a god. So
Mm-hmm.
you
Okay,
believe in gods.
so if she's
Man,
a
y'all
god,
going
according to
in,
the
boy. I love this, boy. Y'all going
You ain't no
in.
atheist,
according,
man. You ain't no
okay,
atheist, bro.
okay. So let me ask you this question: Are you a dog?
What the hell that
Nope.
got to do with anything, dog?
No,
It's a
I'll
yes.
answer a
Hold
simple
on,
question.
DJ, chill. DJ, chill. DJ, stop. Let me talk to the brother real quick.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so if I say, "Hey, dog, can you grab that lighter for me real quick?" Would you grab it?
If you talking to me,
So does that make you a dog?
no,
So why did you respond to it?
because you was talking to me.
So why did you respond to something that you're not?
Because you were talking to me.
Okay, so I was talking to you and I was referring to you as a dog.
But I
So
had the intelligence to know that though, bro. You see how dumb that shit is? You don't get that?
nah, you
Now,
ain't running from this.
if
I
you
ain't
was
gonna let
talking
you.
to a dog, and you said, "Hey, Suave, come here," I said, "Man, fuck you, man." You get what I'm saying?
Listen,
Because I have the
no, I don't.
intelligence
No,
to
I don't
decipher.
get what you're saying.
You
The
could use
question,
my name
the
and talk
question
to a
still
dog. Do that
remains.
mean I'm an answer?
The question still remains. If I say, "Hey, dog, grab that lighter for me real quick," and
Because
if you
I have
grab
the
it,
intelligence to decipher what you talking about. I'm not saying, well,
okay,
let me see
thank you,
what
thank you,
dog he
thank you,
talking
thank you.
about. Like, come
Okay,
on, who
good.
that slow, bro?
Okay, stop right there. So you have the intelligence to understand how I'm using the word, right? I'm not talking about
Yeah.
DOG. I'm not talking about DOG. I'm talking about DAWG, right?
No, you talking about DOG. I don't care how you spell it.
But you know I don't mean a roof dog. You know that, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so now when it comes to we talk about the black woman as God, I'm not talking about her being a supreme being. I'm talking about this is a being that's able to
Is she a god?
procreate.
Is she a god?
Yes, she
Is she
is
a
a
god?
God. Yes, of
Thank
course.
you.
And I'm
All
saying,
right, then. What's up, fam?
wow.
What you want to talk about next? Who on board?
Listen, why won't you
School, what you
let
want to talk
me?
about, school?
Why won't you let me get into the analogy and break it down to what I said? Why you
Because
trying to move
you
past
Hey,
full
it?
of shit. You full of
See,
shit.
look,
We started at the
see,
end. No, we started
nigga.
at
Hey,
the end.
listen.
That's what I didn't do with you last time. I didn't start at the end. We started at the end. Do you believe in God? The black woman is God,
you
and you
do.
know the black
Yeah,
woman exists. You got proof of it, right? All right, then. There you go.
see, watch what I do. When
I
I
feel
answer questions, I just answer yes and no. But I'm hoping that I can get to the point to where I can expound on it. But he didn't. He
I
didn't
know
show that.
you
He didn't.
is. You hoping that you can explain the lie better than I can tell the truth. Cause you so smart and I'm so stupid. But go ahead, say what you want to say. Tell me how now the black woman ain't God, although she God.
All right. When you talk about the definition of a word God, it involves the. Listen, hold on. Yeah, I know. Keep laughing, but hope you keep laughing out. It involves a human being. It also involves a fucking pig. And it also involves a dog. So when you're talking about the different definitions of dog, it's talking about the ability to procreate. So is a pig able to procreate? So hey, I guess we gotta call the pig a dog. If we look at the white woman, is she God now because she's able to procreate? That's all I was talking about. So when we look at the first definition of what God is talking about a supreme being. I would have to say hell emphatically no, which I said on that same exact discussion, which you won't play. But it's fine.
Nah,
I
I
get
will.
it.
I promise
You
I will.
haven't.
But listen to this. Now listen to this. Now let me walk you down the same path I walked you down that day. Do you believe in beings?
I am a being.
Now he just said he answered questions yes or no. Y'all heard him right. Am I
Oh yeah.
tripping?
Oh, I
Am
just
I
said I
tripping?
am a.
Didn't he just say that?
But I am. Like, did you
Do
not
you
get the?
believe in beings?
Okay, for the sake of the argument, yes.
For sake of argument, this is not a for the sake. I'm asking you literally. Explain to me. Explain to me your how you gonna twist the word belief in the word being. Do your magic. Do your cue.
All right. So when we talk
She was
about
actually doing something with
belief, I don't have to believe in shit. Either I know that beings exist or I don't know. So
Okay. Okay. So you mad? I said, do you think? Do you know beings exist?
no, I'm not mad about anything. I understand beings exist.
Hey, did you know
Yes.
that B to B, right? To be, just to be, right? You had to be a one in the three first.
No, I don't know that,
Say
bro.
that. Say that again, because you
Oh,
just threw
heavy.
us for a loop. I don't know what the fuck.
I just threw y'all for a loop with that one. I just said to be, you had to be the one and the third. That you was the first and the one in
Oh,
between the
okay.
first
You
and the
make
third.
a B with a 1 and a 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, that's what
facts,
I'm talking
man.
about. You still caught up in the fact that words are mystic and this mean that. But when you say birth, you mean birth, like a hard birth. Yeah, yeah. All right, hold on. Do you believe in beings? He cut you off.
Sure.
Sure. Do we got to walk down this? Do we? It sound like you. Okay.
But
Now, do you
listen.
believe? Do you believe in supreme?
No, I don't.
So nothing is supreme. Did you see how far you willing to go? Okay. Was your mother supreme to you when she gave birth to you?
No.
You see
What
how
about divine?
ridiculous
Can you
it
use
is?
divine instead of supreme?
It
Use
wouldn't make
Divine.
no
divine.
never. It wouldn't make no never mind.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just,
You,
It'll
I,
work.
He
you,
Never
already
you
mind.
want
he
to
already
use
done said
divine.
he already done said he already done said that it's an atheist community and they got presidents and everything. So somebody supreme to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
no, that's not how it works.
You got to
But
be
you
supreme
guys,
to yourself. That's the only
but,
thing.
but,
You superior to
but
yourself.
see,
You're the macro and the micro and the macro of all the situations. You were
but
supposed
see,
to be the mac of all macs. You
The
feel me?
whole
but
thing
see,
is
but see
he
what
don't
they're
get he don't
doing.
he get mad at
This,
people believing in one of the two guys. He believes everything is a god, and then he'll turn around and say, "Well, nothing is a god, but a pig is a god, a dog is a god." Like you hear when you listen, he tell you. it's a lot of gods. It's many gods, depending on who you is. And I mean, shit, that's how it goes. Because if you in a fire, the fireman is supreme. Shit, because he the motherfucker running in saving your ass up out of there.
All
If
right. See,
you
the problem is that what you're trying to do is pigeonhole me to one part of a definition, and
uh-uh. No.
what you're not allowing is for a definition of a word to be
Okay.
used as one or more different things. So when you say is a woman a god, absolutely in context, but
Mm.
you would also have to say that the
Uh,
white woman is God. So if you ask me, is the white woman God? You know what I would answer that question?
what? What?
I would say absolutely.
No,
Why?
so
For the
To
you
her
so it's
simple
an
kids,
app.
for
So
to
God is
her
an
man
absolute
and her
man.
kids, to her man and her kids.
So Q, you just say God is an absolute?
no, I
Yes, you
didn't,
did.
Yeah.
Hold
bro.
up.
He
What
wish
he
he did,
try to
Wow.
but he
explain to
didn't.
me? Then he just did I just not hear him say if you have to
Brother,
say a
I
white
don't believe
woman
in a
is God,
God, so
I
I have
would
no
say
reason to say that.
absolutely. Then he say that.
Absolutely. That's
He
what he
said
said when I asked
absolutely.
him, is the black woman? I said, is the black woman God killed? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So God is absolute, man.
Hey,
All
Suave,
right,
are
I'm
you a
done having
hey
fun with you,
Suave?
man. Huh?
Suave, are you a dog?
No.
So you're not a dog. So if I say, hey dog, pass that lighter to me, you're not gonna
Did we
respond?
just do this? Did you just wake up?
I'm trying to show you.
But he ain't gonna say absolutely.
No, you trying to trick a dumb nigga into some stupid shit. And I'm smarter than that. I can conceive what you
No,
saying. I
no.
answer the question
It's
because you're
not
talking to me.
it's not
I,
that you're being smarter. Is what you're doing is you're evading the question.
I'm
That's
not
what you're
evading.
doing.
I'm telling you directly, I'm not a dog. But when you say, yo, hey dog, can you hear me that? I'm gonna pass it to you because I know you
Oh,
talking to me.
okay. Okay. So keep that same logic. So when I talk about the black woman being God, I'm not talking about a supreme being. I'm talking about a being that's able to create. You
A
got it
black
now?
woman is not God. A
Man,
black
a
woman be a
god, a
goddess. You
dog.
just
Hey,
keep
I'm
why
not a
you keep
dog, but
saying
she
the
ain't
black
God.
woman God though, Q? Because the black woman you making the black woman have to be masculine. You gotta say the black woman is goddess.
No, brother. That's your misunderstanding of what the word God is.
Okay. Go
And
ahead, go ahead.
he's
Cause I
attempting
know
to.
Because
I'm
I
still
don't.
what you
The
been.
reason why
I'm,
I put it like that is because I know the black woman is God to the black man, and the black man is God to the black woman. It's
right,
not
Well,
the black man's job to. It's not the black man's job to call himself God. It's the black woman's job,
right,
and vice versa.
right.
You don't walk around saying you're the man. You be the man, and the women that tell motherfuckers you the man. You don't walk around just like you that motherfucker. When you see a bad bitch, you be like, "That's a bad bitch." She ain't got to walk around saying she a bad bitch all day. You let motherfuckers know what she is. So
all right. Hey, I got to break out for a minute. I'll come back
On the
if y'all
flip
got to
side of that,
go.
though, bro, if you
all
don't
right,
walk
bet.
around and know that you the shit, you
Peace.
feel what I'm saying? Then it was the good of somebody else saying this. That's like me putting the power in you, and you don't want to accept the power. Like I'm telling you, you God, and you steady want to say that you want to give it to the Elohim or Jesus or whoever you want to be. You feel what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah.
acknowledge the God within everybody that I see. I say, peace, God, and they'd rather give it to somebody outside of themselves because they was taught and programmed to think of outside of themselves for everything. This go all the way around the board. All we do is look outside of ourselves for happiness, love, joy, peace, God, financial wealth, all of everything. We look outside of ourselves because they gave us these two eyes, and we utilize these eyes to look on the outside world, and we don't never look inside. When most people start looking inside, this is where the true center of everything lies at. The truth lies within you. Can't nobody argue your
Right,
truth. No
right,
fucking body.
right.
Well,
Let
I
me say
would
this.
say that
Let me say
nobody
this,
can
bro.
argue
Oh, I
your
thought this
truth.
man was
Your truth
gone,
is
man.
just an
Man, hold
opinion.
on. You just
Hey,
got in here,
bro.
man.
No, I said no. I'm trying to say peace to y'all. I'm gonna break out for a minute, and then if y'all be back in like 20 minutes, I'll come back. I'm just saying
All
I'm
right,
gonna
what's up,
peace
bro?
out.
All right,
All right,
all
peace.
right. Peace.
I
So I want to respond to that
Peace,
by
God. Peace, God.
this right here. Like what again what I say to that is when you hear us say when you hear us say give reverence, and that's what I would call it. You know what I'm saying, to the Most High. That's because, like again, I say it's because of the things that's provided. You know. Hold on a second, y'all.
all right. School, say something to us. We ain't heard from you in a minute, man.
Once again, though, bro, this has been a pleasure being on y'all boys' platform, man. Y'all going in, man. This is real. This is great exercise, man. This is sharpening everybody's swords. You feel what I'm saying? And
Oh yeah, your energy is appreciated, brother. I appreciate you.
appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Follow your heart coming on in. Go on, man.
When we sharpen our swords, right? What is this? These words that we're using, because we know that words are swords, right?
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying.
All right,
absolutely. It's power in the tongue and
right, the power of the tongue. We know everything was spoken into existence, but it had to be thought first. You feel what I mean? He had to think the power. We had to think it. You feel what I'm saying? To speak it to existence and have these words in the language. I really think that part of the problem and another way of the solution is to create our own way of utilizing these words, or not these words, of our own language. We should have our own way of speaking, because this English language that we speak is all borrowed from Latin, Hebrew, and all of this shit. It's a mixture of everything. So it's a whole bunch of spells, and we don't utilize the words for what they were for.
Yeah, I believe in the tonality of words, the power and the structure of your lettering and stuff like that. I understand that. I think, like I said, language is a privilege. That's what I want motherfuckers to like when you really look at it. It's like to be able. I believe that language was created to talk to outsiders, because you don't need a language when you're talking to yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like if deers wanted to talk to gorillas, they would have to meet in the middle with a language. So I feel like when we was in our prime, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when we was us, let me put it to you like that. When we was what we was meant to be, we didn't need that. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that. And like I said, I believe
because I think we was using not believing. I like to say think instead of believing. I try to just come up with another thing to believe, because we know that believe was to be a lie and to live in a lie, right? You know what I'm saying? To be the lie that we live in. You feel me? So like what I like to know is, I know that we was frequency, and that's why the reason why they taught us the alphabet was in the harmonic tone and things of this nature. For us to get back into harmony and connect with nature is to be in harmony. If
you mean like in Kemet? Yeah, you mean that's where the alphabet and the connotations of it come from.
Well,
but the Greeks fucked it up.
Well, I just know
because they couldn't keep it. They couldn't keep a lot of the tones holy.
Why English? I mean, us being in America, and we was taught this English language. You feel me? They taught us.
I believe anything that
with this all frequencies and sounds.
We created almost every language here. So it's like that's not the problem, because we even take the English language and turn it to our own. And so when you stand in front of a white person and you talking to your brother and you're like, "What's up, fam? All right, I'm finna slide to the pad. I'm gonna holler at you when I get through." Motherfucker don't know what the hell you just said. So I think we take even the English language and we make our own shit out of it. But like I say, yeah, I think it's important that we, take our own terms and have our own tongue and shit like that. But that goes with understanding a lot more than what you think. You know what I'm saying? The importance of tonality and talking and shit like that, man. Like, you really got to be in tune with yourself, because it's power in that vibration. Like I said, we used to levitate shit. We used to levitate shit with our tones. You know what I'm saying?
That was my point with saying that, because they taught us these when they taught us the alphabet, they taught us in tones and frequencies. You feel what I'm saying? So it's only these different tones. It's only 26 letters and different sounds. So we know that when some of us we say hum and is the vibration, and our vocals is the vibration box that creates. You feel what I'm saying? Because voice the sound vibrates, moves, and echoes. You feel what I'm saying? Everything is energy that moves and vibrate. You feel what I'm saying? So if we knew that we was in peace and harmony, you feel what I'm saying? Then we would be all in a harmonic tone, just like the different keys on the keyboard. Each keyboard got its own place, but they are all important. You feel what I'm saying? They are all important, and when you put them together, they play and make harmonic songs, and they make the tone to make music and vibration to make things move. When you out of harmony, that's like singing it out of key. You feel what I'm saying, or something? You can hear that, but this the vibration that's going to be there. So if we can start utilizing our tones and our frequencies instead of the words that we are taught to use, and utilizing for what they're supposed to, and really start looking into it and start really utilizing it with more common sense and stuff like that, we can create way more for our life and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what's up. I ain't mad at you about that. Absolutely. Go, man. Oh, he escaped. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate y'all fucking with me, man. I really do. Before everybody go, man, I need y'all to drop a jewel, though, for the people. That's how I end my shit. Leave a small jewel for the people. So now, whoever to tune in. And I'll let us start with you first, Huey, because I know you got one.
Well, the jewel that I would leave for everybody is health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? We know that we work to utilize to gain wealth, but a healthy body and a healthy mind, a healthy spirit and healthy mind is what's going to get us to this wealth. We got to start utilizing our current, not to obtain currency. They pay us with currency to utilize our current. It's all about our energy, man. Take your energy and your power back. You are the creator, the operator, generator, and motivator of everything in your existence. You the alpha and omega of your creation. You are the beginning and the end of your time and your existence. You are on your timeline. And just remember that, man. Love each other, body, and love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Raise your high vibrations, man, and keep it popping like that, man. Much love. No, it'd be quicker to go that way.
Yeah, I knew you had one. That's what's up. Gold, you still there?
You probably go. I'm
DJ Black, go ahead and lay one on us, man.
Well, like I say, you know what I'm saying? Like connect with those who want to connect with you, you know what I'm saying? And remember, when you hear me, DJ Black talk, I'm the one that stands on everybody can come, man. You know what I'm saying? Long as they ain't trying to fuck up the spot, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can come. You know, like I ain't trying to ostracize no nigga or none of that kind of stuff, and in no way, form, or fashion should we, you know, ostracize a nigga because of what he believe in or whatever. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, learn how to raise that brother up if you want him to come. That's why I say all of them can come, and you know we just have to be patient and raise the next one up. And y'all go to Google, check Game Volume 1. It's on iTunes, Spotify, and all that. That's my some of the music I got out there right now.
All right, what you said was again? Say it slow.
Check Game Volume 1. So
all
you
right,
can put in DJ Black Chon, check Game Volume 1, and it'll pop up.
That's what's up, school. School, you still there? All right, man. Well, this your boy Swab Boss, man. All I gotta say, man, be the best you and appreciate people for being the best them, man. Like, respect the real, death to the fake, man. Love y'all. Y'all be good out there, man. Black power and peace. All right, thank y'all for coming through and hanging in there, man. It's been one.
All right. It's been a good one, bro. Appreciate you having me, man. I will be back for more, man. Y'all hit that like, that share, and subscribe that channel, man, for sure.
All right, anytime you see me on, jump on. I got you. All right.
Peace.
Peace.